Loud takes the win in that quarterfinal number 1, 3-1 overall, and is now up against Eternal, winning their match 3-1 themselves. Now, Kenny, SK Kalalas is our first 3-0 and the only of today. Are they going to do well into NHG?
I think so. To me, SKC should still be the favorites. NHG, remarkable accomplishment making the semifinals. Obviously, they could still prove me completely wrong, but my opinion of this region is still that in 2026, it's probably going to be Loud. It's probably going to be SKC. And the fact that they're on opposite sides of the bracket right now sets up for them to have one banger of a grand final to start things up. Eternal looked rather strong, though. NHG certainly have it in the tank. I just think the top dogs from last year are probably going to be the top dogs again.
We get Pedro back at the desk. Happy to have you here. And we're looking at the predictions, as you're the only one who actually got all your predictions right so far.
Yeah, I mean, I will go for Loud. I always trust on the synergy they have. I think they have, if not the strongest, top 2. Because then we will talk about the SK Kalalas, right? That come really, really strong also. But for me, it's Loud final.
I think it's going to be SKC. That's my favorite. That's why I put on event.brawlstars.com. And if they miss out, I'll switch my mind there. But for me, I would regret if I changed my prediction. But to me, it is Loud, and it is SKC also making it. With SKC by a hair in that grand finals, who knows, though? We have to see them get there first.
Yeah.
I was really thinking about changing my predictions, because look at that. We're so boring. Once again, we just all vote for the same team to win this one.
If we're right, though, we're smart. Spins
Most of the time we've been wrong if that happened though. Whenever we all said the same
this
thing.
Isn't last week. This is new.
I mean, but it's true that I think in this region there is a huge gap between them two and the rest. And they were in the opposite side of the bracket, so it's normal.
That is very true. So Loud versus SK Kalalas is something we see very often in the finals. Let's see if Loud actually makes it through semi-final number 1. Eternal is the team that you were rooting for before. Pedro, now you changed your predictions. Why is that?
I think that they are really strong. They prove a lot, Eternal, but I think Loud is here to win it all. I don't know if we will final, but I think this is going to be a easy game for them.
And Pedro, and Kenny, for you, Loud makes it all the way through anyways. Did they look a little shaky against Ningame Segura today or not?
I wouldn't say so. I don't really feel like any of the semifinalists that have made it here, I don't think shaky's the right word. I think just a little more tested, right? I think it's the first monthly finals of the year. You know, if you're coming out with a 3-1, ultimately it's fine. Just keep taking care of business. Loud, once again, though, similar to the last match, everything to lose here. With somebody like Eternal, I think the expectation is they're probably more of a semifinalist from my perspective coming into this year, but they're trying to make that jump and be an equal footing of something like a Loud or an SKC. Starting off the year with a win against Loud would certainly put them in that conversation.
Pedro, let's say you would have to prepare for one of these two teams in the semifinals. How would you use the information from what we've seen from them in the quarterfinals to prepare best?
I think it's really important to know what strong pick do they leave open when they are not blue, right? When they are red, it's because that show you if they trust on being good enough to beat what in the paper is better or not, or they adapt to the game plan. And also, it's really important to compare these stats with what they do on screen, right? It's really important to know if the team is really focusing on the same play style the whole week, what they work something the whole week, and then they do it in the game, or they just improvise a lot. So you need to have a good mix between these stats.
I agree with that, Kenny. We also saw Loud picked a lot of Pierce, otherwise he was banned out. We see from Eternal Esports, they're banning Pierce quite often, and I think they should go with that as well against Loud now.
I think Eternal showed to me in their opening match that they're not afraid to get a little unorthodox with it. I think that Grom pick kind of telegraphs what you were talking about, right? When you're playing some of these teams, sometimes they just throw some stuff at the wall that you're not expecting. You can do all the scrims in the world, all the stats. Sometimes in that 6th pick, they're just going to pull something out. And I think Eternal are one of those teams that might have to rely on that, say a little bit more than Loud. I feel like Loud will probably be that more predictable. Whatever you see on the stats and scrims is probably what you're going to see here. One brawler, though, that's really stood out to me that I'm curious to see how we see the rest of the day is Stu. This is a brawler this region specifically seems to really be utilizing. It's a brawler of old for them. It's one that's comfortable, so it makes sense. But you're talking about at the top of show, a lot of these other regions sometimes have their specialty brawlers. We have the top of the draft, which are all the Buffy brawlers and the meanest of the world. So where do we differentiate? And this seems to be one of them.
For me, so far, that's definitely Stu and Ali for this region. We have seen them quite often. We've just seen the map, by the way, as well. We're going to head into Shooting Star as our first. And
What's good, guys?
Follow your
What's good?
idea of just trying
We've
to
got
go
monthly
with
finals.
some new brawlers that we might have not seen
That's
before.
right.
We're going to see Squeak and
Solaris,
Tick again, potentially.
Xtori,
But Tick is like
Mateus,
good on shooting stars.
Pickles,
Okay.
Pedro, is there any unconventional
Elvis, what's good? Joel,
We could
K,
see, I
Blessed,
don't know if this
Saucy,
region,
2017,
but we could
Migraine,
see some, Lola
Jackson.
in this map that we
Hello, Davi,
we have seen
Rai.
it a bit on EMEA. Or on
All right,
Bridge
so
Park,
we're gonna
for example.
see these.
So in these open maps, we could see that kind of.
Hopefully, Eternal wins this.
I think they
We're going
could.
for
I don't know. They could comes with maybe
Solar
someone like
Aces in
Mina
here?
or Leon that are not that typical.
You had Jiu-Jitsu
in,
today,
in this map,
WWW.
but always also Mortis can be played, right? These new brawlers, yeah. I expect Mortis Pickerman.
Mortis, Kaze, Carl, any of those brawlers that can pick up the blue star.
Yes,
are
live early.
quite often
Live
picked
early,
up a
Pickles.
shooting star as well. Because if
How are
you
you?
get
How
the
are
blue
you?
star, you can just lean back, farm your supers, and
Jackson.
your opponents have to actually pressure.
Thank you for the follow, bro.
And come towards you.
Yeah, it's
Why
a
is
good
everyone
thing
so
to call
shocked?
out,
We're
but
early
in
because
Bounty
of monthly
specifically,
finals.
especially with that shooting star.
We want Eternal to
Now
win
that
as
we
well.
have this blue
Elijah,
star
thank you
thing
for the
over
follow. I
last
appreciate
couple of
you.
years, you almost have to pick brawlers around that, and Carl, some of those more mixed ones that you mentioned are definitely like that.
Hi, Danny.
And we're ready for our
Will,
match
what's good?
here. Semi-final
Just
number
Bonnie.
1. We're kicking things off on Shooting Star.
It's South America, bro. It's South America. Chill, chill, chill. Mac, thank you for the follow. All right, let's ride. Let's go, Eternal. Can they beat Loud? Come on. Finally got the icon WU, bro.
Loud versus Eternal Esports.
Xiao
I'm
Peng
really
Sun,
looking
thank you for the
forward to this
follow,
match
bro.
Because both of those teams have won their quarterfinals in
How
a
long am I gonna
3-1
stream till this
fashion.
is
Very
over?
convincing,
We
look
got
super
finals.
strong. And if anybody can still make it
Yes, sir,
so
Pickles, you're
Loud
here.
does not end up in the grand finals like they've been so often, this is the last
All right, in
chance.
between
Eternal
games,
has
I'll
to
open
make
up like
it.
the love boxes we got.
Yeah,
for
I'm
today as
surprised
well.
that I was gonna call out the melody that the
Wow.
stats show
Okay,
up, but
Sidra.
she was directly banned. So yeah, that's something that we don't really see on
Okay,
other
we got some
regions,
Shooting star round
and
one.
that's those kind of aggro picks that we could expect here. We saw the Max that is not that aggro, but
Yeah, what are they gonna go for aggro?
make all the combat a bit more aggro, right? Everyone can
Get
can
Kaze or
get
something?
that
I don't
speed
know.
up and push a bit. And yeah, let's see the last pick.
Really interesting to see this draft kind of fly through. It really feels like
I'm
Loud
really
kind
curious.
of knew what they wanted. I think Gus and Byron is a strong hybrid of support, but also
Stew, they take
long-range
the
sharp
stew.
shooting. It's something that I think both of them. may
Wow, what
struggle
game
a
mode is
little
this?
bit
This is
with
Bounty,
Piper,
Shooting
and there,
Star.
Once again, we're seeing the
Is this
stew
ranked?
on a
This
map like
is,
Shooting Star.
bro,
That's a little peculiar
Agora,
at
are
this
you
point in the
joking?
region.
This
I
is
guess I
monthly
just have to
finals.
respect it.
Oh, what's
I
good,
see
Holy
Byron
Space
and the
Potato?
Gus two support brawlers,
Pancakes,
and
how are
then
you?
I expect
Blessed, I'm doing well, thank you
Kaze
for
is
asking.
looking
I had good
aggressive.
sleep last
Stu
night.
comes out,
Heart,
so
thank you for the heart me and the
definitely
go popular
this is going to be our
sauces.
special of the Leighton region at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's
No problem, Scooter. How are you, Scooter? I can get you with the mod probably at the end of the stream because I don't want to. It's like modern. What's it called? Modern
and
like
also you have the
PC
probably
screen
he's
right now.
gonna play the speed gadget, so he can also tank the pulse.
Long
Here
time
we
no see,
go.
Christian.
Semi-final
Are you?
number
All right,
one
let's see this
for
first game.
South
I'm doing well,
America.
okay.
Loud have been top dogs of the region for a
Lock
long
in, lock
time.
in.
Eternal, though, no strangers to the limelight. Motep, Jubileo have been a part of some phenomenal teams. Have been to things like the World Finals, LCQs, and now Kawe joining them after having a really successful
Jubileo walking
2025
down,
season.
bro.
So far, Loud being stuffed in their
Dude,
spawn
Jubileo's
right now.
cracked.
Just the oppression being felt from the Stu skating up and down is making Max's life really difficult.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how in this meta where the pressure is everything,
Push back.
the team that is losing on start is always the one pressure, right? The one that have the pressure that the always seems like the team win is the one on the spawn hiding.
Byron super.
But that's completely
Byron
normal,
can't
right?
finish the kill. Coyote Dog's got
much
super.
less to lose if
Oh,
you push.
Byron got the
So
kill.
It's really easy for the
Nice.
loser to keep pushing.
All right, they're
Equal
still down
trade,
star
but Blue Star,
and
of course,
blue.
separating Loud from the rest. Going to be using things like that phase
Doing
shift
well.
to ensure that they get that Blue
Doing
Star
well, Kay, thank you
off
for
the
asking.
rip. Otherwise, they're just going to have to rely on a speed zone and just how the map plays out. It's going to be Loud grabbing that every single time.
I'm doing
and a
well.
little extra
Scooter,
speed
thank you for
going
asking,
down
bro.
for Max herself.
Yeah, I think Byron is kind of tapping. He's getting super really fast, and he will get one or two hypercharge in the whole game. Yeah, the first one, he can get some kills. He get one, and they are still.
Let me know if I need
they
to
just
turn
need
it up.
hold a bit, and they have a really good team to hold.
I love how your immediate mentality, I mean, just goes to show that you've been in the pro scene a while. The second you take that lead, we're good. Don't overdo it, guys. Let's
It's
just
good.
chill out. Let's make sure we just hold our positioning. We don't always have to play offense. It's not always about hitting that
Not enough,
20-star
that.
threshold. Sometimes it's about taking a lead and maintaining it.
Yeah, it's really important to know when you are winning, when you are losing, right? Seems obvious, right? But it's easy to feel like you want more, that you can get a biggest lead and risk it too much.
All right, 15 seconds left. They're being
with the shot clock
pushed
going down,
back. Can they hold this lead?
They just have to survive this loud split.
Firecrow makes a super.
Stu skating up and down
Can't
the
break
map.
all the walls.
Spirits going down for Kyle Dog.
They get a pull though.
Coway trying to hold on, pouts the super,
Oh,
and the
they get
heals
the kill.
go through.
Hold.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Let's go.
All that.
Yeah, that was insane.
Ams, thank you for the follow. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, Dark, in early
dodge
stream.
a few bullets. In the other
Did
side,
I
the
date
Piper
my
was dying,
imaginary
so
idol?
they
Okay,
get the
maybe we do
refrag
that
of the
right
gas
away
wasn't
after
enough,
this.
If I'm correct.
Melody can be
So they
dated today,
defend
guys.
really
It's
good.
actually pretty
Yeah,
insane.
all that going down in the blink of an eye. But
Guys, they
Gut
took the
Shield
first
going
up. Let's
Byron
freaking
Hills
go.
going out.
Migo, thank you for the
That's why
follow.
it's such a nasty combo because there's just so
All right, lock in.
much potential to keep themselves afloat. Stu, like you mentioned, untraditional, but in the middle of this map,
If they can go
does
up
typically
one
benefit
set
on
to
a 1-on-1
0,
versus Max, but the team play has just been a little
oh
bit
my.
better for Eternal. That's a
That's
great
a
start
great
for Loud.
momentum
Firecrow
boost,
gets
but
the frag
Firecrow
on the top
just-
left-hand side, so
oh.
now it's Blue Star plus some.
Yeah, I mean the Stu seems really weak on the open, but once he gets a wall, it's really dangerous because in short terms he can really do a lot of damage, right? Triple tap on any of them is pretty much a kill. So yeah, really dangerous when they step into the next wall.
Eternal, of course, benefit from this Indestructible. There's no way for Loud to get to it unless they get around that wall to destroy the speed zone. Edinho now flanking on this left-hand side, destroys all the walls in the bottom right from the teammate, just to give them a little more ability to dodge out. These sharpshooters kind of rely on the open space, and Piper
Oh, he
especially is
pulls
going
the
to benefit from
turret.
Somebody like a Byron who doesn't quite match.
Yeah, the Byron right now have the best matchup, right? Especially when she's opening.
Oh,
So yeah, he has a really good matchup. The team need him to pop off. It's a bit
Hi,
risky
Aaron.
always
How are
when
you?
you rely on a single brawler, but I mean it's working right now.
Super speed goes down.
Tap.
Motep
Oh my
has
gosh,
to use the
Motep's
super
gotta
just
get
to
out.
preserve his life. Teammate there to cover for him.
Alright,
Now
they're gonna have
super
to be
being
fragging
charged
here.
up for Gus.
They
We'll
need
see
to
if
kill.
they use that for defense, or if they enable somebody like Jubileo to go
They
on
need
the
two,
offense.
actually.
He needs a super first, though.
Yeah, it's really good how Loud adapt his gameplay to know what can work for them.
Alright,
Piper
Jubileo
just
trying to
need
work down,
follow
but he gets
the
taken out by
Byron.
the gadget from the... Oh my gosh, the Gene gadget.
Loud now, taking their time. Significant lead, 30 seconds on the clock. They're just trying to hold possession here. They don't want to keep themselves in the back heels for too long. They have to have a strong presence, work their way up, and then make sure they're not taking
Gus
down
fragging
this late game.
Firecrow.
Yeah.
Blanco.
The
Oh,
Piper-
big
that was-
tap.
yeah,
Okay,
the
they get
Piper
the
need
3-star.
to- need
They
to
just
get
need a
the kills.
Dino. They just need a Dino.
She cannot die never now. It's one kill different. They need to kill Edinho. Edinho or Jin, both are fine.
Oh my gosh, he got fragged.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
ooh,
over.
Nasty pull goes through too. Loud.
Yeah,
They
Jubileo
dropped
can't do anything
one
here.
kill there.
Ah,
But the Gene pulls
that's
at the
tough,
end of
that's
the
tough.
game. A couple extra tags go
Doing
in
well,
along
Raphael. Just watch
the
the monthly
way,
finals
so that's
here.
a beautiful bounce back there. Loud
What's
just
your stream?
never
What do you
really
mean?
felt
Raphael,
like
thank
they
you for
were
the follow.
trapped for too long. I think
Rip,
that wall
rip,
break
rip,
from
rip.
Piper made a
It's
big
okay, it's
difference
okay.
too. Just giving them kind of
It's
space
time.
to work with. Not only does it
good,
allow
Glaceon. How are
Piper
you,
to
bro?
land more shots, obviously sharpshooters love that. But
Eternal for the
Max,
win. We
it's
need
more
Eternal to clutch up here.
Now she
Last
can
set.
dance
I mean,
around
last
with
game
those
in the set.
spaceships or just the natural juking
ride.
skills to kind of avoid these tags.
Yeah, the first seconds
They need
of
to
the
cook,
game is
they need
really
to cook.
important. They need to try not to feed too much the Piper because if Piper start opening, it's really hard for them.
Oh, Jubileo's
they
walking
kinda
down.
need a
Gets the kill on
slow game
Firecrow.
To pretty much
They're
get
up,
supers
they're up star.
and avoid the other one to get super.
Piper definitely got a couple cags, but it will cost her her life. So a 2-1 lead for Eternal. The Blue Star is still something to watch out for, though. If Loud get a single frag, they can reswing. And now surging up the map as well. Jubileo just relying
want
on
Eternal to
holding
win.
on and hugging this right-hand side wall. Speed zone there to give him a little extra benefit. Coway left on an island on his low on the left-hand side. And Loud still
Alright,
continuing to play
Jubileo's wall's
this
gonna
Max
be
top
gone.
as a unit. That's a lot of times what you'll see when Gene and Max are on a team together.
They need to shout over and over, please don't feed the Piper, please don't feed the Piper, because even the Jin pull, they can dodge it, they can tank it, look, they just dodge it. But the Piper opening slowly will be a win for them.
Oh. Wow,
Nice
Motep
Byron
stays
super
alive.
there. Keep themselves afloat. And that missed super out of Kyle Dog. Now Eternal can play around that. Loud are significantly less threatening in this moment. It's going to allow Jubileo to move up on this left-hand side, give himself a little space. Eternal still haven't really climbed their way out of spawn, but Loud haven't gotten aggressive either. It's a little bit of a stalemate right now.
Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, Coway is right now.
holding the-
pretty much
Eternal has the
holding
lead right now.
two of
Can
the
they hold, though, for
Jin
45
and
seconds?
Piper. I don't really know how he's alive.
favorite team
He
out of
cannot
all the
really heal
regions?
up against a Jin, and he's touching really good against the Piper.
I would
so
say
he's
the
doing a really
most
good
I
job
want
for
to
his
see
team.
do well
Now,
this
Spider
year
is
is Crazy Raccoon.
healing.
And then
They are having a really good synergy right now,
Foot.
and that's what we need to do.
Now really going to be tested as this clock starts to dwindle away. Super available for Gus as well. We've seen the
Eternal's gaining
survivability
some
that it
pace.
can bring to a team. And Loud, I think, really starting to gear up. They're going to work their way up. Imagine this left-hand side, max speed for the final seconds. They want the closing
go.
kill.
Yeah, it's a
15
last
seconds
push.
left.
They are having everything, and they are gonna put everything.
Oh, they get a pull on.
That was really good shield. Maybe they can get a refrag.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, they got the kill! How?
Nice response from Eternal. I thought Loud were going to be able to just walk away from the situation. Instead, though, they have to move forward.
Oh my gosh, they have another kill. It's over. They
takedown
took the
for
first
Eternal
set.
as
They
well.
took the first set.
Beautifully executed. Just a situation where Loud were in full control. They waited. They gathered all their resources.
Come on.
Max speed. Gene
Come
were
on.
all at the ready for one closing moment.
Thoughts
They
on
get the
Heretics?
kill.
I mean,
Good on
good.
Eternal, though, for a nice heads-up play to be able to respond.
So you're on top, yes sir?
immediately.
Musty,
Yeah, I
how are
mean,
you?
They got the kill, but
It's good, bro, Hex.
hitting the right shots on the Jhin.
What is the max doing? Okay, you can't talk though because they're pros, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing what they need to do. It's a Dino, bro.
So you always need to take care of your healer because he cannot heal himself, especially.
They
I'm
had
really
the
looking
frag.
forward to seeing those stats. We talked a lot about how Motep and Pekka are
Den
not
thank you
playing
for the follow.
together anymore. They've been for so
Bro got the
long.
lead sign.
And I think
Yes,
we answered
sir.
the question. Motep can still perform even without Pekka at his side.
This one is
he did
the
super well,
Akatsuki.
and the Byron had the most stars in the end. I do want to see the
Time was
stats
short,
because I
Max
don't
had
know
to
if he
push
actually
regardless,
had the most
yeah.
kills as well overall. And
You
the
can say he's
underdogs
like
are
walking into shots,
now
bro.
in
He's
the
got to
lead.
go.
Sunny's happy. Are you too, Pedro?
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm
I mean,
happy.
they
I'm
just-
happy because I know Loud will not give it so easily. So for sure,
Where
I
do
don't
you get
have
your
more
own
than
name
3
on
seconds.
one?
No
What do you
3-0,
mean?
that's
Oh,
super nice. And
this
we're
one
looking
right
at the stats
here?
now. Motep did in fact
My,
have the
this
most
was
kills
actually a
on
gift
his
from the
team.
family. It was like an
Adinho,
amazing gift.
I think they wanted the Max to have a bit
How's
more
the setting
value.
going?
For
Must see,
sure,
must see.
and I
How's
mean,
the
Max
setting
isn't
going? Yeah.
necessarily built to be some aggressive top-tier killer, but alongside Gene, it's a great synergy.
What's
and
good,
it's
Raphael?
allowed
How are
them
you?
to pick the Piper as well. 'Cause
Darwin, what's good as
traditionally,
well?
Piper's not going to do well into Gene or Max, so I think it gave them a gateway to kind of do that. I just didn't feel like, especially in those in-game scenarios, I think they had an opportunity to win. They got themselves
No,
to those
no,
final
Z,
closing
no, no,
moments,
no, no.
and things just went abrupt. It was a beautiful
Just
exchange out of
content
Eternal.
creator.
I think at
Yeah.
some point, you just have to give credit where credit's
least
due.
you
They
today, yes,
really
Messi.
played that set well.
And in the end, exactly what we kind of said.
All right, what's the
beforehand,
next
played out.
set, though?
You come in with
Like,
some
what are they
new
playing
ideas. You
next
pick
here?
up the stew on Shooting Star, like the Squeak on Golden Gulch, and it works out.
Yeah, I mean, in the paper,
Take
yeah,
your time.
the Jhin Max is have much more synergy, and the Piper right you is really Jhin Piper. You put someone low,
Nice,
then Piper
Blast,
finds the
nice.
kills, then match
You
speed,
got it.
easy to pull. But to be honest, the answer of Byron healing, gas shield,
Hi, Doug. How are you?
Stu going all around was really good to stop that.
I really like to see that. Let's see if we're going to see
my
Stu once
contact's
more,
already
because on
tweaking.
this map, he was always a good pick as your mid-brawler. For the Gem Courier,
You
you
hit
want to
Lunar
have
Fame
something
today?
with not too
W.
much range on the map, like double swoosh.
Are these
because the
finals?
Gem
Not
Couriers
yet.
are actually
Semis,
quite
semis right
close.
now.
So in this one, we see a lot less of 8-bits or Pam or Pierce,
see
all
what's
of
going
those
on.
other options for Gem Courier. We see a lot of Sandy, Stu,
Who are
Janet,
in? This is
something like
Eternal
this.
versus Loud.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, IMS is in a must-ban category for me on this map for the map and mode. You're going to see it there. So immediately,
Who's winning
if
right
IMS
now?
is
Eternal
banned,
just took the
you know
first
the
set.
other team is
They're going
to
into the
have
second
that
set.
first overall pick. And this flex one that they're going to go with is Crow. I like Crow for a lot of reasons.
What's prize
I
pool?
think he can play
I
mid if
forgot
he
what
really
it is
needs to,
for
but more
monthlies.
importantly for me,
What
he
is
grants
monthly
you
prize
vision.
pool? Is it like
a lot
40,
of times he's
50K?
going to be playing that wide open
Got my
right
money on
hand lane
Eternal.
just
Hopefully
so
they
you're
win.
guaranteed
I would love to see
access
them win.
seeing who's over there at
Fire
all
for
times, because
taking
that
stress
poison
on the
damage
gym.
doesn't require
Yeah,
you
facts.
using
On the
something like a
gym.
vision gear that a lot of brothers have to use on this map.
Yeah,
first
also
pick,
in
Crow
this
double
meta now
swoosh.
you want always to have a mid that can protect itself, right? Like a
Right.
Janet that can fly, Sandy that can stun, Crow that can jump away. Yeah, the vision is really important. But I really expect
See what
to
they
have
go into
a
this.
Mortis somewhere in the Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy as mid. But actually, Sandy right now can play anywhere, right? You can hold. The vision is really
Interesting.
important. This map is all about the vision.
When the
You
series
can also
drop, I actually don't know the date.
counter it with Amber.
Does anyone know the date?
Everyone
Series
has
looks
the
way
same
too
vision,
broken though.
so,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right.
That is very true.
Hi,
Amber
Fortnite, how are you?
potentially not into
Luxy?
a Crow. I feel like Crow has the better matchup there. Shelly's gonna come out. You want
I'm
to
doing
have
well.
that close
Doug,
range.
thank you for asking,
I was
bro.
also expecting a Mortis, one of Loud's most favorite brawlers, and he's actually left open. One of the only three
March 20th?
brawlers
Okay,
from
bet.
that
I
Buffy
may
region
be
that
in
is left
Florida
open.
visiting my sister
We're now
that
looking
time,
at
but
the
we'll
next
see.
pick.
Leon meta again.
from
Leon's gonna be
Eternal,
disgusting.
and
Yeah, everyone
into
upgrade Leon
Shelly,
right
into
now, by the
Sandy.
way.
They both are
Everyone
very close
upgrade it
range.
right
You
now.
can open up the map. At
Do well,
least open
Fortnite.
up
Appreciate you.
bushes with that Amber. I think that's now a very good idea.
I think you need an anti-tank for sure somewhere. Even you have the Crow that helps, right?
They
you
opt
need like
for
a Chester
Shelly.
or a
I don't
Fight
understand.
is banned. So
Gene.
they go first for the
Interesting,
first
Gene.
pick, for the
Push
mid
M
pick.
strength and spike
So
ranks,
Crow is
you
gonna
go
be
both
lane.
of those.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
interesting. So now they need somewhere an anti-tank for sure, or a tank itself.
Yeah, do you just grab a tank? I mean, we see Shelly on this other end. I'm scared for Eternal that if they don't beef up
Buffy's our
enough,
trash add to the
that's going to
game.
give Gateway
Yeah,
to
you're right.
Loud to just
I don't know. I
They
kinda
do have that
think those are
anti-tank that
pretty
you mentioned,
cool.
because I don't think
I don't
if they
mind
had
them.
that 6th pick was just clearly going to be something really beefy just to make sure they bolster themselves and can kind of overwhelm the enemy.
And as we already mentioned, Mortis would have definitely been picked up here if Chester wasn't on the other side. It would have been such a free matchup into that Gene and Crow. Now last pick for the side of Loud. I would like to see something with a bit more range here still. Potentially no tank into that Chester.
Okay,
they're going to go with Mortis anyway. Never mind. The Chester potentially not enough, Pedro?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to the Mortis, but I did expect them to go aggro. Like
Chester's good into Mortis, though.
Or some kind of...
Nigel looks fire as well. I think Nigel looks really good, just not game-breaking like Sirius.
Do these easy pulls.
Sirius looks absolutely game-breaking. Like, that dude's
and
gonna...
we're heading into map number 2 now. Loud
they are
versus
becoming
Eternal.
more I think Nigel's, like, doesn't look too OP, but very strong.
Back foot Eternal have the potential to set up an even better
Sirius's
lead
aura,
here. 2-0 for Eternal. That would be something.
Boy, and I'd love to see it too. Just a little shake-up in this region never hurt anybody, but Loud will not go down quietly. It's going to be a Dino starting off in the mid here. You mentioned it, Pedro. Sandy can be somebody that plays the mid on this map, especially with how close it is compared to the other lanes. It really is.
Like, how do they play? It's really stacking one side. They don't even care about the right.
Yeah,
okay,
Firecracker gonna farm some super. Really weird map because
it's gonna tank, but it doesn't matter.
Every team has something that plays up for chaotic, that enjoy the chaotic, like Jhin. When you are not in a good position, it's an easy pull. Then Mortis needs to obviously do it chaotic. Shelly's gonna swap all around, break some walls. It's gonna be a really fun game.
This also changes up because now that there's a super for Gene, Sandy knows that if he oversteps, he is a goner. Motep is gonna take advantage and try and grant position. Dog there to match on the other end to dive in from Motep, but a stun there.
They have a ton of gems. Dino's got a ton of gems.
Beautifully played. A very interesting use of that super though, but we know it. Vision is so important, and now they've got positioning and the vision. Dino even dares to grab an extra gem. This is domination from Loud early.
Yeah, you're right. That's
wow.
Get
the sneak on him. Gets another super cycle.
They're doing it really good.
Can he grab these 2 gems?
At the same time, pushing together.
Chester knows he's gonna have to hold Mortis pressures.
Mortis
so he can go in and get those gems. Then secures the kill.
Shelly pushing in the side, so Sandy can grab so easy gems.
Can you grab one more? It's spawning on their side.
Great equation for Loud. Now they've got 9 gems. Hypercharge super though. Motep dives forward. Fire Pro away from his teammate. So Adinho forced into the back lines. Is Cowway there to protect them. They just need to find any axes, any semblance of control, because otherwise Loud just have 1 gem away from a countdown.
Yeah, I think Mortis will just grab it and bring it down. Maybe he dies after that, but Adinho will be able to grab it.
Alright, here we go. Spawns on their side. Adinho gets the last gem. Dog right there to defend him against.
One brawler concentrated with all the gems. They're just going to have to hold on and play defense. This allows Fire Pro space.
I don't like Eternal draft at all,
to push forward and just protect their team.
I don't like anybody's
super
draft.
There for Gene.
It's all weird.
So far,
when is series coming out? Apparently the 20th.
Just no chance. Loud with a big bounce back in game number 1.
Yeah, I think the early is really easy for Loud, right? They were going to get most of the gems. And Eternas just rely on...
This is tough for Eternal, bro. It looks like this may be a 1-1. I don't know if they can come back from this. That didn't look like
really well protected by Sandy.
Very winnable game at all.
And Mortis, so it's a tough matchup for Eternal.
Is he playing on an iPad Mini?
It looks like it was just a great Loud draft.
That's
and I think by drafting Shelly early, it almost traps Eternal into going anti-tank. If Loud wanted the Mortis, that was probably the way to do it, because now it's the other side playing a little bit of mind games. They have to force this Chester pick a little bit. The Gene is interesting. I don't feel like I see it as much in this current meta just because of how aggressive it is. Gene is somebody that doesn't do a ton of damage. Obviously can swing games with that pull, but you're not going to want to pull a Shelly. You're not going to want to pull a Mortis.
Dude, the Sandy's getting so much value in the super as well.
Yeah, Sandy, Shelly,
here comes Motep.
Gene, right now needs a lot of supports, but I don't know if any super can stop all the aggression that Shelly and Mortis give. So it's a hard matchup. The pool is not
so much pressure.
that good right now because maybe you pull the Sandy and then you have Mortis on top of you. So literally, you pull two, so it's really
Lithium.
Yeah, definitely a tough one to figure out.
Is this live right now?
Despite maybe fumbling a little earlier in this game, it's Loud who are able to reclaim all those gems. Now they've got space. Motep once again diving in, but it's not equating to kills. It gives them vision, but it's costing him his life. It's still allowing Loud.
Jubileo's like super.
I think we just
He's gonna have to hit a nasty pull in
It just feels like Loud are executing.
He's just going to have to.
Yeah, Eternal needs to also keep the super. Now they have 2 hypercharge, but they need to use it all together.
Careful.
We have been Crow jumping like 3 times.
Oh my gosh, he gets it.
Now they could.
Oh!
It's a good one.
Wait, can they take the set? Oh my god.
They did the team kill and now they need to hold it.
Great call out from Coach. They extinguish all
Why
the
live so early? Because
buttons and allows them to grab
this looks like their game
on this map. It's just Adinho doing his best, dropping a little bit of coverage for Dog, but just not a fast enough brawler to cover that distance.
Let's go. Okay, so Eternal.
Where it really felt like
can they go up 2-0 in sets?
always pushing forward. They've had these well-timed pushes to move up the map and grab these kills. Finally, though, we see that beautiful combination of Gene landing 2 nasty pulls, and then Crow's there for
Brock, maybe I can change
it. The combination is really important. The synergy is key here because they don't have too many chances. So if they wasted like magic pull alone or Crow jumping, can be devastated.
I didn't really think about it.
Once again, going to start off in the mid.
Just South America,
rotating to the left-hand side. There's those daggers going out for Crow. It's the vision that this map needs, but because they're forcing this left-hand side a lot for the red roster, allows Mortex to kind of creep forward, dashing in, doesn't charge that super in time, no, and now with the poison, will have to fail away. Thankfully, Brim, Kyodog is there to cover.
Yeah, I think they try to do it a bit chaotic again, so they can get supers and hypercharge faster, right? If the game is chaotic, it's much faster than if the game is frozen. But I don't know if that's the best idea against Amortis, though.
Chester's scanning.
Running Reckless. Maybe not the play as Adino will rotate back to the middle of the map. Mortis once again in super. Only makes a little bit of connection. Of course, Crow's going to dwindle how much healing he gets out of that exchange. Kyodog low HP. Poison will bring him to the ground. A little extra tap there.
Got 5 gems,
Eternal down, but still I feel like maintaining their lives enough where they're going to be able to scoop up all these gems.
Misses pull.
Definitely devastating, but at least they've matched the count a little more.
Yeah, well, Kyo did a really good job. He was able to push on the Chester alone. Even he was
Can they
really
secure that kill?
He pushed really good, so Jubileo could grab a couple of gems.
Can he get the kill? He does!
Oh,
he can't. I don't think he thought he was going to get that kill.
Firecrow intelligently just going to leave these behind for the traditional gem carry. Doesn't want to harbor those. That way he can get up in the enemy's face, can let loose, but doesn't have to risk giving away all the treasure.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the Jin wasting full and hypercharge again. When you know your Crow had the scene, they could have literally did the same as the previous game, and they are again playing alone. I think it's not the best. Maybe that, yeah, it's gonna be painful.
Doctor ordered a little more team play, and Eternal are going to have to figure it out here, but they're losing members fast. Jubileo left alone. Motep has a hypercharge super. And now they're almost going to have to force this.
Jubileo's got to hit a super.
Going to have to be more than enough here. Hypercharge going down. No teammates there to back him up. Left all alone. A little poison going down.
Is Shelly a good pick here?
They have to find a kill. The hypercharge super just enough, though, for Kawi to expand. Jubileo has to back away. A great bounce off.
I'm assuming they wanted it so they couldn't counter
the At least a little more even a Fire Crow, though. A great job scooping these up. Motep looking for a frag and can't quite get it.
They can't reset unless they get a kill. Hold on, they have to get a kill. They do. They do. Now they can back off and reset. Now they can back off and reset.
They have the pull, which is also a game changer. Could be a game changer.
One more gem. They just gotta hold. Firecrow coming in to put some pressure.
His jump was not the best. So
nice. Okay, they get the reset.
11-11.
Take out Kyodog gets a monster kill.
Pivotal, though. You can't afford to lose any members. Gene
Jubileo, no.
Motep there to cover. Kyodog
Jubileo's alive. Goes down.
Exchange on both sides, though. 12
oh no, he's gonna go down. They're gonna walk away with it.
For Mortis, beautiful out of Firecrow, and now walking home with 24 gems.
There's no pull unless he hits a pull somehow on a Gene.
Some kind of masterclass pull and gets 2 kills for 1 super. It's not gonna happen.
Unfortunately. It was a really good push there from Shelly at the end. Made a lot of space. So.
All right, tied 1-1 sets.
Really good in-game plays there.
Thank you, Feast, for the follow.
Just how much time they have to buy for themselves, but despite that,
Scooter, hit me up on
one observation, especially after
Firecrow emoted on them. Yeah, they
I mean, feel like, and I don't know, I'm not.
They be doing the toxic
it
stuff
almost feels like comms were maybe misaligned a little bit when they engaged. A lot of times it was either Crow going in or Gene making a pull. It wasn't a lot of let's use all of our hypercharges and do something like we see right here. This is what happens when they make a good heads-up play. Otherwise, though, kind of felt like recklessness, and I think recklessness can be good to charge those supers, but if you're going to do all that work to charge
guys, should I
steal some gems, get some kills?
It was a super interesting matchup overall because, as we already mentioned in the draft, Eternal had that double gem carrier comp on their side. Both the Crow and the Gene had gems, and that's just not really
you guys you
want to have one of those
now we have
to be able to
some
go
Brawl and Times content.
Looking at the
mini, I think it matters more. Actually, not. We want skins, and we've gotten more skins on the mini than the main. So let's go ahead and get the fire one.
Eternal, they made it
higher than 5 numbers, or a number higher than 5. Vamos.
Yeah, I mean, they proved that they could win it. Winning a game, I would say that maybe the possible to the set, right? But I think it was a problem of synergy, a problem of not competing at the same time, and wasting abilities alone.
And looking just at the draft itself,
cheers, can we get something good?
Kind of played out as we expected.
Masiak, thank you for the follow, I appreciate you.
To counter that
this is where it matters. We need the Shade skin on this.
No, I mean, because Morty played really good, he was
higher than 5.
running away.
Thank you for the 3 gold populars, Michael and Elliot, thank you for the harmony, I appreciate you.
He played basically like a Mortis, like
Laser Dame, thank you for the follow.
Dashing on their face.
All right, guys,
being
here we
able
go.
to put a lot of pressure by his
Bang.
own. So yeah, was
No,
super
500 points.
so chaotic, weak brawlers. Like even Crow
So
team
bad.
that enjoy chaotic when you
2
have so many
days to
aggro
buy
and you
these.
have
I
so
will be
much
buying
HP you
these
can
on probably the
And as you
Supercell
already
website.
predicted, we are definitely gonna see a set
How
4 now.
stupid.
This is
All
not
right,
gonna be a
guys.
close,
Stinky.
not gonna be a clear winner here in the end.
Unfortunate.
Eternal already
All right,
took that set
we're back to the
1,
games.
And we then said, well, we're probably gonna see a 1-1 in the
Posting
next
my
one, and
Twitter
exactly
tomorrow
that
if you
happened.
wanted to
It was
interested in.
close,
I don't.
though.
I probably
so
won't
now
have
we're
Time
heading
Star.
over to Painhole
I don't know, we'll
Pump,
see.
a Brawl Ball map, Kenny.
You should probably join the Discord
Loud
or hit me
Eternal?
up on
Who's gonna
Discord,
take this
Star.
one now?
I'm just going to
So you
default
got
to
4
Loud. This
splits,
feels like
that's
a game
amazing.
mode that's right up
Absolutely
their
amazing.
avenue, and it's also who I
Felix, how are you,
selected.
bro?
One thing I think, though, about this region in
You're
general,
gonna
I
be
do
for a
feel like
while now.
Loud and SKC are still going to be the top dogs, at least
Peace,
based on
Lexi.
what we're seeing through qualifiers and things like that. I think it's going to be a rockier
excited to
road.
move, Debbie.
I still feel like they're ahead.
Dude.
I don't know if it'll stay like that the entire
Hold
year.
one.
But Eternal are showing that there are teams out here
Thank you
that
so
can
much,
put up a
Emma.
fight. Heck, they might even win. We're only in set 3. But I do think this is hopeful for an SA region that haven't necessarily been given a lot of depth
I'm
or
gonna
credit
check
to
that
that depth from other regions around the world, and reasonably so. Unfortunately, SA and NA just haven't had the world's results in recent
Thank you
history
for sharing
to
the
get
live.
the same respect of an EA or an
No skins from
EMEA.
me on the main
A
two.
super
Yeah,
exciting
it is
prospect
what it is.
that
It'll be
now
like that.
finally this tier 2 scene.
All right, guys, we're in
close
set
together
3.
between themselves and
Eternal
Loud and
versus
SK Kalalas. Kind of
Loud.
similar to
We're
what we've
vote.
seen
We're.
in East
I
Asia
am
actually
personally
last
rooting for
weekend,
Eternal.
Where we also always talk
Can they
about
pull
those
this
big
third
4
set out the
teams.
bag?
And
Go
now
up
it seems
2-1.
like all of a sudden the lower tiers are coming up to
All good,
actually
Laser Dame.
compete
Good, good,
with
good.
the big guns.
you
Eternal
the follow.
definitely one of those teams that you have to keep an eye out for the next few
We're
months
getting more
as
free
well.
boxes.
Maybe
Ducky,
even
thank you
today.
for- how are
They
you,
still
bro?
have every chance to make
Are
it
we
into
getting
the
more
grand
free boxes?
finals. We're
I
heading
don't know if we're getting
into
any more free boxes.
Painful Punt.
Let's see the
with
draft.
Mortis
All right,
banned out
M,
this time
Spike,
around. Pedro,
Pierce,
Loud
B,
is
Mortis,
their
Crow,
most
ban.
picked brawler, so
First
I think
pick
you just
for
have
Eternal.
to ban him.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see to watch,
Pinhole, what do they have?
SA in Brawl Ball. I think they have a different playstyle, much more aggressive. Not necessarily the picks. Don't necessarily
What
need to
is
go
their- I think they go
this
comfort, like, what
Mortis
they're good
or Mina that they do, right?
Yeah,
But
Mina.
also they
Mina, there we go,
Also
Mina.
always try these risky goals, these fancy goals that in
DC ain't working.
in
Can
EMEA
one of
we
the
are
mods
more
pin the Discord, please? Pin a new link.
traditional. We
Los,
try
thank
not
you for the
to waste so much supers on shots or whatever when you think
25,
you will
25,
have
my grand, let's go.
so many chances to score, and it's always fun to watch it.
We try to play passive, we corner the ball. That's just
Exactly,
what we
exactly,
do in
yeah.
the NBA.
But if you're winning, and that's ultimately all that matters. Mina, that first overall
Otis.
pick.
They go Otis
goes
to the
through,
Mina.
which makes me think,
Sir.
especially considering the ban stage escape,
I
I
feel like
wonder
they
if
could go like
comes in here
Frank.
at a 2-3 turn just to
Did he just
secure
say
it
Frank?
a little bit early.
I think they could go
Kenji's
Frank.
somebody that you're pointing at me that might come up as well, so I'll trust you on that, Coach. Let's see what happens here.
I think
Shall we?
Kenji is a strong pick against Mina. Put a lot of
Kenji
pressure
could go too.
in these
Mortis
maps.
is
You always
banned.
need
Kenji, Frank.
something to make space, right? Space is everything in Brawl Ball, especially in this map. So, yeah, I mean, I expect the Kenji.
It's all about mate control and then like Pinhole
Frank, they go
Punt.
with the Frank.
is coming in here. I definitely
Coach expected the
this game
Kenji,
to
but they
come.
go with the
Spike
Frank.
and ends are banned out
good,
here.
Metacam.
Mortis as well. So the next best Buffy brawler definitely
Poco.
Frank. He would love to pair
Poco
him with a
for-
Poco. That's
Oh,
not
the
gonna be
Navi, they were ready
possible
for
now
that.
when Shelly
They
comes
go
in
Poco
as the
Shelly.
last pick. A brawler
Poco's
that
gadget
I've already
cancels the
mentioned,
stun.
You have to play her on a map
Does
like
nothing.
This one. Mid controls everything and
Deletes
into
Otis.
a
Otis
Frank.
and
You
Frank's
only really have
supers are
Shelly
useless to the
be
Poco.
able to deal enough damage to
In the
get rid
team
of
now.
him.
Yeah, now you need a lot of damage to control the mid. Biggest ban that could be a really good
So
pick.
what do they go into this?
Meg could be seen. Maybe you miss a bit of
Yeah, B,
damage,
but I don't know.
You need something
Not to
because
a Mina.
Poco and Mina Shield is gonna grant that mid for sure.
Meg, they go for
Whoa.
Meg.
Big pull out
Let's
of
see.
you. That was nice. I mean, that's gotta be. You know, you've got superpower, young man. That's a
Congrats. What you
crazy
mean? What
pull
you
out of
mean,
you.
bro?
You couldn't
with
see it,
Meg.
but when I say Meg, they both look at me like super
Well,
strange.
it's just unusual,
what
but the
happened to
fact that
Ellie?
you not only like named the 6-pick brawler there, you also named like an
Ellie's a
unusual
mod.
brawler that doesn't traditionally
Yeah,
show on the
yeah,
map. Round of applause for me.
All right, guys,
Where
I'm
on
curious
your
to see how
list
this
does she
plays out.
actually show?
Los, thank you for the
was
harmony.
there.
I didn't say that.
She was.
There. He has the stats, he has the brains.
Prestige Otis,
Pedro
great baller,
is
yeah,
drafting
absolutely.
for Loud secretly,
Loud,
and we
loud,
just
loud,
figured it
loud.
out
Like the Otis
live
pick?
on
Yeah,
stream.
the Otis is a strong first pick.
We're now heading into our next map. I'm super
Should've done even
excited
the
if
dedicated
Eternal
for
can
position. Oh my
continue
gosh, that's
as
amazing.
strong as they've been. They
Way
might
to go.
not have won the last set, but they made it super close.
I didn't see
Excellent
that.
work, partner. We'll be kicking off here with Frank dueling with Mina on this left-hand
Poco's
side.
eyeball, but they picked the Poco after Laser Dame, that's why. They countered with the
middle
Poco.
of the map. Adinho
It
holding
was a
on
great
to the
counter.
super.
But look,
Patient
it's not even
gameplay
mattering,
out
though.
loud.
They're
You see
still
this a lot
walking
of time in
down.
Brawl Ball. They're not just going to be hyper-aggressive. They're going to make sure they
Jubileo
make
gets a
sure
good
that
super
they
in
get a
trades.
goal. And especially now that they've lost lost. Frank
probably halfway. I think he's halfway to that.
Yeah, I think in these comps you have brawlers that fight for the mid a lot, so it's really important to see the first seconds, especially because we need to know where.
Oh my
what
gosh!
is the
No,
bounce,
no, no! The
If
Meg
bounce
is
are not
terrorizing.
aggressive,
The Meg is
Frank is on the opposite
terrorizing.
side, for example, Frank can push a lot on the side, and
That's a goal.
by the way, that was insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, coach's Meg pick really paid dividends here early. Several hypercharged swings.
I
of
did
the
not
fat
think the
Coyote
Meg would
Dog
be enough.
equates
But
to a
you're
lot of
right.
kills.
They don't have
Jubileo now on the
DPS, like
right-hand
long-range
side, just
DPS.
trying to branch out, but it's Loud being very oppressive here in this early game. Eternal clustering up together, relying on those heroes. Now Kawe expands, super shot to back them down as Coyote Dog has not been removed from the monster truck yet. That's something they have to see. They need Meg to be brought down to a P share.
Yeah, they need to put a lot because they have a lot of HP between Coyote Dog and Edinho, and if they don't focus the same guy, they're not gonna have damage enough
Get a
to
goal here.
put them
We
down.
get the pass through. Copper's
Nice
able to
pass
score.
there,
Let's
and of
go.
course, with the little bitty pistol, just
run.
can't do enough damage. Doesn't have a super to equate to something like we saw earlier from that hypercharge. So all of a sudden,
All right, Coyote Dog
Eternal
pops
equalized.
hyper. Mina pops
They get the
hyper.
swing,
Jubileo doesn't
but
hit
no
much.
contact. Coyote Dog doesn't even
They
get a
both
single
whiff.
out of the interaction. It's just going to be backed off.
Move
And
the
now
camera
this
down.
Hypercharge super. Shields going down. Kawe able to remove himself in the middle of the map.
nice. He's super
Jubileo
flipping.
dancing,
Jubileo
Loud
dodges out.
dribbling. Each side just trying to find
Probably taking a lot
advantage.
of
No
damage.
numbers have been
Think of
lost
the
yet.
foul. Left X. Left pay.
We can see how important are the hypercharges. We have seen
Oh no.
basically right now, like I think 5 hypercharge missing, or you said without hitting the super. That is really important. We can see how the top players really respect those abilities, right?
Alright, Mina's
When
gotta
you
make
see
some space.
Mina without super pressing the purple button, it's really important to feed when Otis comes. Also, the shield from Mina is really important. Yeah,
Thank you
it's
for the
really
follow,
important
Hard.
they manage all
And
these
Jimmy.
abilities.
Appreciate you guys.
Whiff there coming out of Jubileo, and now he's going to be
WJHD.
stunned. Oh, but that's a nice gadget coming out of Motep, so a creative
Edinho's
use out of it,
goated, yeah,
but it's
no, he's
Loud.
really good.
With the numbers, unfortunately for them, they don't have the positioning to go for this ball.
They're
It's
all
currently
really good.
positioned on that top right-hand side. How do you see overtime kind
All right,
of playing out?
OT. Who wins
Yeah,
OT? I think.
I see the blue team with
I think
so
we are
many
Loud.
hypercharges and the red so close to them.
Oh,
and it's
no,
they
it's-
manage this.
The gadget. The gadget. Come
Shield
on.
Going down to protect themselves.
He had it in time.
Jubileo, cleanup crew, able to move down this right side of the map.
It's tough,
Using
though. They can't really
whatever
push up
left of the extra buttons there from Shelly. But once again, back down. This Meg has just been a force to be reckoned with. Really oppressive up the middle of this map. It's got good DPS, solid amount of HP. Eternal leave the ball up top. They're gaining positioning, but without that ball, they certainly can't score.
Yeah, I mean they are going for the tie, right? They sold themselves. They don't want to. They think they are not going to win on open, and they are just playing safe, trying to tie, and then they have probably a better strat for the next game.
The Wilds
Trying to get
the
some
lead.
value.
They know that
Can't
Eternal
get much.
will not
Coyote
play
Dog's gotta
this,
get
so
super
they
back.
just
He
get
does.
aggressive.
Jubileo's W King and ends up getting the
This is
kill.
good for them, though. Meg does not get back into
Thank you
that
for follow,
construct.
JHG.
Instead, she dies.
Gaven.
Now Jubileo
SK
getting
forever.
a little more
Missing only
antsy. Let's
20
see if they
right?
bring this ball up. Yes, they do. They are going for it. Fat splatter on the ground, but Eternal need to be careful. I think gonna assess
It's
the
all here,
situation
it's all here. It's
and
a
make
draw?
sure that they don't just give this
They
ball
just
to
corner
Loud.
and draw.
They're gonna put that ball right back in the corner. Play for these 2 seconds on to the next
Okay.
round. Just like you said, this is not your traditional.
No, I'm
overtime
hoping for,
competition. All
Eternal,
those walls
Eternal.
go
Those are the
down.
boys,
They
those are
need
the
that
boys.
close range interaction.
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know anyone on
I
the
think it was
actual
risky
team, but,
to grab the
I
ball
got
right
homies
when
at
you have a
Eternal.
plan not to
Yeah.
grab it. Yes, because
JHG, thanks for the
someone
GG and the
coming
Hermie. I
back
appreciate
to grab
you,
the ball make you lose a lot of pressure.
Loud, bro.
And it's
I
really
don't
important
hate
to-
Loud
to-
at
that the
all.
whole
It's just
team
I've
stick to
got
the same
friends
plan.
that like are in
Also,
the
we saw
Eternal
so
org.
many hypercharges and so many.
It's a homie
hypercharges
pick.
missing.
Hate me,
I hope
hate
we don't
me
see
if you
that this
want.
game.
Hate me if you want. All right,
Because
you
they
guys have
a
your
lot of HP,
opinions.
so they feed a lot, and we can expect a lot of supers.
After Coyote Dog's pop-off play, a lot of misses, and
Why not
honestly
Sprout
for
pick
both
instead,
ends, it
Meg?
hasn't
What?
been perfect. It's been scrappy, but that's what we love about South America. Despite the chaos, we always get some big-time plays. After all that hard work, the ball's only moved about 2 inches. Coyote Dog still remaining in the mid. All the reinforcements coming
Loud to
back.
win. Yeah,
Now
fair.
bouncing up to that
That's
left-hand
fair.
side.
No, that's like
for
honestly
Dino
what
on the
everyone else
right-hand end to
predicted
create
as
some
well.
space.
Yeah, they have all the pressure. They're gonna try to go for the goal here.
Yeah, try to
Shelly's
play like
coming.
that,
Maybe
yeah.
can do an insane play.
Unfortunate. It's looking like a
Let's
goal
see if
for
we
sure.
can see something.
Nah.
It's gonna be a goal.
No
Oh
chance
no,
there.
looks like Eternal's about to
Plenty
be
of health
going
points to
down.
go around for Loud. All 3 members standing tall. It's one of the beauties of Meg as well. It has a decent amount of HP. It does a ton of DPS, but ultimately it has 2 lives. There's a swing that absolutely did not miss. Now a purple button being popped for Coyote Dog. Adino will activate one of his own. Noise-canceling headphones going down. Super being activated just to ensure he can get this off for free. Another takedown. Eternal just rotating brawlers right now. Loud, though, just up in their faces, in their grill,
Pass.
nowhere to walk. That's a big pushback from Kawe. They're doing
Cover.
everything as possible
No.
to try and prevent this goal, but it's
All right,
not
all right, bro.
enough. Loud will take the game.
Still a few misses there. Like the Frank couldn't time really good the white shield.
You're getting tracked by
They miss a few supers also. I mean,
What's going on with this?
I'm surprised.
Yeah, just a little sloppy. Not what you're used to seeing out of this
No
level
problem,
of
2017.
competition.
Yeah, I mean,
Loud
I
and
don't
Monster
expect
sure
this
are
kind
doing
of
good.
players.
They are doing good. Loud is
Also,
very
they
good.
Maybe they don't need it. We saw that.
They got to
right,
lock
but
in for this
was
next set.
surprised.
Oh, it's
Not
first to 2
perfect,
wins regardless.
nonetheless. Loud managed to squeak by with the win there. Dino already weak in this interaction on the right hand. And Mina and Frank have been battling back and forth in these early games. Now Motep rotates to that left-hand side. He doesn't do enough damage, though, into something like an Otis, so he'll need Mac-up. We see Jubileo rotate over to this left-hand side. Coway up in the face of Kyodog does go down as he explodes out of that mech. He's got a little pistol. Then from Motep, squares him in the face, but a heal will go down to preserve his
going
life.
in for it.
Yeah, Coway with that Shelly now, he's trying to
Jubileo.
follow a bit more the matchup, which should be Frank, right? You would suffer a lot against a Nautilus or a mech, so you need to look for the Frank all the time. And if you are able to hold the Frank, that is probably the one that is going to put more pressure. Not more damage, but more pressure because of his HP, right? You should have a easy game.
Ball back in Loud's hands. Hurricane of Violence going down is going to allow for them to get a kill. Frank just swinging wildly. Hammer
Cobra got caught.
Shelly's face as well. Firecrow with an easy waltz
Maybe
forward.
Ziggy, guys.
Loud
No,
strike first
not
in
a
game
thrower
number 2.
here.
Eternal just haven't
Not
found
a
a way
thrower
to knock one in
here.
the net yet.
Yeah, I mean, we see Loud now learning from the mistakes, knowing where to put each matchup, running away.
Right now, throwers are not meta like almost at all
realizing
for
that's
pros.
happening, right? And they are
Too
not
many
really
assassins
following
and
the
break
matchup that they should.
walls or wall break
Despite
and
Loud
things
with
that
an
counter them.
explosive start right there, they're not able to squeeze one into the goal.
It's hard for
Eternal
them.
dribbling
It's like a
right-hand
six-pick,
side. Kyodog
and it's
low
very
HP will fall
specific.
back to the shallow side and allow a Dino to expand.
specific.
Flashing that super putt. Dino not baited quite yet, though. Super in hand, ball in hand as well. And
Gadget.
Jubileo receives a ton of heals. A perfectly timed windmill gadget drags in both.
Oh my gosh, that's
Poco
super.
can get follow-up shots. He's not a damage dealer.
No, I mean, that was a good synergy to keep the Mina alive, making a lot of time and a lot of damage, but was not enough.
Yeah, Otis useless.
Now
with the
Motep.
gadget.
Gonna have to rely on this super too. Yeah, maybe an opportunity there,
No
right?
thrower stopping
Yeah, we
that.
saw, I think, I'm not wrong, I saw Otis missing Hyper Super again. I mean, I don't know what's happening to these guys today.
Not traditional Loud gameplay. It's sloppy, it's unorthodox, and now with a super pass over, Jubileo can dump this ball. Oh, that would have been nasty.
that was a good
One
idea.
regular shot away from getting to the other side. That would have been filthy. Now 20 seconds on the clock.
20
It's looking
seconds, I don't
scary
think
for
they can get this
Eternal.
Now it's open, now Mech has an insane matchup, right? That they need to push, they need no bushes, no walls. They just need to hold, they need to freeze. They
Can
need to
Jubileo pull something off?
die. They don't have the ball,
Oh,
they
no.
don't get the goal.
Hypercharge, it's
you
a-
get the
oh.
game.
Loud using all of their hypercharges just to play defense. Kyodog pulls an SK Classic, and after all the misplays, it's going to make
Dang.
Coach Pedro just a little prouder. It's going to be Loud taking a
good
2-1
reminisce.
lead. Much better stuff towards the end of that game.
First pick or
Yeah,
last?
I mean, they prove that they understand.
Depends
the
on
game,
map, but
I mean,
usually last pick.
the games go, they understand the play style, they understand what they need to do, where
Otis
they need to
trolling.
put the Frank, where they need to put the Meg. They did it, and I feel like
Meg and
I
Frank
think
are
they
carrying
were
them,
not
but they have
ready
free
to
games. Not Frank, but
Just felt like the
Meg has a free
game plan
game
wasn't
and
quite
Frank
coherent
is just
enough.
Frank.
I don't know if the
Counters
Meg
Mina
caught
as
them off guard
well.
a little
The
bit
only
at
thing
end
that
there, and
they-
Frank's was just
that
enough.
Eternal had to
I
counter
like
that was the
Poco on this
Poco
map, but one of
gadget.
the issues I find myself frequently running into watching professionals at this level is if you're not putting out enough output of damage
Like, look at
compared to
that.
the enemy team, if Frank's getting too much, if Meg's too much,
Looks like
there's
he can
only
rank
so
Masters
many
one.
heals that can go around. He is a group healer. But if your team's spaced out across the floor, if Mina
Thank
and
you,
Shelly aren't perfectly next to you, it's just really
Oh, I
hard to
haven't
get
read this.
maximum value.
And I feel like
Is
that
it
was
Dina here?
exactly the problem. If you get Poco on your team, but you're missing
Sure,
out
hold
on
on. Yeah,
Frank,
whole thing,
you're
whole
not
thing,
going to have
Scooter.
enough DPS to actually
Go
take
Eternal,
him
go
down.
Eternal.
We look
They
at
need to take the
kills
set,
here,
guys.
And yes, it's not about kills in this game mode, but they were barely alive on the
How do we
right
get
hand
a tie?
side.
I mean, that's crazy.
Like,
It is
honestly,
actually
Jubileo
crazy.
did
Kawe did a
well for the
phenomenal
comp
job,
that he was
Jubileo as
playing.
well, at just pushing them back, creating a lot of pressure, even if their teammate was down. So
By
they
the way, let's show
basically
in the
played
background,
a
we always
2v3 at times and were able to still get the best out of those situations. But
M's on
for
300
here,
trophies,
the
which
draft
means-
was definitely on the side of Loud. And despite them missing a couple of hypercharges, they came out on top.
I mean, that gives
Is that all?
Loud
No.
even more
That's not
reason
all.
to
We got a
say
ton.
that they have the
There's
best
still
draft,
so
right?
much.
They miss so many supers. The Otis, I think, miss every hyper, and they still won. I think he missed every hyper. I think he missed every hyper, and a couple normal supers.
Let's get a fact
Is
check
he
on
saying that, like-
yeah, if he did, that's very unfortunate.
Some of the
I don't
need
even
to
think
say
it
that some
matters,
of
though.
the
It doesn't
miss
matter
was,
if the Otis
a bit
hits
of
that
play
supers
from
or
Mina
hypers,
Shield,
bro.
but
Like, the Poco
Nonetheless,
just gadgets
that's
and they're
good.
all useless.
We do
Star,
see
thank
that
you for the
both
follow.
of those teams
Cowdog,
are
low-key
playing
clutch
together in the
sometimes.
same spot, and
Yeah.
Kawi and Motep are actually
R,
living
thank you for the follow.
together since a whole year already, which is super interesting. Last year they weren't on the same roster. Now they are. They can finally
Thank you guys
also
for the
talk
follows.
about their
Appreciate you.
matches after they've happened in the kitchen. Hey bro, we could have done that better, or hey, we are the champions. They still have the chance to make it to the grand finals and become champions, Kenny.
At least the
What's
mood's
the
the,
next
same.
map?
I mean, imagine like one of
Those
your
literally
bros
amaze
just
you?
popped
Yeah,
off at
same.
the tournament of his
Every
life,
day.
and the other
Realistic,
guy
thank
is
you for
like
the
the
follow.
one that
They're
he
so
beat.
good.
I
They're
mean,
so
like,
good.
I don't know how
Last
that
year,
synergy
I
goes
met.
down, but this year we're riding or dying together. Either we're having a terrible day or we're having an awesome day. Gotta love it.
And I hope they still have an awesome day, even if this does not work out in their favor. They still made it into the semis. Many people didn't believe they could even
Loud is winning this. Chill. I'm voting for ETN. For Eternal, bro.
Team in the region last year. We're now heading into Bell's Rock potential.
Hey, I love me some knockout. I love me some knockout, guys. Let's ride. They go Rico. Rico was left open here.
Down the mid lane.
All right, bro.
Really excited to
you gotta break some walls, bro. You can't give them that value.
Rock and Gray as well, so they're making sure on the other side we have nothing to open up the map.
Yeah, I think you can always.
What do you have? Colt. You got Colt to break. You got Griff is a niche, but like nah. Who wants to go that?
Like
Stu can break.
I've heard so many Ricos that say that
we've been seeing some Stu gameplay. Maybe they go that.
Also, Grom can be not a problem.
They go for the Mina. Mina's not bad into Rico. And Gus, you can't let this. They're so fast. Oh my gosh, they're picking so fast.
Didn't bring them any luck on the previous set. Let's see
how
it goes down in this one.
They had this plan.
Now that they've got the Brock and the Gray out of the way, a lot of those wall break options are gone, so this is going to give all you need to your time. Now Rico's got more walls to stay up. I mean, are there any like standout ways to kind of deal with a composition like this? Because Ollie's not as traditional as he used to be. He still shows up, but what are teams doing to combat him? Why isn't he showing us as much recently?
I think it's a really good tool to stop all the aggression because you can still work around the wall.
Nah.
And
Spike.
And you are able
Spike was open. Oh my gosh, go Spike.
Okay,
yeah, that can stop.
Like
stop the Ollie, but they have no wall break for the Rico. Rico has free game. So they first pick Rico and somehow still give Rico free games.
Yeah.
They gotta break walls.
They're gonna go with damage here. Spike definitely could choose into that Ollie Max comp. And this is actually the first time I think we're not seeing RT on Knockout today. Heading into this match, it could be the last one. Loud could close it out here, moving to the grand finals. But Eternal has something to say still. They showed us some great
You play this too and have a job.
If they have draft here, they can definitely win. But Pedro, how is their draft?
I think both teams are gonna. I mean, the blue team kind of need to hold until late game, try to get the supers, especially with Max. Probably at some point you will be able to give hyper to your allies, so we get super.
Gus is just gonna have to peek.
Late game, I would say it's for them.
Keep Kyodog back, not even push him.
Team have a bit
like
more
just
range,
keep him back.
Jubileo
can work up on a Dino eventually.
And hopefully get a kill before they toxic. Come on.
Yeah, the longer this drags out, the closer Fire Crow gets to a super, and Hypnosis is a huge factor, especially when everybody has one life. If Fire Crow gets one Hypnotize off on you, it's free shots. These pros aren't going to miss as easily as they did in something like Brawl Ball.
Yeah, I couldn't see if he used a gadget already, but it's really important for the red team to know what gadget Fire Crow is using, right? If he's using Jump or if he's using Control, it's completely different.
I don't think he's
to approach,
either,
and yeah, that's really important.
Oh no, Cover's gone.
Coway, a goner for this world. Now Jubileo marching up the map. Knows if they even want a chance at this, they have to get aggressive now. At a bare minimum, he's going to get his super out of the exchange because Motep also going to fall. These Rico shots are filthy,
this doesn't
especially
look
with all these walls remaining up. It's just a Rico playground.
Yeah, it was very interesting in the draft because the Spike was the last pick, if I'm not wrong. So they have Mina and Gas, and they need to find something to stop both the Ollie and the Rico. And I think they forgot the Rico, and the Rico's having the game of his life.
Yeah, now Tank Trade is going to allow Ollie to charge back up too, so they've given him a hyper charge just off of landing shots. What a ironic punishment. You're landing your shots and you're feeding the enemy team a super. Kyodog, though, in trouble. Now
oh, nice. They get a pick. Let's go.
Beautifully played off of that. They use everything, though. Oh, and even
come on.
Not enough. Eternal get away with one there.
Yeah, it was surprising. The synergy, they got both the Spike and the Mina from far away. Pinched Rico really good. Spike super on top. Then Mina come with a shield. He can come aggressive because he has the shield right to run away later, and they did a really good kill. I don't know if they can do it again. No.
Kyodog relying on this left-hand side.
Bro, the Rico's so annoying. Oh, the Rico hyper. No. Great gadget, Jubileo.
Still weak on that top left-hand side. You can see a purple spike. That means his damage gear has been activated.
What a super!
Jubileo, it's a
oh my gosh.
Motep on the right-hand side for the
One
flame.
more. Come on!
That Kyodog can operate off of.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does, Brock. It's over for Eternal. No, it's not. Let's go.
There in that round number 2.
Come on, bro.
Round 3, they played around that Rico super. Getting that gadget down and Spike surviving was crucial.
Yeah, I think the Loud team is trying to get the win too early.
I can't believe
they
won
just need to hold. The Spike will not be
lock in.
Mina either. Just put
still another set or another game.
Contribute to the game, and then just wait for late game, right? You will get supers, Spike should not, maybe Gas get it, Mina should not, so you will have more abilities for the end game if you just hold a bit.
So Loud might require a little more patience if they want to come away with this one. They do have an Ollie, but right now they're feeling a full force of red. moving its way up the middle of the map. Adinho does have speed, so they can use this if they need to get themselves out of a pinch. A lot of the times, this is to shift the momentum, just to move them up the map, overwhelm the enemy a bit, and it is going to grab them.
Good taps by Gus.
Yeah, they're not going to spot now. They just need to hold here.
Nice, Gus. Well, he didn't have Cookie. He didn't have Cookie.
Get the HP back, then probably Matt will get the speed for late game, and they just push.
Dude, why didn't he just Cookie?
Now they have several of these spooky ghosts up the middle of the map too, so Loud's not going to be able to easily march up the middle. It's going to be a gadget on that left-hand side. Buys Jubileo a little bit of time. Oh, look at the tornado go down. It's devastating. Firecrow can't even use the hypnosis that he required. Nice. Kyodog doesn't land shots. Motep connects. Adinho left all alone.
This may be tied up 2-2.
Yeah, to be honest, I can see the Motep having a lot of value, right? He range all of them. Even though Spike and Mina are not hitting too many shots, just putting them all together on the mid, and Gus is just tapping.
Right, charging up a super as well. Life plant down just to provide a meat shield. A little extra health points in the category for the red roster. Motep, long range, trying to land some shots on Adinho. It's been in this constant battle over the years of Brawl Stars. Long range sharpshooters into somebody like Max. If you're shifty enough, Max can get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are using the speed too early, right? They just need to hold for the opportunity in this case when they push just speed, so they get a bit scared and they just come back.
Oh, they get a good... Cookie doesn't take him out. Kyodog's running the heal gadget. Gets tapped 2 more times. Motep uses super.
Right-hand side. Left all alone. Kyodog weak, can't be there.
They're gonna have to push out Firecrow together.
Hypercharged super ready to go. Loud, I think, are gonna play around this. Late for these closing scenarios. They immediately delete a life plant. They need to start connecting with brawlers. Bounce shots everywhere.
Use this hyper from Kyle.
Without a great super, Coway there to survive a little bit longer. Firecrow, 11,000 health points on that top right-hand side. Now
Jubileo gets an amazing
connects. 2v2 situation as Motep and Jubileo play these outside lanes. Firecrow encroaching. Bounce shot from Motep. A beautiful super will force.
Oh my gosh, bro! What?
Yeah, again, I think
how are they doing this, bro?
The aggression, right?
Marco, thank you for the follow. Byron, thank you for the follow. Holy Eternal! Come on, bro. Tied 2-2 sets, boys and girls.
It's much easier to hit some shot.
My lord, my
so
lord.
Wrong.
Can they beat Loud?
Loud don't have a flawed draft in this situation. You feel like they have a good start. It's just entirely on the strategy. You want to see the Ollie wait to these in-games. You want to see them use a max super, maybe Ollie combination, or at a bare minimum, just start making some tags with this Kyodog super, right? I feel like it was just a lot of wasted opportunities.
I just miss a bit of patience there.
Okay.
This is crazy.
I thought it's so funny. Pedro,
Esta es la final? No, not yet. Semis. Kevin. Crazy match? Absolutely crazy match. Are we doing streams? No.
In that moment, he dies because of a Mina ult combined with Spike.
Ollie's pick is kind of eh. I don't know. I mean, it's dude, they're pros. Like, you can't even really hate on them, you know? It is what it is. They know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Let's go Eternal. Let's go SK.
It is a tough.
I mess with SK too. SK is pretty chill.
Ray,
thank you for the follow.
Comes a lot of responsibility.
All right, what's set? What's set 5? What is set 5?
All the time, just Ollie on Mina, Max on Spike, and Max on Jhin on Gus, and just the Rico running away from the Gus that was the only one that was putting him low, so they need to retreat. And I don't know.
Real
I
loss,
think
bro.
they
Do I have to try and game? Yeah, I mean, they
didn't work together, knowing the stage of the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Ollie also didn't have the greatest of showings in this match. They definitely wanted him to have a bit more value. I wonder if it would have been better.
Yeah, I feel like the Ollie just didn't play it well. I don't know if it was the worst pick.
Talked about before,
I think that Ollie needed to get more value out of his utility.
He's a bit more of a flex brawler. Super good at the beginning, but also in the end. Ollie just kind of had to wait things out, and they got pressure back again and again because in the early game they couldn't really do much with that Ollie.
Yeah, it just felt like a lot of good choices, not great execution. I really do feel like they play around the Ollie a little bit more for those in-game situations. I mean, Hypnosis is essentially free kills. Easier said than done, obviously. I'm not going to take away. Like, obviously, Eternal played that well, are a great team. I felt like there were a lot of misconnections there. I felt like I wasn't seeing enough Rico shots grab kills. It was just
this isn't a good look for Loud. I'm not gonna lie,
to move the enemies
Why
back,
am I watching this? What is that kind of question? Is that Luki? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Gadget from Mina in a really strong way, and it allowed Rico, that first overall pick, I believe, to be neutralized. And if Rico in a map that should be having a heyday isn't, I think that's the biggest compliment to a team. Eternal really handled it well.
We're now heading over to Safe Zone, and I'm going to make a very bold statement here, Pedro. So far, we've said Loud can win if there's the better draft despite missing a lot of those hyper.
Alright, it's boring if you don't like
Now, in the
watching
last set, they didn't have
but,
draft.
I mean, I can see how
at
you-
least
how
not
you
as
think that, but
convincingly, and they lost.
to a lot
it
of people,
again.
you know, it's really entertaining.
Yeah, of course. I mean, for me, they have the draft, not
Who's
super,
best to this
super
map?
crazy,
Depends
but
on
they
the
have
draft, but
and they
damage.
did some
Sure,
small
you have enough
mistakes.
damage
And
for
of course,
safe, so they first pick Crow. I think
Eternal
I
was
think
really
Loud
good
just
at
really
punish
likes
it,
Crow.
really good at don't making mistakes, but they didn't do too
I
many.
can see.
And yeah, you can see
what do
that
they
at this
need?
level,
They need some
small
sort of
mistakes
range in him
is-
or something like
it sets.
assassin. I
Safe
wouldn't
zone,
go like.
it's up
prevents
now,
them from
and
going
Citro immediately first
things
pick. I
like
love to see that.
Kaze.
Again, a lot of damage potential. We talked about those water brawlers before. Angelo is banned out, so Eve is the next best option here. Also in this
Monkey
map,
is on the
we
table
talked
as
about
well,
it a lot.
Nico's
Of Bridge
open.
to far safe zone also has
good for
this
damage, but
water,
it's hard to take
and
that enemy with
in
their
the past
wear,
you
but
were
like
able
last
to
pick,
also break
if it
open the
makes sense
right-hand
here.
side lane. It was the Colt and Rico map. Now where you can't break open the right-hand side, is playing something like an Eve definitely
Serpent.
comes
Amber's
in
banned.
handy. Eternal now with their second pick. First they'll need something
Brock.
for mid. Brock is going to
Okay.
come in here to break open the map a little bit, and he's pretty good to hold down his mid lane.
Interesting.
Common
draft.
culprit on this map for high safe damage too is somebody
What
like
are
a
they
Melody,
out?
so especially with Chuck's
Something
gone,
like a
we're
Carl
kind of
maybe?
running out of those natural.
They go for
all-aggression
Kaze. They
brawlers.
take
This
the
is certainly
Kaze.
one of them that's
In
gonna
the
be
Byron. Wow,
half
dude,
playing
Loud has
away,
their
but
drafts
half
down. They
playing
know
away
exactly
to
what
get to the
they're
high
doing
safe
before they
damage.
do it.
Crow has an easy
Like-
jump. Byron there is basically just
Junior,
going
thank you
to
for the follow.
instigate health points.
Did we hit
He's trying
10K?
to feed his two brawlers to
Did we
make
hit
sure that
10K?
they can keep crossing deep into enemy territory.
Hey,
we have two
10K! Thank you guys so
the
much.
blue team that
Let's
is
go.
very basic.
Nicola,
Sniper
thank you
in
for the
the
2
mid,
lightnings.
aggro on
Let's
the
go,
lane,
10K.
defender lane, right? Basic, classic.
All right, now we have
Come to
10K
the
on
line. We could see that.
the
Just where
red
you like it,
platform
right?
and
That's
CT.
really like it. And we have a lot
Let's
of
go.
aggression on the other side. We have.
Thank you so much.
Brock
Junior, you were the
and
10K.
Evie that
W
insane
you,
amount
bro.
of damage. And
W
you have-
everybody
even
that's
in the
followed. Thank you so much.
defensive
Milky,
lane,
thank you
which
for
is
the
the
follow.
right, you have the Evie that can
Casey,
cover
thank you
because
for
he
the follow.
can walk
Think
over
Loud
the
lost
water,
draft. What
on
did
the
they take
water,
last
so
pick? Hold on, I didn't even see.
We can see it's
Yeah, let's
two
see, let's see.
different. If the red team managed to put a good turret and a good aggression.
Wait, why did I think this was
do
what's that
insane
map
amount
with the
of
bushes in
damage
the middle?
So little time.
Loud have been at the top of
I
this
did
region
not think this
for a
was-
long time. Now running it back for a 3rd year in a row. But already in month number 1 of our 2026 season, Eternal challenging them. Drag them all the way to a
The
set
8-bit pick is
5
crazy.
to even give themselves a chance at a grand final. Motep, somebody that looking to prove himself as a top tier player. Boy, would it be a way to put himself at the top of the region by beating number 1.
I think I just saw
Kaze gets super down,
Brock
getting some
jumping into a catheter.
Drogato, thank you for the follow.
That was insane. And he
Chuck, thank you for the
goes
follow.
out with
Artie,
a
thank you
lot
for the
of
follow.
damage because of
Hayden,
that.
thank you for the follow. Thank you
I
guys so
mean,
much.
it's really good that you need to kind of do this kind of
Such an
skill
honor,
move,
yes, sir.
risky
Thank
move
you.
to make the difference, and that
We're gonna win for
works.
sure. Well, hold on, don't say anything yet. Let's see.
Early pacing has been rather quick. Both of these teams not shying away from dealing damage. Now Kawe, well established.
Here
with
comes
the start
Firecrow with the
Fire
hyper.
Pro,
He's gonna get some
even
good crits on
dropping a
save.
hyper
Uh-oh,
charge
this
down.
is
I
not
think
good.
fully counting on maybe cycling
Oh my
that
gosh,
super,
he
which
gets the
he
kill
does.
2-1 Jubileo.
Puts it
Oh,
down.
and the super
Look at
down.
this. A perfect drop. The edge of that circle, if it is crossing onto the high safe, will do damage.
Not
He's
looking
about
pretty, chat.
1500 HP
Okay,
every
hold on.
time it
Jubileo does get a
He's,
hyper
though,
super
able
down.
to
Can they get some?
establish a turret
Can they
of
even
row.
this game
Now
out?
all
It's
the
good
little
kill on
spawners
Firecrow.
are going to be pests at Loud side.
Yeah, Loud right now is basically suiciding for damage. We will see later on the stats. That's how they win. Lose dying 20 times
Only
each.
got the first pop.
We saw already a
Motep
hyper
trying to
from
get a little
Eve.
bit more damage.
Probably
He's-
8-bit is
Gets
going
the
to be
kill.
close. Probably to
Trades.
his hyper.
All right, guys, it's tie. It's a tie game. It's a tie game. Who am I supporting? Eternal.
So Firecrow does have daggers, but not a lot of range, and especially with spawners coming in from Eve, Firecrow just has to back away. It's Loud heavily on the defensive side right now. They have to be careful.
Ah,
If
Jubileo.
Kawe
He
gets
misses
his
the crit.
positioning, especially with
One
the
more.
turret down, this could
Nice,
be
good
game
trade.
over.
Yeah, I mean, if they manage to get 1 or 2 kills and put the turret and Brock and 8-bit are alive, it's gonna be a lot of damage.
Firecrow
we
gets
see
a
the
good super
Crow
down.
with the
Saps
hyper,
ammo.
he's gonna get super really
Get
soon,
some
and that's
great
also another
charge
shield.
on super. Okay,
We are gonna
Firecrow's
see
gonna get into the super
some
down
really
probably.
close
What a
ending
hyper
here.
charge. What a hyper charge.
Motep does squeeze by with one shot, but
Lock
not
in, lock
enough
in.
to trickle to 25%. Kawe, though, with a long-range shot,
Edinho badly
will bring
poisoned.
Kyodog to his knees. This is something to look out for. as
Kyodog-
well.
oh my
Edinho
God,
does have a
Firecrow just got
hyper-charged
just
super.
deleted.
They have to make contact with that safe and pierce through it. With 15 on the clock, they're going to be rushing
Seconds,
up the
here we go.
middle.
Edinho pops hyper charge. He's gonna get it in.
Now dives in,
Oh my
not
gosh,
enough, though.
he gets taken out. He can't get
Not
mad
close to
damage.
making Contact, and now Eternal on the other end are able to dish
Let's
out
ride!
irreversible in month number 1 of the year. Loud.
Oh my
number
gosh.
1 from SA have been
Come
put
on,
match point.
bro.
Not in the grand finals. We're still in the
Can they get this?
Yeah, I mean, it was really good how they play with around the 8-bit turret.
I know you guys are
The
probably
first one was
rooting for
really
Loud, but
defensive,
I've got the
then
homies in
second
the
one was a bit
Eternal
more
Ward.
closer with the
You gotta be
hyper
rooting
charge,
for the
and then when they are
boys.
ready and they have the control, they put and they have the control, they synergy, then Brock and 8-Bit comes together, Eevee take care of the defense on the Crow.
They're locking in. Here they go.
A lot of
Hold down to
drama
this
in
one,
roster
Homer.
mania
Track
for
my AI
SA.
again.
Some last-second swaps, and Motep, a pivotal part of
you get
that.
it here.
Wanted to make a name for himself. Reunites with Jubileo, one of his old teammates. Has high expectations. SKC thought they could do better. Motep thought they could do better. Right now, they are getting results. Loud with early control up the middle of the map. Rockets raining down. Unfortunately, the main man I've been crediting fell immediately.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of
Staying
swap
alive,
the lane,
just
right?
for some
They
damage,
try
gets
to Brock to
good
take
crits
care
off,
of the
that's not
Byron,
good.
but no one can take
Kyle
care of
Dog
the
getting
Byron. They
some
just need
good
to kill the Cafe as soon as possible, but they didn't.
Dina relying on that shield. Little gadget, keep him afloat slightly longer. Spawners on that left-hand side will slowly deploy as Kawe establishes himself in the right-hand end. Firecrow does have that super being puffed up with Kyle Dog heals.
Dodges it actually, does not get hit by the Kaze.
Not a great interaction there for Loud.
Yeah, I think they make the call of putting the Loud, they put the game a bit more chaotic, right?
Loud is
right
still
now
up.
Coming here and there, not only wasting super
minute and a half
damage,
left.
trying to get also help on the kill on Eve. I don't know if the best idea, I would go still for the damage.
Slowly
maybe.
working up.
The
If they can
Crow is
pick
the
a
one
kill.
that go jam here and there, but for now they are being able to control the game.
Feels like Firecrow's matchups are just
Nice
terrible
gadget.
right now. It's been really hard for him to get up in
Nice
the
kill. Okay, they gotta take
The
space.
team play from Eternal has been highly focused on Firecrow.
Getting
They
him with
remove
some damage.
Firecrow,
Good job.
Kyle Dog as a Byron is not going to do enough damage. They have to rely on a Dino at that point to hit those
They
supers.
barely
He's
got
not
any
being
damage,
fed a
bro.
lot
They got
either. I
barely
feel
got
like
any
there's just a lot of great decision making.
Hold on, this is free damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that...
They're winning.
Cafe
They're winning.
has a
They're
bad
winning.
matchup,
Good
it's
pop.
like Eternal is doing really good as Focuser when he come aggro. He's still have the HP of
Oh,
the
here
healing
comes
of
Ka-
Byron
Oh.
behind, but they are doing a really good focus on
They all
him.
play life. Huge.
Firecrow just dives up the middle of the map, does find
He's getting
tags,
damage.
but
Good job,
not
Cover.
enough for kills. It's still going to be Eternal raining
Oh, no.
down despite all of
Oh no,
that.
here comes
Not a
Firecrow.
lot of
He's gonna get
relief.
mad
Mad
crits.
control for the entire time, but you can see
He gets
what
popped.
this brawler can do.
Take him out.
Firecrow expands his space, able to drag this well below 75%.
Eve getting damage.
Now they just have to worry about defense a little bit again.
Yeah, they are winning. They put the defensive turret on 8-bit right on the back. He's gonna help a lot on the Cafe, but when they swap it, they are gonna go with more aggro. They're gonna get more damage, more shields.
Get the
Now
pop.
Kawe able to let loose on the high save just a little bit more. They want to get to that magical 50% number. Just trying to pull up a few tags, and now Loud know that their tournament lives are on the line. They have
Pop,
to move
pop,
off the middle
Jubileo.
of this map. Kyle Dog has a super available, has to play defense. Daggers going down for Crow, well below 50%.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna
Loud
pop
trying
too.
to clap
3
their way
seconds.
back, but enough time
Pop.
for Majority.
Jubileo damage.
41% might be the
Yes!
magic number.
Oh
And
my
Loud
gosh!
really can't
Oh my gosh! They won! They beat Loud, bro!
goes to a new
Absolute
roster.
cinema with the
Feel
Jubileo.
overshadowed.
Let's
What does he
go!
do? He drops a large storm cloud over Loud.
Come on!
Early Eternal. in the
Oh
grand
my
finals.
gosh, they're going
It's insane
to
what
the
these guys
finals!
did, right? They prove everyone. They got dropped at some point of their career. They got dropped,
Yeah.
dropped from 1 or 2 teams. They prove that they are good enough. That
Wow.
they deserve a spot.
Thank
on
you,
the,
Clutch.
on the high part of the
That's
leaderboard.
insane.
It was crazy.
And once again, for us, it's a win-win situation. Eternal wins. We vote the
Bro, that was
priority.
so
Our
close.
predictions are completely in shambles.
Jubileo
Once
just had to
more,
go
this is
stay
just
stay
a
up there and
thing
get
that we'll
damage
keep
and
following this one.
trust that Motep and Cabre would be able to
Start off with
defend.
a bang, and all of a sudden, this is officially more than just a 2-team race. Obviously, SKC have by no means secured themselves a spot in the grand finals, but for Eternal, what a win. Kawe's been around this region for a long time, had a really good 2025, and now joins 2 teammates in Jubileo and Motep. Some familiar players with each other. They've
Con
had
Man,
great
thank you for the
results
follow.
like LCQs
Huge
and
dub,
things
huge
like
dub.
that. And for Loud, you
Byron's
can just see
pro,
the devastation on Firecrow's
I wouldn't say
face. I
any
don't
of
think
these
they
guys
expected
are.
that,
I
and
mean,
think they'll
technically,
lose
if
in
you
such a
say
close
at the
fashion.
highest
Has to
caliber
add
of
extra
throws,
damage
their
to them.
throat, sure.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
like,
it's really
bro.
hard to see players suffering.
Their
right
throw
that
is
much.
our best play
I can
ever
feel it.
in
But
our
it's easy
entirety
to
of
see
life
some
playing this video game.
players that don't expect to
These guys
reach
are so
finals,
good.
right, to
Lenny,
give
thank you for the
their-
follow.
to give that insanely
saying,
fight
Ellie.
to
They
the
still have to
tier
win the
1
finals,
teams.
though.
And I always good to see that. Stuff when they happen to you, but it's the same
Dude,
thing.
they just beat
Only
Loud.
that Eternal played super well
Rod.
today. I also kind of feel like we have
Best throw in
seen
the
a
game.
different Loud. Compared to last
Could
year,
be
they've been
Juju.
super dominant. Today, we mentioned that they weren't at their
Juju,
peak
Larry, pretty
exactly.
good right now.
I'm super happy for Eternal either way.
So up.
They moved on
Same.
into the grand final in a 3-2 series, which we always love to see over here. We want to see as much
Willow's
All
also up
Stars
there
as
for Bravo.
possible. And
Forza, thank you for the
we
follow.
already mentioned it. Motep
Viva,
moves
thank you for the
into
follow. Thank you guys.
finals.
Thank you
He's
guys so
now
much.
waiting for his old teammate
BW
Becca
Hunter, thank you.
to potentially do the same. Semi-final number 2 is
What's
definitely
next?
one
We have
you wanna
semi-final
stick
number
around
2, yeah.
for SK Kalalas versus New Height Gaming.
There you go.
It's Prozzy versus his old teammates from last
SK
year.
Kalalas
and
versus
it's
New Height
Pekka,
Gaming.
that other player from that duo, Kenny.
It's really fun. I mean, no matter how you spin it, we're going to get to a situation where Eternal Motep literally might face SKC, which is a team they just swapped. They essentially made a trade 3 days before monthly qualifiers.
I would rather Eternal play New Heights than SKC. Like, SKC is good.
And then
they're
for
very
both those
good.
teams to make the grand finals, are you
but can New Heights do anything against them, or are they going to get 3-0?
We want to have a look at our bracket and
SKC is
what is our semi-final number 2 is exactly going to be here. We have SK Kalalas.
But look at them up in the grand finals,
semi-finals. Come on. 3-0 sweep, Pedro. And then New Heights Gaming that had to go all the way, literally, even in knockout.
Yo, why does it say Brawl Stars Championship EMEA?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the Motep, right? I don't know at this point if he's waiting on final to opponent. I don't know if he really won the quickest one on the paper.
Happy about Brawl?
NSG,
is that a question?
He really
Freddie,
won.
of course I'm happy.
The team that got him to the final to prove them that he's better, right?
Ellie, thank you for the GGs.
So yeah, it's gonna be. I think he's gonna enjoy so much watching that game.
I think I agree with you. He wants SK Kalalas to make it into the finals to get revenge, or at least to prove to his old teammate that he's the better one.
How are you, bro?
Now with Kawi, who again they live together, so they have that synergy, and I'm sure the kitchen talk later is going to be more fun if they win it.
Next match in 4
Freddie,
minutes, I guess.
Guys,
grab a beverage, grab a drink, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Why did
got a little bit
Eternal
of time
win
to
that
burn
one,
here.
in your opinion?
They simply showed up and played better today. They also defied my expectations in the quarterfinals. I think they're sort of on one today. I think they're bringing this fire and energy to Brawl Stars this year, and I think they're going to surprise us.
Freddie, they already did, and then they brought it back. So we're like on the come up of them.
Maybe it'll just become expected in the coming months.
We have the draft information also for those two teams
coming out. Insane.
So
Do you guys watch Brawl Talk?
With,
Absolutely
this
crazy.
being your semi-final match, we just pretend. How would you prepare, and what do you take out of this draft?
Yeah, you can see always Bridge to Fire, not that much, but you can see they
C-Tech, thank you for the follow, bro. Do they play now? They're playing in 4 minutes.
Right?
We got 4 minutes, so go to the bathroom, get some
really
food,
in
a
Bridge
drink.
To Fire, you have the Crow that you expect at
some point
to go aggro on the safe. So you can expect some aggression for them, so probably you will get ready for that somehow.
And then on the other side we have
NHG. Go date the imaginary idol? Here? Sure, we can do that. Guys, can you guys put me on the sauce of this?
So many sets.
Yes.
I mean, I think you can expect
how do I date the idol?
You cannot really
someone tell me how to date Melody.
On them, because they are always going to try to surprise you, especially if you on the paper you are the.
I usually don't date my fans, so but you've been such a good Melodian that I'll make an exception. Dang, bro! In a kids game.
Something to put
1-3, 1-3, 1-3. Yo, I don't believe any. Yo.
So
this is scary.
Instead of working on the draft, probably you need to work on
seduce her
to be ready for whatever they
bro.
To be ready to protect the focus that they do with that alley with the Mo. So you can once you get the kill, you defend.
How about it's 2 or 3, bro.
3-1-3. Of New Heights Gaming, what stuck out to me the most were their creative picks,
bro, what do I do?
Squeak on Golden Gulch,
I need it. Yo, someone send me something here. Someone send me something confirmed. I need to see it for my eyes, and I only Brock. Send me something.
Newer teams usually bring onto the table. Also, I think some Bridge Too Far, which we usually only see on Ring of Fire. So
alright, I'll
they
do
brought
3-1-3.
in some brawlers that we haven't seen before. I wonder.
Prepare to be dazzled.
SK Kalalas, and as you said,
the karaoke is quite crowded. You can see Janet and Jay Young in a different booth. Oh my gosh!
About that first match,
bro, there's also an empty spot you can
take. Bounty Hunters was part of that equation as well. Bounty Hunters, I think, made mistakes.
Dog, we gotta check what Janet's up to. Is that what we have to do?
A team like SK Kalalas, they're number 2 in the region. I think they're going to make.
As you approach Janet, the room goes silent. Everyone's looking at you, wondering what's going to happen.
In that fourth quarter.
Should we give them what they want?
These are the maps for our series. Here, Safe Zone is going to be
3. Yes, please. We've all been waiting for this. Okay, let's do it.
Map played out before. Do you feel like SK Kalalas and NHG, from what we've seen,
do I have to watch this?
Finals, are going to show some different drafts here?
I expect NHG to have something.
What's going on here?
Like, let's say this gonna. I think they're gonna bring maybe
1-3-1. Okay.
Ali, maybe Daryl, something to.
What is this watch?
Reach the save. Sorry.
Jesse.
Yes.
Okay, go back.
I wish.
Redate.
Yeah, I think they are gonna try to surprise.
1, let's go dancing. People want to win when they see the true idol perform.
Really strong, so they know. I think they believe they need to, or they should believe that they need to surprise them.
Bunch of ballers are dancing when you Melody approach someone.
So Jesse, Penny, and Daryl ready.
I mean, we could see the Penny. The Penny is really good in this
Penny
map.
actually does work here is the issue.
What, 3?
But like, this is the underdog's dilemma where you feel like you have to reach into the bag of tricks in order to get the jump on a more established opponent that's expecting the stuff that, you know, wins most of the time. So are they going to be doing that? I think this might launch their creativity.
And I'm not even acting. Wow.
We feel like those picks were creative. That could have had to be dampened down by the fact that, look, we really need to win this, and we have plenty of preparation. We have plenty of time to decide, hey, this is actually not a good idea, because I really think
it's time you leveled me up so you can play with me
before match day into that very first match. I doubt they have a single thing planned for the semifinal.
That's actually
a very good
point.
In the kids game, bro.
Worth a conversation.
Are you guys seeing this?
SKC, they wanted to get into the grand finals. They've prepared
that is
the quarters and also the
crazy statement.
And then on the other side, we have New Heights Gaming. That they even made it out of the quarterfinals, which was
oh my gosh! You took Melody Dancing, you didn't completely suck.
Did they even prepare for this?
Whoa!
How would you do that?
Alexis, thank you for the follow.
With your team, let's pretend you don't
under
make
18
it
age can't access this, by the way.
Oh
wait, that's actually crazy. Flage, thank you for the follow. Berzo, thank you for the follow. Such a baddie, Landon, thank you for the follow.
I think it's always
honestly, Melody's expectations are pretty low because most of her other interactions are brawlers being too strong to speak. At least that's what she tells me. Anyway, we got the perfect Melody. And that final question, what is it?
Always need to be ready for
which song should be the best for us to duet on?
Hit the top.
Always be ready for everything, basically.
Do?
Which
one?
For the semifinal number 2 on Safe Zone.
2-3. Do. Bet we're doing do. Awesome sauce. I already have Jocks 2 though. I'm not gonna lie. W. That was lit. We'll take that. All right, guys.
Versus New Heights Gaming.
That's perfect timing. Let's get back into the games.
25 now with a new
perfect time for draft. We got some heist. They go Chuck.
Out on heist, immediately picked up from
in the 2-3. Pierce first pick on safe zone.
Chuck is kind of like a timer.
200 gems, not 200
damage
blank.
Eventually, so you have to go up against him.
Oh, I'll get 200 gems if it's. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'll take that.
With a Cordelius or an Otis, for example.
Yeah, I think more about how do you defend the Chuck. We need to know that the SKCs are Chuck specialists. So they probably will have a really good main Chuck, but also they, for sure, they know how to defend and give that time that we are talking.
Okay, they go Charlie, interesting. Right? For spawners against Pierce, that makes sense.
Charlie, maybe
Crow, they respond with a Melody.
Otis to
but see,
give the time to...
And a berry, interesting. So they're just going to base race.
But if they are a Chuck specialist, why don't you ban him against them?
I expected him the...
So Chuck has a free game if SKC is able to hold, but...
Probably they are ready to... Yeah,
they have a lot of...
They insta-pick it, so they are ready to buy Berry Melody to it enough.
Melody's going to be a tough
one.
Yeah,
you see these picks come in lightning fast.
Charlie's good for both
NHG,
Melody and Pierce.
And also, look at this. They banned out Otis. They're determined to bait this Chuck pick out of SKC. So that leads me to believe that this was planned in advance, which goes very contrary to what we were saying earlier about them not having something planned. So some of the neurons are starting to fire.
Yeah, I think
SKC
NHG wins this. Charlie's going to be able to hold Pierce and Melody, and then Chuck Kaze have free game. Barry's not going to be able to base race faster.
Charlie to address the Pierce with her spawners, and then Kaze to address the Barry. It seems like they have the perfect matchup here, have counters to the brawlers on the side of NHG. But overall,
NHG's only thing was to base race the Chuck, but they don't have enough for it. I don't think. The Melody
last pick, I think once
Hugo,
you have the Chuck, you don't need any other aggression on the safe.
I don't think the Melody's going to be able to do much of the
Chuck. Best to stop the healing comp, and I think they're going to suffer a lot. Once they get on the save, they're not going to get the damage enough to...
Oh my gosh, look at the dodges they are.
Here comes the healing. It's keeping Prosy and Winona alive and healthy, but that reload speed is starting to hurt just a little bit. Prosy dodges that last yo-yo from P.E.K.K.A, but stood in the path of the Chuck. You just can't be doing that. It's all the damage in the world on an NHG.
Is he going for the 4-volt setup or the 2-dash setup, or is he going for
super fed to Wesley as well? But the posts are set up. The Chuck is there. The first shield is cracked, and SKC are in motion.
Yeah, 10 seconds after the game started, the Chuck was already full setup.
Yep, he is running ammo steal.
Let that happen, especially when you have something like Melody or Berry that put a lot of pressure on early, right? So that's a really good start for
he didn't get the pop. Oh my gosh.
Feeling the heat. NHG
Yo, Pekka's not able to hold this.
Winona dashing around has those notes.
SKC's gonna lose.
Just 7.1
Zenetta, they give it a follow. Oh, they give it a follow.
Wesley's also trying to hold the line over here, but the tempo lead is also present. 5% separates SKC from falling in this very first game. We'll see a hypercharge from KR to attempt that defense. Winona pretty much allowed
Pekka lagged out
through uncontested.
Did Pekka like lag out or something?
There. But yeah, I mean, it's we could see that
it's just not moving.
Once New Height get to the enemy safe, they can
Matthew, the difference is scrimming all day on every single map, basically,
at least one kill,
and
so the other 2v2
just getting all of those reps in against
how
that
fast
top
is that chuck set up this time is what I wonder.
And synergy with your comp, like a lot of pro ranks do it solo, or they all do it solo, you know,
last time,
so
Pedro. We'll see 1, 2, that's
the
pretty
ones
much
that
what you expect from RHZ. Meanwhile, Winona has made it to the enemy safe. SK Kalalas SA have lost their first shield.
Chuck selling?
Chuck has gotten set up. That is
I don't know, they're getting base race here. They're just getting base race, and it's working. I don't know how Pekka's getting just straight walk.
Yeah, I think it's really hard watching this first game for Chuck to win this, right? He don't have enough damage. Sadly, the Charlie is not...
they're going to have to take that out. But they're not even able to take out the Winona. Like, Prosy's healing too much.
But, I mean...
it's over.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, it's a really hard spot for SKC.
Just not doing the thing that she's supposed to do. And even when you are Charlie, those melody notes are still going to exist. Once she's inside the cocoon, she'll still deal damage
Charlie's
to the
just not
safe.
doing defense as well.
Really just a matchup that you go
and
forward.
I guess
There's nothing better. Here comes the hypercharge from Winona. Impact and devastation.
Oh, it's wrapped. It is over. Okay.
Is here. That ice cream is going to chip away at the
NHG takes first set.
One set secured in the blink of an
eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's really... They are...
SKC just got cooked.
Putting a lot of
Charlie was like AFK.
Communication there to push all together. Once they
Bot
are all
played?
together,
What happened?
Especially alive, the Melody can do insane.
No, I'm telling you, Charlie was just getting destroyed.
He the teammate at the same time that he's doing a lot of damage, so yeah, they did really good.
I want to know what you think about this Charlie, though. Charlie into the Melody. It feels like a lot of times that's not really the greatest matchup, even though that's what you kind of had to go for because you can cocoon Melody.
Look, he's AFK. Pekka's AFK.
Keep dealing damage with the notes.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
was a bot. What happened?
On paper,
it's clearly the game.
Tool to stop the Melody. You need to be careful when to put the cocoon.
I'm saying Charlie should be cooking Melody.
But I think
he was a bot.
Yeah, I think he
oh my gosh.
He couldn't.
Nah, it's raps. It's raps.
Yeah.
DPS.
Real
Chuck
did more. You can see it on the stats as well. 0% damage because, of course, Charlie's job is not to get damage on the enemy safe.
Do the announcers even realize he was AFK?
RHZ's job on their respective brawlers.
And the first
on the other
round
side,
GC
however, it is devastation and desolation at the hands of
that was
Melody
totally winnable.
and Barry. So much damage, but that's what you come to expect in this composition. And we went into this, Pedro, with you sort of favoring the aggressive healing type composition as well anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's as I said,
yeah, but they shouldn't have gotten there in the first place. Really like, they shouldn't be able to push us up as much as they are.
The enemy team.
Why they continue to like that? Exactly, I have no idea.
No, it's gaming taking that first set. Definitely not something I had on my bingo card today. But with Eternal already making it through,
you know what could be, bro? You know how I have that glitch with the finger sleeves? It could be that. Like he could be literally going through that. His hands are like sweating or something. Ben, they even follow.
BSC.
It's good too easy.
We've seen so many new teams making it all
Chuck
the way
wasn't telling
through.
you. Chuck's job is just go in.
No, it's very exciting to see a team like New Heights Gaming.
I don't know if you wanted to go for the double
really,
damage
my
setup.
My main reason for
like,
predicting them to go this far is just because we have Prosy at the helm of the operation. They've already taken one set off of SKC, which has already blown me away. I was expecting them to, or like kind of expecting them to win their quarterfinal to start off this way versus SKC, just not in my expectations at all.
So let's get to the next set, please. I really want to get to the next set. When did I hit 10K?
Keep this draft going because it looked
today.
really consistent and solid into SKC.
Kenny was mentioning it earlier, how especially in this region we kind of had the top two with Loud and SK Kalalas, and then everybody else.
They were going to avoid them
and now
anyway,
Loud's already not in the grand final. It looks like SKC is also not going to be there. I think that opens up a whole new conversation on maybe those
like they know when he's going to come.
Older rosters with more experienced players are just experiencing that the newer teams, the newer players like Guesty, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that tomorrow, are bringing in some fresh wins. They have new ideas. They're playing a completely different Brawl Stars, and those older rosters don't really know how to handle that.
I think when we see this kind of new teams, it reminds me a lot to last year to Noble, right? These are teams, young players that are not afraid of trying new stuff, are not afraid to exploit the meta, to play this weird con with Berry on heist, with Dag, with exploit the Oli a lot. And that's really good because they bring some new blood, new fresh ideas, new fresh meta, and it's really good. And we really need to learn from them. Yeah, we cannot be these all teams.
What are we doing tonight? No stream tonight. I'm going to be filming long-form top 10 brawlers tonight. So this gives me more time to do it. Really streaming earlier.
We've seen that especially in Guesty last week, and I feel he played.
Well, I'm going to try to have that out tomorrow if I can. Dude, I'm going to be editing.
Pierce, like a sniper brawler in the most aggressive way possible, was always in the opponent's face. He grew up with Brawl Stars compared to many of those Loud players, for example, SK players. He's just bringing in some new ideas, and nobody really knows how to play up against it.
They'll figure out eventually.
Why does it take so long for them?
In time, and they'll learn the hard way as well. I think all eyes are going to be on him now.
At this point, it's like Rage
is going to be a far more respected opponent after this one, so they need to capitalize on this moment, really give it their best shot, as if they give it anything less. But this is really their moment to get ahead on points before they have a target painted on their back in the falling months.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, they literally hear me in VC. I'm just raging. Like, freaking overlay, another overlay. Oh my gosh.
We have faced so many, not guesties, but so many guesties, so many new players that come, right? And yeah,
Peas, Clash Rep, or Class RDS.
I'm
doing well, GL. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Brawlers coming into Brawl Stars, and the Brawl Talk now
These
finally aired, and we can talk about this new brawler. We now have 100 brawlers in the game. It's a super exciting thing.
Ellie, I can pin that if you can. I don't know what's up with the mods and not being able to pin things. It's actually like such a weird glitch.
We had a little bit of an outlook on Sirius, and it's a
brawler that's going to bring
super new mechanics into the game because you can control the shadows of your opponents. Up to 3 opponents' brawlers are with you on the field.
If you like RTS,
yeah,
I'm sure
it's
you're
really
like
early. It's one of the better
minions that you earn, empowering them also with the gadget.
Yeah,
it'll be an interesting one for sure in the future. Heck, we don't even have Globert in the game yet. I think there's a lot to look forward in the.
Do they give QR code? I believe that they will give a QR code at some point. I think that they're gonna give you a QR code. Yeah, they usually do, right? During monthlies, they give a QR code.
For the first,
all right, let's lock in.
Here from the side of New Heights Gaming.
What's going on? We can't even see the bands.
Coming into the game, I do want to know your opinion.
What are the bands?
Do you feel like which of the maps is he gonna be the best, or which mode?
Lock in.
Serious?
Yes.
I think it's not about the map, it's about the brawler you're coming from. We need to probably...
Did I see the last Brawl Talk? Yo, what do you guys think?
The best shadow to get, right? Because depending of the shadow, this depends on the strength, depending on the attack.
It's good, Adam. How are you,
So probably it's more about you waiting for the enemies to pick it.
Except for
so you say,
okay,
let's say Bull. Okay, you pick Bull, so now I have a good shadow, so now I can pick Sirius, you know?
So I pick bad brawlers, so you can't pick Sirius to copy my good brawlers.
Yeah, probably. So that's gonna be something around that.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna change the meta and the draft.
Thank you for the follow, Caldino.
Thank you so much. Imagine the opposite. You pick Sirius, you first pick Sirius, so I pick Penny.
Yo, what are we looking at? What is happening?
I'm not Shelly, like Penny, Sandy, Jesse, for example. And now you cannot get my brawlers. Or you can, but you don't have the value.
I've never seen that.
I don't know, nothing like that, but something like close.
Penny's probably going to be super good into Sirius, just...
Of course, yeah, actually,
her because those shadows are always going to move.
Okay, so what I'm suspecting is happening right now is that their drafting is bugged. We can't see that overlay, so they're just drafting, and we're going to see the gameplay. That's fine. We'll see what the draft was when we get into the game. Core Boss, thank you for the follow.
They split a bit, but yeah, probably.
Actually, I think I said Ollie, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys so much.
Brawlers like Sandy, like Penny, Jesse are going to be really good against him, but yeah.
Inside Pedro's mind, there's a little man running around and making notes on different virtual
He's not hating 1 times 10.
Maybe when you get the...
He's a G. Thank you, G. I appreciate you.
Maybe they can even send the shadows there, then they get new shadows from there, so the shadows are split.
We have 10k followers. Yes, we do. We do.
On top of the brawler?
I think on Sirius, yeah.
So probably with the super, you can tell them to go somewhere, and then when 3 of your shadows are there, then you find...
Is that an iPad mini?
Here. If you are really good, maybe the shadows you want there are not the same that you want here. So
will make my mic a little bit louder.
Then you send the shadow, then you shoot to
maybe I
Bull, Brawlers.
Dude,
so
it's
you
actually
get
surprising that it's quiet.
Shadows around you. I don't know.
Because on this platform, I know
You're already coming up with strategies on how to use this new brawler the best way. We're just getting our players situated, by the way, so just bear with us for a second. I'm sure that SKC needed a little breather after that first set ready.
No, I think so. This
I can maybe do it next stream.
Way back when, there used to be like some pretty big delays between games. I remember SK specifically taking their time between the sets.
Their shade.
Stop the momentum.
I was always a lie. One day we will sit and talk about that day.
That was a lie?
But I've been seeing
we experienced it.
I mean, Yeah, another day. Topic of another
Okay,
day.
we're going to talk about this all.
But yeah,
All right, now we
these-
get to
these
see.
break- These long breaks are really important because they really need to be ready, don't lose the momentum. The one that is losing, the one
Maybe
that
they had a
is winning,
whole
the one
bug.
that is losing need to get all the team together and get ready for the new. So it's really important to use this momentum.
And they had some time now to cook
Thank
up
you.
the
Thank you, Ellie.
draft, so we want to have a look at that now. Mortis is going to be banned out as well as Gray, so they do not want to see any aggressive comms coming out of
It
SK
literally says
Koalas.
10K.
Rico, Pierce, and Nina are
Guys,
gonna
that's
be
such
banned
a
out
cool
from the
thing.
side of
It just
SK
says
Koalas.
10K.
Three of the best brawlers
10K.
on a map like Bell's Rock. I do like Gene.
That's
He's
so
one of those
fire.
flex brawlers we talked about, super good at the beginning of the match, and once he has his super, it's basically
Why am I not pro? Because I don't grind like that. Guys, we also just...
guaranteed kill.
I want you to think about Gene's
11K.
range right here
On
that he
the-
has
on
with the
the
super,
reds.
and then rotate that in a circle. That is basically the invisible radius of pressure
Crazy,
that
crazy
he has
growth,
once
guys.
he has that pull.
We're moving.
So you need to be thinking about how can you possibly
Soon
block
enough,
it,
right
essentially.
around
Stuff with
there
spawnables,
or
things
there
with little,
or
gadgets
somewhere
or
like
abilities
there,
that make
you'll
the dash away
see
are
a
gonna be very, very
beautiful
important here.
YouTube play
And
button.
Spike is
So
one of them. You could throw down a life plane. It's
love you
not
guys
how
so
it
much.
was before.
Thank you for the follow.
You can throw it out in front of you, but you might want to spawn it under yourself so that Gene grabs the immobile cactus.
It's crazy to
instead of
say
the
that
one
because you just
that
keep
shoots
grinding,
at
it will happen. Like it will
I'm
happen,
curious to what
and
that
then
they're
it's
gonna-
like,
gonna
wow,
pick
that's
in
like
the
a
mid because
dream that you
most
have
of
as a
the
kid
mid are- all
to
the
get
mid
like
are banned.
that play button.
Like Rico is out,
you know?
Mina is out, even Gray
no,
is
I know
out,
it's okay,
and
it's
now
okay,
you
Ellie.
want a thrower.
Who I recommend to
from
upgrade?
part of SKC, you have
Any of the people
the
that these guys are
threatening
banning.
of G4,
Anybody.
But I think they will need to go for a thrower to even risk it.
But basically,
I can definitely see a
Rico
thrower
and
coming in
Spike,
here on the left-hand side. I do like
Pierce.
the Spike idea to put your gadget up against the Gene
Yeah,
whenever
those
he has a
four,
pull
Mina.
and play behind it. Now
But any
buffies
buffies really, anybody that's gonna get buffied in the new Brawl Talk. There's a lot to upgrade. Gray's good too.
Now they have it also in the hand if they want to
Got
break
you,
open
got you,
the
bro.
map or
Thank you
not.
for the follow,
so
Mason.
they can be the ones to pick a thrower. The other team can't really risk
Sticky
it.
Steven? Who's Sticky?
It's
I've
not
never
a
said.
thrower,
Maybe I
it's
gotta check him out here.
quite
I was gonna say that
I
the
gotta
blue
check
team
him out
could
then, maybe.
last pick a
Mr.
tick,
Chauvet?
right? Even if they open tick have range enough to play in open. But
Trophy
against the
systems
Frank
peak,
now
it
it's
does
gonna
look
be a
really
bit more
cool.
tricky.
It's
I'm
not going to be
excited
fun
for
to
it.
play into that Gene either. Brock breaks open the walls, Gene fully capitalizes
Everyone they
on
pick
it,
is S tier
keeps
picks,
the
not
poke
necessarily.
down low with the
They have
constant
comfort
barrage
picks
of
and,
smoke at the end of his shot.
like right
and
in
then eventually
here, I
gets
would
a
say
super that will pull you through
everything they
even
pick is A tier and
indestructible
above for the
elements
most
on the
part.
map.
Like,
So
Gus
final
A tier,
selection,
Spike S tier,
Thrower is
Frank I
still
would say
very viable
in the middle of
here.
A tier
You're
and
just
S
gonna
tier
have
right
fewer
now. I would say
presence
S tier
around.
though.
You still got indestructibles to
Brock
work
is
with.
A tier, Gene is
Daryl,
A tier.
very
Daryl is
interesting.
very
One
is
that
a niche
lot
pick.
of
Like
times
that's
is
a
actually on the
very
forefront
niche
of my
pick right
mind
there
on
in this
Bell's
draft.
Rock, but just lately
Not
has
something that
fallen
you
off quite a
usually
bit.
see.
I think you also got to recognize that Daryl can afford to get blasted away by, say, the.
But Daryl, good into the
gadget
Gene, good into the
decides
Brock,
to
and he
you
can
back.
knock off
You
the
still have
Frank off
another role
super.
to work with if you want to kill confirm, and of course
It's going to be pretty
the natural
decent.
synergy that he has
It's
with Gus.
interesting.
And
It's
Daryl is so
interesting.
good into the
A lot of
fight
people
because
say there's better
whenever he's
tanks right
aiming
now in the
to
meta that
finally
can do the
have
same
that
job,
super, he's
but
worked
Daryl's
for
comfort
all
pick for a lot of
game,
people. I don't know if
he's
Peck
gonna
is a
get
really good
knocked back,
player for
no
him.
super comes out of the
Yeah, very
brawler. So
interesting.
Daryl,
Em, thank you for
I
the
do
follow,
like him
Clash.
into Frank. We don't see
RDS,
him
thank you for the
too
follow.
often, but it could work out
Yes,
here
of course I
on
remember you,
Bell's
Brecken.
Rock.
What kind of
Map
question is
number
that?
2,
Angie, how are
SK
you?
Koalas
Thank you for the
versus
follow.
New Heights
Alfie
Gaming.
as well.
Yeah, I love
Thanks
the
for sharing
Darwin
live.
pick. I think is really
Yes,
good.
I love
We
it.
don't see it too often, but when you see
Brecken,
it because
did you
he
really
has a
unfollow? Are you
really,
serious?
really good matchup,
Are we for
and
real?
this is the case. I think the only
Well,
problem
I
they
gotta
have
check him out,
on
yeah.
early is that they need to hold enough so
KR
that they get
almost
the
gets
super,
a
right? They
W
need
key.
to hold those 30 seconds that he takes to get the super, and I think Gus and Spike are good teammates to do that.
So Peck is just going to be trying to get
it's a
super.
good thing that they're facing a
and
Frank
then
as
catch
well,
one of them
who
off
can
guard when
walk
they're
towards the
separated,
enemy
so
side, but also has
Red
to
team really
hide
has to
behind
be
some
careful
of
of not
these obstacles. So they're
separating
not
too much.
fighting a 2v3 or anything like that. In fact, they've
Because
actually acquired a little
Pekka
bit
has
of
super and
ground.
he can pick up the kill.
Helps
So
that
Brock's in a
Pekka
weird
has a
spot.
super
Like
that
he
he's
could actually
earned
get
by
over there.
doing
but
nothing, so
Nova's going to rotate
technically
back.
he didn't earn it at all, but it
I think Pro's
exerts
also running the
pressure on
guy
the
to
enemy
shuffle
side.
it,
They're
so
doing a good
he
job
does
of
have
also
some sort of
staying
escape.
away from
Pekka is
Wesley,
eyeing
not
him.
feeding him super for free. He's gonna get it at some point, but it looks like Pekka and Christian are already thinking about what they're gonna be doing when that poison gets a little too close. Winona also rotating
KR
over
getting some good
towards the right
taps, but
side.
it doesn't really matter
Everyone's
against the Frank.
crunched in on
Here
the
comes
right. That's the
endgame.
pull onto
Pekka going to
One
go
roll,
double
make it
super.
two, but
Doesn't make it.
there's no
Oh my
shield for
gosh.
Christian.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they need to rotate.
SKC
the
played that
one.
well.
They need to
Big
rotate,
super from Spike there. Got a lot of value.
Running away from the Jhin, right?
Thank you for sharing left.
And just wait for the opportunity where they are stuck, and then the Daryl can come. In this case, was Wesley the one pulling the Daryl in? But anyway, he was going to be able to roll on them, and that was an insane Spike super. That
they improve as open.
No, that was huge. Well, the poison closed everyone together, and then you have AoE. The area denial that offers keeps everyone on the outskirts, makes their positions really predictable so you can hit those shots consistently. But look at the wall break now. It is a Jhin's paradise. That's the predictive gadget thrown out by Spike. Not going to be able to block it from now on. on. I think Prozy's probably thinking about pulling RHZ, but
Okay, so
RHZ's
I think that, yeah, someone's going to have to make space. Pekka goes in to make space, gets a clean kill, and there's the Daryl. You know, it's just going to work sometimes. It's going to be able to pick off kills. He's going to be doing a lot of movement. He's good into their comp. Gets a kill. Nice.
Don't push you that
SKC
much,
pretty comfortably
to counter push, and then
on the first game.
They have, I think, triple hypercharge, and they did really good.
Well done,
Beautiful
SKC.
Daryl, absolutely.
They knew
He played
just
it
what to do. They
very
earned up
well.
their abilities. They had the Daryl in the right position. They had Daryl walk up aggro, just sort of wide walk forward into the Gene, get pulled, no issue. The rest of them cleaned up nice and easy with the spike. We'll see if there's a different
very nice.
layout
It doesn't
this time
seem
in terms
like
of lane matchups.
Yeah,
and she's got away.
Draft
but we'll see if they can pull this one out.
For SKC is really easy to.
I mean, easily. If Winona hits some good pulls, they pick off a kill. It's a different game. Completely different game.
Really good.
SKC's got to continue to not die. Play life the entire time. Play very well.
See if we'll catch any early game action here so far. Pekka has his super. Same goes for RHC. They're not being too hasty about it. New Heights Gaming also rotating their lanes, just trying to keep some action on Pekka.
I believe.
See if they can.
It's not going to matter. Pekka is going to go in and try to get a pick, but they're not able to confirm a kill. See, that's the kind of stuff that they don't know. They don't want. Are they going to be able to get a kill? Oh my gosh, never mind. It doesn't even matter. They don't even need the Daryl. They have him in a terrible spot, and they W key and finish it off.
It's a tick down on Wesley.
Wow.
And one round in the books. They're just
what is my name, Max?
Yeah,
Maxwell.
I was going to say the insane amount of pressure that the Darryls does, just having the super and coming close slowly and slowly. He couldn't get the kill there, but he did pressure enough so the other two could hold the pressure and use the pressure to
he does need to pick a kill.
And thankfully, off of that push, he's also got the super back, so he'll be able to offer a bit more pressure here too. Can't really roll on Prozy, though Prozy's trying to make it really tempting because Prozy has to jump away, of course.
This is just an outdraft, you know. 6 pick was really dangerous from SKC here, and they capitalize on that.
From him and Christian, Pekka makes a beeline for the back
it's over for Wesley. Okay, so 1-1. 1-1 in sets.
What a clinic put on by SKC. That was played perfectly.
Yeah.
What synergy.
I think they were just waiting on. I can imagine the
kind of has bad matches.
Wait.
They didn't draft
someone get the call in this case.
For John, thank you for the follow. Clinic indeed.
And they really follow really good. They have that synergy.
Can we get this next game faster than we got this one? Because this one took forever.
Oh man. Yeah, think of all the hours that they spend just
Sean, what's good?
Right as well.
Fordell, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you.
Between the teammates to execute this situation. They only had one hypercharge Gus to work with, and they made it work both times that it was online. Here is game number 1 where they just bowled through NHG. And then they did it again in the next one with this play right here.
And it's not only.
You think he's dead? No, he's just going in, bro.
Trusting your
W-key.
teammates, right? Trusting that he's gonna do his job. When you are Darryl, trusting that the spike.
Well, Sean, thank you for the 10 It's Corns. Corey, thank you for the harmony as well.
All about the team play, and it's it's really good. Like I go.
Who's my favorite Brawl Stars player?
No, and it seriously changes the way that you play as well. If you can trust in your teammates, then you're not trying to be the hero.
You're not
trying to go
probably
solo
would just
and
say
put yourself in these situations where you see a Daryl. Imagine you're in a ranked game, and your Daryl teammate rolls solo into 3 enemy brawlers. You're thinking, oh
what's
my gosh,
the prize?
I'm
Is it
losing
40 or
150
50K
right now.
US?
No,
is it 40 or 50,000? Something like that for monthlies,
They
right?
have this synergy. They've executed this play
What's
many
good,
times.
Gato Mega?
Yeah, but we need to remember that they changed the player 3 days before qualifier, right?
Yeah,
so that's true. That's impressive. That means that also the new
All right, they're
player
drafting again apparently, but like, why can't we see it?
Was a Ratcheteta teammate before, but he really knows what the team needs. He really understood the team idea, and they play really good together.
The big 2-2.
I couldn't agree more. So it's 1-1 in the match now.
Thank you for the 10 It's Corns.
Surprise us all with getting that set 1 victory as efficiently as they did with a pretty hard outdraft on Safe Zone. There's one more in the books, of course, and we're headed over to Pinhole Punt for the equalizer. This set is going to put.
Let's see if we can see a sneaky alley 6 pick. See my gal, bro.
You got speed gear to work with.
Are they talking?
What
do you mean?
are you looking at for bans?
Here we go. We got it.
Yeah,
they've got bans. They were banning. They banned out Miko, Frank, and Pierce. Poco, I saw.
Okay, Mina, some aggressive. You have also already the aggression. So whatever comes behind, you are free to defend.
So I'm expecting to see maybe a Mortis pick
to work with. Brawl Ball people are guaranteed to die at some point, so you can go ahead and zoom over, take up that space, move everyone forward. Be the forward
Spike is great.
attacking
Spike
brawler that everyone else can sort of follow the lead of. Spike always
maybe they go the Mortis since
solid
they have
defensive
Spike.
option. You'll also have good scouting in the bushes because Kerbal spreads out so much. You've got vision gear to work
Otis
with.
and
yeah, I mean you always need to have a bit of range in this map.
And what?
You always have to not only have the pressure that Mina does, but having something
How many more
that
matches
comes
after this?
behind you,
This
like a
finals
Byron
after this.
or
After this
a
one's over.
Finks.
Julio stream, yeah.
Also, you need a bit of Finks.
They offer a Finks, interesting.
There's a reason he's the coach for SK Gaming.
So yeah,
Thanks.
also you can expect the red team is missing a bit of aggression, like a Mortis or I don't know, like
interesting.
Carl maybe even, right? Something that can put the pressure
Carl could be good.
Mina is gonna put on your teams, right?
Okay. So we have the Finks. That's also like pretty good for checking out those bushes, getting control of it. Also, now you have that radius that you can throw down, slow
Otis,
things
yeah,
down.
we're gonna see an Otis.
Otis, another really safe selection. Just waiting for this final pick to come in.
What are they gonna
Might be possible that SKC go a bunch of safe brawlers without like a tank to execute, so that they can lock down this NHG draft, so they don't face a tank on the last pick.
Yeah, maybe we can expect
I don't know about Rico.
from SKC now to go
I think
maybe
it'd be too squishy if they had Rico,
maybe a Lumi, something that can
Willow
help on the
too,
mid,
like,
but
I don't know.
don't really need
I think
to
they're
be
gonna take
attached on the
some
mid,
HP
like can
buff
push also on the lanes. If you
Gotta
could
be
put
pretty safe.
some part of the Lumi.
Wow, they go Crow? Dude, I just don't understand. In the
hold the time that you expect from.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
And it's G, so yeah,
Simeon, thank you for the follow.
I think can work. You have also a really good early game on
Crow
the
is horde. They're the pros, bro. They're the pros. They know what they're doing, though. Like, we just have to sit here and be like, okay, we have to watch and understand, try to understand why they want that.
Yeah.
Shogun, thank you for the follow.
Mina with her, windmill has to be respected.
Bushes,
throws
yeah,
down
for
the
scanning.
shield.
Could be. Otis has
It's,
pretty decent on
impermeable,
scanning.
Pretty much.
They go Meeple.
Meeple now is going to try and lock down the mid. You're able to break some of those bushes. You can trap people in there. You could combo that pretty well with Spike Super also. Put everyone in a world of pain with
like Meeple's good for Mina
on the ground. So
Spike is good for Mina.
I see a lot of defense from
Meeple's honestly pretty good into
Otis.
Otis.
To also wonder which gadget
just
Meeple's
fantastic
gonna run.
with
I
that,
said
with
it
that
as
box
if it was
gadget.
just a guarantee that he's going to run Meeple's Mansion.
Healing, true.
Could be running. I think it's called Rage Quit. But yeah, blast everyone away, stuns them briefly. That might also be a viable option here in Brawl Ball.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I think he will go more for the box.
Okay.
I think they are. What you can see in the draft, they are putting
On
a lot
Blob?
of effort on
What do
winning
you
the early
mean
game.
here? No,
Like
no,
the
no
box,
way.
the
You're better,
we don't
actually?
see the box.
Okay.
The spike gadget even helps a lot, and probably the spike is the one following the Mina, so Meeple should not need this tool.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
see it.
down,
It's going to be a victory for Winona versus Christian on the right side. We'll see if there's a rotation over to Pekka.
Yeah, I do
The
not
idea
like
is there
SKC's
Winona
draft.
actually decides to move back over towards mid, has the super in hand. Here's the Meeple's Mansion. Only one exit from this goal. It doesn't seem to be capitalized on too hard. Prosy moves in with a bunch of shots.
Yeah, they're
Winona
getting walked,
slides
chat.
it through. It's the kill on the left side for Meeple that fully clears
They're
out the
getting
goal
walked.
and gets this first one for NHG.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the.
What was
the
Crow
the
doing?
star power of Spike. He's playing what used to be the heal one, right? Now it's
Maybe
the
Crow
heal,
is
but a bit
just a
different, right?
cell.
Now you heal when you hit with the super. That you also have with the Puffy you have the
I don't know.
fastest super, like the super comp really
Maybe
fast.
we give KR a
And
chance
it's
to
really
cook up
interesting
with
because
it.
normally we don't see that. He went for the cactus, so he need a bit of defender through against the Mina.
Just get
Players,
super,
even
bro.
you can catch them off guard with Fertilize because you know that they're going to be expecting that curveball. Here comes a move forward from Pekka, trying
But
to
they know in the
it.
first second
it's
that you don't
thrown
have it.
away by Wesley, and Prosy sends it further down the field. It's only Christian now at the middle of the field trying to hold things down solo. Knows that he's going to have to back up and isn't even offered the chance to do it himself. Now the Meeple's Mansion is down. Prosy is attempting to make a solo play. What is this man doing? 1, 2 shots, has a gadget to restore, opts not to use it. Instead, the ball comes over to the right side where it's passed to Christian instead.
This is a very stalemate game.
Alone, I think it's not the best idea, especially because
Yeah,
if you
nah,
don't
looks
give
like
Puffy
Red
the
Team's
ball,
gonna be able to capitalize
happen.
here.
So maybe it's not the best, but
It's over.
This is gonna be a goal.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Just
it's
like
over.
that. Game.
Why does the commentator have such an accent? It's a coach.
NHG.
Who's that, Coach Luca or
And wow,
something?
to see them come back after set number
For
2
SK?
with such a fire behind their eyes is
SK
really
Cetus
impressive.
doesn't know how to draft?
It goes to show you that these guys got to be respected as competitors.
Yeah, I don't
even
know
though
what that
they
draft was. Like, yeah, the
came in
Crow,
as
it was
unknowns also.
off-putting, but like, I'm still giving it a chance to see if it works, but it doesn't look like it's working. At the end of the day, these guys are pros. They should know drafting way better than any of us do.
They need to put everything
You know,
together because it's gonna be
this
a
draft
match.
sucks. Yeah, facts. Crow was
Well, I
definitely
think
off-putting. It's
ask
just
them
like,
at some point whether
what was their
they
idea with it
planned out
anyway?
their
What
draft
was their
ahead of
idea?
time.
Okay, the
Christian
Crow's gonna
with a
score though.
breakaway. It was completely
Watch this just be a
open.
completely
And
lopsided,
NHG
like
couldn't
lopsided
catch
game,
up. That was
completely
a
different.
free goal that SK Kalalas hardly had to earn at
Let's
all.
go
They
back
had
in.
one brawler v2, but the left
Let's get
side
out
was
here.
undefended. This time,
I like
Pekka's
the
going to
DP?
try and weaken that
I
left
think I
side
saw
once
it.
more.
I think
They
you
have
sent
that
a
initial
screenshot.
mid-control. This is the platform,
It
a
is pretty sick.
springboard, if you will, to throw this one in again, and I just can't believe it.
Oh my-
No! Whiffed off the side. That was a free goal once again.
Yeah, I mean,
Pekka, bro.
this Brawl Stars that we have now, that we have so many hypercharge, so many jumps, it's really
There's
important
just
to have
no
the
way
control of the
you
ball.
just whiff that.
So it's really important to know if your right lane is dying or your left is dying to put the ball in the opposite side. So having the ball control is really important. Like
They still win, but like, oh my gosh, did he really just miss a wide open
Back and
net?
forth, this one right here.
Like,
It's
we're pro, we
SKC
just missed
taking
wide open
game
net,
number
what?
2.
What?
One more left. Both of these games so far have gone by so quickly. It's the aggression from SKC. It's like they lean forward in their gaming chairs a little bit, you know, assume that victory stance. And now they know what to do. They've hammered down this left lane twice in a row.
The pressure's crazy.
And
To be fair, all right, no, but that's like, I don't think you can really make it. Like, I understand like a really tough play, and the pressure's on, but like that's a shooting in the net, right? I don't think you gotta get, you can't really give pros that grace in that kind of play. And I'll give grace on like a lot of
things. Push is going to be hard
for the pros. Well, still waiting to see who makes the first move. We'll see the double stack on the right side. It's responded to by SKC, but Peck is pretty low. Has to rotate backwards. A super forward for Christian that doesn't really go anywhere. Earns him a bit of hypercharge and nothing more. Prosy.
Bilal, thank you for the 10 roses.
From Pekka, but it's pretty much a stalemate. Gets stuck on the right side between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, I know, Andy. It is so much different. This is pro, bro. This is, these are pros.
The control goes back to SKC.
This is monthly finals.
I think they are fighting
all in on loud and they lose.
Giving each other the control too fast, right? They need to get the control now, chill a bit. They got the control and they already lost it.
What?
So they really need
is
to
loud in the final?
work
No,
on
it's eternal.
Not losing the control after this.
Otis can't even get a super.
Worked so hard to get it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're playing so safe. I think both opponents respect each other a lot now, which is interesting to say for SKC, considering
maybe the crow wasn't bad.
The driver's seat for this match. It's goal number 1 for them. Who gets that initial mid-control? Gadget's flying down. RXZ
maybe they just needed to play it right, and then he just goes in and hypercharges. He's going to be able to confirm that kill he is. He's not going to be able to get that kill on Prosy. Oh, it's wraps. Prosy's able to get that goal.
We're tied.
Kawa, thank you for the follow. Username, thank you for the follow.
Right?
Yeah.
You are wasting everything to come on me, and now I need to use the less amount of resources to stop you, and then then I can do the counter pushes. Really good this team are doing right now.
Some hard commitments also on particular areas of the map that are just drawing them away from the left or the right side and leaving the goal open for someone to pretty much just
walk
it in.
a little super off, but it's not going to do anything. Literally useless. Can't get it right, can't get it left. RC looks like he's in trouble. Oh my, Pekka just saved the game. Like, Pekka just saved the game, bro.
Would have been good if Christian weren't now respawning. It's like you said, Pedro, they're just being very respectful of each other, not really overcommitting now. Being a bit hasty also on some of the withdrawals, but now it's headed to overtime unless we see a score in the next 10 seconds.
Oh, they didn't.
Oh my gosh, he can't get the ball. Oh my god.
What is happening?
I can't believe it. Prosy could have dashed and gotten that, or rather Mina could have dashed and gotten that.
Mina sold! Mina sold!
And I'm just blown away. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah, they're playing bad. He just sold!
I think by mistake he grabbed the ball and walked into his own goal, and then you drop it, right? So
oh my, he was until the last second, bro.
To use that mistake to get the goal.
I would love to see that in the replay.
Oh my gosh, he just had to shoot it out. I think he had ammo, right?
And with that energy, actually takes the set. That is incredible. A huge mistake here from SK Kalalas. And that seems to be a theme that continues.
No
now,
way.
Did they really have the best of days today?
Such a good
SK
game
Kalalas
too. Look,
I
think it was here.
Like
he stops it.
Going on,
he can't get it right. He like just needed to grab it and push it to the right.
And he kind of wandered around before he went back to pick it up.
Yeah, I think when you die, the ball drops randomly a bit, and they were lucky when to the left side instead of the one that was
defended. That is also true
for SKC.
So Pedro, do you feel like it's
what I said
SKC
could be coming true, where Eternal plays these guys in the finals, bro.
New Heights Gaming, who are just really good today.
I think New Heights Gaming is bringing some new strat to the table that maybe SK Kalalas didn't expect, and it's working, right? They have this a bit weird comp that is really important to play as a team, and they are doing it really good.
Reddy, what do you feel like? Is it the draft? Is it mechanics, communication? One of these things it has to be, right?
I think we can just kind of assume that communication is going to be good between New Heights Gaming, this pretty scrappy gang of people, Prosy leading the team as well. In terms of draft, I've been really impressed by their draft. I think they've outdrafted SKC a couple of times. They looked, not so confident in their very first match, their quarterfinal. In fact, interestingly, they're performing better against SKC than they did in their quarterfinal.
It's not on
in
right
terms
now,
of mechanics, I think that there have been mistakes.
Or they're not playing yet.
Again, like SKC has made
Where
some
do you get a
crucial
Rico plushie?
mistakes
I want
here.
all
I'd
those
said the
plushies,
same
bro.
for their
I want all of
quarterfinals
them.
opponent as well.
You know, in East Asia, we had a couple of teams not
What
even
anime is
making
that?
it
That
for
is
the
Hunter x Hunter.
quarters that
This
we
is a cartoon.
expected.
This is
In the end,
a
St.
regular
Division
show.
came out on top, and that was kind
Southern
of
Final
what
South
everybody
America.
thought would happen.
South America.
Then in EMEA, we had a completely new winner. Guesty, in his first ever monthly final
sir,
performance, he immediately wins it all.
Let's go, Brawl Star.
That was a huge success for them. And now in this region, once again, we have a few teams that make it through the semifinals that we might not have expected.
No problem, no problem.
I
How
would
many
love
matches
to
today?
see
There's
the actual stats,
all right.
but
This
I
is
assume,
semis.
like,
This is last games of the
99% over
semis,
at the website
and then there's
as well has
finals, and
them
we want
as
Eternal
the
to win.
winners of
Eternal has
the
already
group.
made it to the
It
finals.
would be so fun to have
Christo, thank you so
completely
much.
new teams in the
What am I
finals.
watching? Brawl Stars monthly finals last time.
Basically have players that have never competed
Christo,
in a
thank you for the
grand final to be there, right, to win it. So yeah, I mean, we are getting a lot of surprises today. I still hope that SKC can still get to the last set, right? So we can have a bit more of Brawl. But I mean, yeah,
Bro,
it's
coach is
always
so
good.
buff,
Always good to
dude.
have
This
these
dude's literally
things
jacked.
coming out.
So yeah, what we learned today, never not expect the unexpected. Eternal can make it through the finals. Pedro can actually
You feel bad
cast,
for Pekka? Yeah.
and Reddy looks very stylish.
I like that we didn't have anything unexpected or like. Well, actually, I should just take that compliment. I'm not very good at taking compliments, folks, as you can tell. But that's half the job as well. I wonder if we can get some predictions right, though. I wasn't right.
Who
on
won?
Well, yeah. That's an important
they're still finishing up semifinals.
Yeah, evidently not. I couldn't predict Eternal apparently, and I seem to already be wrong about
SKC
Loud,
and
we'll see if I'm
the New
incorrect
Heights
about
Gaming
NHG as well.
are still
After
playing.
those first few sets, would you change your predictions now?
Yeah.
Let's go, Jorby. Let's play
I
together.
expected a
Unfortunately, we're not
stronger
playing right
show
now.
from
We're watching
SKC
the finals.
pretty much.
Julia, thank you for the
I
follow.
think we see them making mistakes, which I didn't really expect out of
Yes,
the
sir.
team
Hunter
that
to the
was
back. You know
number
it.
2 in the region,
ball.
also like won monthly finals last year. Now, it is a different roster as well. They've got a new coach. They've got a new player in Pekka on the squad. And
when is the update? I think it's on the
I would just
20th.
generally say my expectations were a little bit higher for these guys.
I wanna say
At
it's
a
on the
point where
20th
I'm not really willing to say
March?
that.
Wait, when is
I think
it?
they'll
Does
do
anyone
better
know when the
in
actual
grand
update
finals.
is?
I don't.
Or when the season
draft
ends?
is a big
I
part
think
of
that's when it is.
But I think the mechanics, like some little mistakes there, like dropping the ball on the goal line, was a big one for me.
Dude, we're waiting so
We still have
long
2
between
more
these
sets
games.
to
This
go,
is
right?
actually kind of
We
like
still have
frustrating.
maps that will go there to the maps, but map that can really be helpful to have this strange comp. But then we have the last shooting star that for me
March
is
5th? Okay, bet.
the map where you can more play the all stylish.
When is the
comp.
next game? Very
So
soon.
if we
I'm
get to
assuming
the
they're setting it
last
up right
set,
now.
I
I don't
think
know
we
why
can
it's
get
taking
it
so
together.
long. Here we go.
Yeah,
All right,
I
double
think
swoosh.
for
We got Gem Grab.
Shooting Star, it's one of those maps where there's like a handful of comps to play. Either you go aggressive, you play Tick in mid. Piper, Tick, Nani used to be the only comp that you would ever see on this map when we didn't even have draft in the game. First up though, double swoosh, and this could actually be very well our last set of this matchup if New Heights Gaming takes it. Bens are already in here. Meeple, Mina, and Frank Ben out on the left-hand side. Crow, Ems,
Okay,
and
let's see.
Terra
Do they
on
give
the
special
right side.
pins?
Otis is gonna be picked
We
up
might.
here
We
as
might.
one of those
We'll see.
mid-range brawler that's
I'm
just
assuming that they
super
will give
good
one.
against
Okay, here we go.
tanks.
We got
a very solid
Otis
first
first
pick
pick,
in
double
my
swoosh.
opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Otis is obviously the
I actually feel like this is better.
I would say even
but-
the safest
Yeah.
in this map, but you can also
Yeah,
combine it
this
with a crow, with his ban, so you cannot combine it with that. But we can expect the
Spike?
Anti-Tank was going to say either Shelly or Spike. We can see the Spike, probably we're going to see the Shelly later on.
Chester?
Chester could
As a
work.
hard commitment, yeah.
We could see from SK Kalalas
Gonna
they
go.
train a lot the Penny. The good comp, you need a special draft for her, but yeah, they also play the Macy as
Spike
anti-tank.
is open. Yeah.
And
Sap
when-
trading. Thank you for the follow.
With Shelly open, maybe it's not need, but if you want a bit of range plus an anti-tank, maybe we can.
Hank. Whoa.
Okay, yeah. How, were you thinking that? Yeah.
Hank.
Did someone like misclick?
Is
Am
that
I
what
seeing
you
that
meant
right?
with special
Yeah, I don't
That's
get
what
the
we-
Hank,
we were
guys.
expecting.
I don't
Not
get the
that
Hank.
special,
It's not.
but
Yeah, it's specified sets.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's straight up bizarre. I feel like this one's going to become much clearer with that last pick. Right now, that's surely thrown SKC off balance. They have to make a decision whether they're just going to ignore, keep the blinders on, focus on what they want, or whether they're going to play reactively into this Hank. We'll see the
I was
Mortis
gonna
make
say
an
Mortis,
appearance.
but I'm like,
Mortis,
no way
yeah,
they
a
pick
thumbs
Mortis
up
and a
for me
Spike.
as
They
well.
do.
Just great brawler overall,
Me no understand that,
especially
bro.
because you can get so much damage turned out in a short amount of time. You can use the Bats gadget. You can use the one for the combo spinner if you want to.
What do they want now?
Kills. And you chain
Carl
hypercharges
what do they
as long
want?
as you
Tara?
keep that aggression
Tara's
up and running constantly. But beware of the Hank. You will get one shot.
Yeah, I mean, if your
Mazy
dash
Mazy
finish exactly
appearance.
on top of the Hank,
What is this drafting? It's just weird. They're pros. They just draft what they know how to play very well
really far
and
away,
what they
or
like
just
in a certain
run away
spots.
of the Hank. But yeah, we see that makes it really good for the Hank because you are a good anti-tank and also you can respect the range of the Hank. So Macy can be really good. The bushes can be a problem for her, but in the 1v1 she's
They go Finks.
pretty good.
Dude, like I would never
almost
expect
assume
these Finks.
Mazy is going to be
So
the gem carrier
wild.
on the right-hand side. We now have Finks doing just that. I do like it. I don't know how good it's actually going to be against the Mortis. You can teleport yourself out of the way with a catch-up, but you only have that ever so often.
Shade is good
and
for
Mortis
endgame.
isn't really going to care about
It's tough to
his
pick
shots
Shade on
getting
double
slowed down
swoosh
by the
though.
Finks,
Like
so
double swoosh isn't really a
Super
Shade
from
map at
Finks,
all.
The reason why he's so good on a map like Hot Zone.
Like if you were
Ring of
saying it
Fire,
on Hard Rock Mine or
doesn't really
something, I
help
would
him at all
understand where
against
you're
that
coming
Mortis.
from.
I will say
Even
the
like
escape is really
Undermine, not
important.
really a Shade map.
That's why we would call him a tank
Hard Rock
counters
Mine's
because he
probably the
basically
only
has
one
6
that I would
shots that
agree
are going
with.
to all line up when he's
Abby,
in
thank you
close
for the follow.
range. I think it's going to be pretty important that he can teleport away, given that the cooldown pretty closely aligns with how frequently Mortis
Pekka
will be
just
respawned.
deletes
Look at
the...
Pekka.
Wow.
Holy latency
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
He is sweeping
Bro, he's got no
everyone
ping.
up with that saber.
He's safe.
The backlines have been destroyed. He is wise to avoid Wesley. He's moving so quickly that I really don't think they'll be able to keep up. Had that super, but dashed in an odd
Nice shot
direction
from
where he couldn't
KR.
chain the bats.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the
Misses super. That's a big
6 shot
super
of
miss,
Finks when
and
we
then
have
misses
a
shots to
Hank
follow up.
mid-gra-
Oh, he just got deleted. Bro, KR just made a
right?
huge misplay.
I don't know
Wasted
what
all
they-
utility, then died.
How they turn the game around, but yeah, I think once they get this spot, things have a really nice pressure here. It's going to be really hard to kick him out.
And just like that, yeah, they have a sixth sense that allows them to zero in on the position of someone who's in the bushes.
Do you see, this is why I was worried for Pekka though.
Right
like,
that was
bro just got
legendary
deleted
from
by the
RZ,
Hank
who
super, and then
definitely
like
has
if he
vision
jumps on the
gear
spike,
so
he gets deleted too.
That certainly helps
So
as
it's
well.
kinda tough
Looking
for
at
him.
new high
He's gonna have to
scaling so far,
aggro,
they've got
get something
7
really good with
gems
the
under their
Cyberturf.
belt, the right lane locked
This
down.
just keep
Wesley
going.
is alive and healthy
Even
with
if
the
he's taking
super.
damage, he's just
Pekka's
charging
just
stuff
going to
up.
try and dip him on the delay right here.
Nice.
That's
So-
the
how does
combo
he-
spinner that he needed. No bats required. Another one, even getting greedy and going
Also,
in for the gems.
I'm
I can't
curious as
believe
to
it.
why.
Posey has no
Did I just see
response.
Wesley running
Yeah, now that I see,
the
it's really
cactus?
interesting to have that hand with the gem, right? Because Mortis can really kill you. And
Oh
you
my
can kill the
goodness.
Mortis and start like the
Yo,
reverse is
SKC may
happening.
just get wiped.
But I mean, the Hank is really interesting pick.
10 seconds ago, RHZ needs to get this hypercharge onto Winona on the right side. Pekka is the only one in range. 5 seconds to go. Now Winona's
gosh, he
in
has
the
hyper.
corner. RHZ
Pops
with a
it.
Hail Mary.
Can't
get
do
it.
anything.
That's enough
It's
for
wraps.
Winona to
All
lock
right,
down
so
the game. And I just
my
can't
lord,
believe
NHG
it
just
that
won
Hank is
the first
doing
game.
this.
If they win
They're
this
at
next game, they
match
take the
point.
set, and
Match point
SKC doesn't even go to
for
multi-finals.
the Underdogs once
They didn't even
again
go to finals.
today. Like the Hank is working insanely good. Just the first like 10 seconds
This
I
is
think that
crazy.
he suffered a bit. Then was crazy. Even though when he got killed, he do enough damage so the allies can come back and help you to get the gems back. So it's insane.
One of the things you're concerned about as Mortis is that you're going to feed the enemy because you know you're going to be dying so frequently, and you just cannot afford to feed Hank. Look at Pekka just hanging on by a thread, but think of all the damage that he just gave to Hank for his hypercharge and for his super later on that he's going to use in response to Mortis.
Yeah, you can kill the Hank until he gets super, right? And after
Okay,
the
he
first
actually
interaction,
wastes
you
his
are
super.
pretty much cooked.
That was really
And you
good.
just saw that. The bait as well. Pekka decided to go for a little drive-by and baited the super.
Good cook. We'll
Now
see,
Hank's
we'll
going to have to work for
Wesley
that
is
all
running
over again.
cactus. Yeah, I
and
don't
thus the
understand the
mind
cactus,
games begin. Is Mortis really going to commit on me?
I guess that
is
just
now
for the other
SKC's
people.
weapon.
He gets fried to
Yeah,
the
he
Mortis.
needs. We say that you need to try to dash.
We'll
maybe
see. It's
into
not like
him,
Pekka can do
go
much
far
anyway.
away.
Yeah.
He seems to
really
be
fast.
getting handled pretty
So
well by
maybe
Winona.
even he
They get a
use the
nice
super
kill
and
there.
heal
They
up,
are
you
winning
don't
the
get
gems
killed,
here.
right?
KR is
So
being
you
able to
can
scoop
keep the
up a
pressure
lot.
so Christian can still get the gems on the mid.
We'll see if Pekka's going to try the same trick again. Maybe Winona can be fooled twice. Wesley on the right side throws down the super. It's an
spike?
exchange. That's all it really is. And probably actually went better for Pekka because he's closer to his hypercharge now. We don't see
Big
a kick
shots
shot
from
inside.
KR,
That was a
dude.
pretty
It's
good
so
jet
good
carrier
into the
takedown
Hank,
that's
I'm not
gonna
gonna lie.
exchange them onto Prosy, which is fine. He's not
Mazy's
as safe
tapping.
against Mortis, but He's not.
Who do I want to win? I don't care about this one. I care about the next one.
Pekka knows exactly what his
I want Eternal to win the finals. Okay, SK just got destroyed.
Or grab Dodgens.
Oh goodness, and a big TP.
It's
Look
over.
at that. Safe and sound to the back lines. And we
Can Pekka make a play? I don't think so.
Complete
I think
upset.
Pekka's good.
10 seconds to
He
go.
deletes him, but what's that gonna
has
do?
some dashes, but he doesn't
You don't
have the
have your
HP. Now down to 7. That's a spike super. Now 5 seconds.
Kiss his wall.
Pekka,
Oh, it's
his
over.
best attempt,
It's wraps.
not
Yo,
good
SKC's
enough.
done.
And New Heights Gaming have truly redeemed their name here. A grand finals upcoming for this
Bro, they're in
team
monthly
that
grand
repeatedly
finals.
has failed to make it through the quarterfinals. Now with Prosy in command, they're going to the
SKC just
ultimate
got walked,
challenge
bro.
in South America.
SKC
What
just
is
got
happening
walked.
today?
Chat.
I don't know, man. Are we in the upside down? Like, what's happening?
I don't know,
There have been
like,
so
we
many
could feel
upsets.
Those underground
Jimmy, thank you for the follow.
underdog teams really proving not only in new draft, also in strategy. Like they're playing
This is
really
crazy.
good, knowing how the game is about. How it seems like they have tried the hang or trained the hang so much, right?
Do you remember March monthly finals last year?
All right,
It was
we
the
have-
Barry Frank.
No
meta,
problem,
And it
Jorbe.
was just unbeatable, and you saw all these teams that sort of appeared
Ivan
to
Sear,
be
thank you
really,
for the
really
follow.
strong that month, and then sort of faded into obscurity for the rest of the year. I don't think this is one of those. I don't think can we really point our fingers at the meta and say, like, well, it's Buffy's fault.
New Heights Gaming
'Cause
is
the name-
making it
'cause
to
the
the
name,
bronze
Adam, that's
finals
why.
with
I don't really
a very
play Max
good
that
match
much.
to end things off here on a double.
But can
switch.
Eternal
Love to
win this
see
whole
that
thing?
Hank
Let's
coming
see.
in. The Finks as well, 2 brawlers we haven't seen too often on this.
This is an
map, and
interesting
honestly,
2 people in the
after,
finals. New Heights
what we've
Gaming
seen
and
so far
Eternal.
From this February monthly finals, WWL and New
Loud
Heights
and
Gaming are my
SKC
2
both knocked out.
favorite teams, my favorite underdog teams, because they're showing us so many new ideas. I
Yawning
love
so
that
much. I need to
Squeak
eat some
Bells
food,
Rock.
too.
Yes, I'm mentioning it again. We also had a Finks from them on
Both
Bridge Too
underdog, I'm
Far,
saying.
something we don't see too often, and they bring back the Finks paired with a Hank Gem Carrier on double swoosh. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
I don't
Next
think so,
match
but
in
I think
6
it was
minutes.
really interesting,
Take a
right?
break.
Because you know what the other team is gonna bring. The guy was the Mortis, and you just bring something that.
You're the only one that gets the MVP votings late
Mortis
AF.
does nothing against me. I'm
Oh,
invulnerable.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't
Mortis,
even
you
get
can
them.
try
I
to
didn't
outspace
even
me,
get
but
to
you're only
vote
gonna
this
fool
one
me
because I
once.
don't see
Every other time, I'm
Look at the
going to
serious
nuke you
thing.
with every single one of my torpedoes when I super.
I
In
love
the
the
bottom
creativity,
cabinet.
and I love even more when it actually pays off. We have.
We really
some
have to stay here and
new
wait
brawlers
for 5
in
minutes,
The
I'm
game
just
Brawl
like-
Talk just released today, so we can finally talk about them. And we wanted to have a quicker look and opinions from my dear friends over here. Let's do this.
I saved watching Brawl Talk just for this moment. Let's get it. Brawler number 100.
That seems super strong.
How many shadows?
That doesn't seem broken at all.
Another ultra legendary.
He's a villain. Yes.
This is nice to see.
Just looking at him, he looks really, really strong.
I mean, it seems really cool because it's a mix between thrower and sniper, right?
He looks like a star. I know that Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky, so they nailed that as well.
There's 99 other brawlers in the game, and he can take their shadows, copy their superpowers, and now he can also control them to a degree too.
Because it looks like he can do basically everything.
saying-
He's
I'm
a
saying
spawner, he's a thrower, he's a sharpshooter all at the same time.
Seems super strong, especially
didn't call.
hot zone. It seems like it's going to be so strong.
Like easy to play and a long way to master.
Screen is black
I think
refresh.
can be really good for competitive.
Depending on how balancing goes, I think
He's
this
so
is going to
crazy.
be a must ban the second he's in the competitive scene.
It's going to be really tough to balance him. So have fun, Adrian.
At least he'll be ultra legendary, but no, this guy's gonna be absolutely busted.
That brawler is going to be so useful to hold down a lane if you have like you and your 3 shadows around you.
Yeah, like
Your
how can
biggest
you not?
matchup, like your lane enemy, is not gonna be your main focus because you're gonna prioritize to shoot at the mid maybe to get his shadow because maybe your shadows counter your lane, so it's gonna be a mix of focus, where to put the shadow. It's gonna be really interesting.
I will absolutely be trying him out day 1. There's not a chance that I don't unlock this brawler.
I mean, we need to see more. I'm hyped to see
Dude, I'm
more.
getting
I'm
him
excited
day
to
one,
try him
too.
out. I'm excited to get to 1,000 trophies with him because it looks like it's gonna happen in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, dead serious, bro. He
He's a
looks
little bit scary.
unbelievably
They also
cracked.
say it's the first villain in the game. I sure hope he will take our shadows.
That was phenomenal. You guys did a
That was a spooky
phenomenal
ending.
job.
Too broken. Yeah, it's
that's
too
a little-
broken.
that's a little creeped
He's
out
gonna be
there.
so good.
That
Lucas,
was
how are
dull,
you?
Actually, I
Artemis, what's
scare
good?
you too.
No, Artemis, no.
But yes, Sirius seems to be super
Nathan, how are
strong.
you, bro?
We want to unlock him as quick as possible. If you want to do so as well, I think you have to get a win with every single brawler in the game to actually unlock him. So do that quickly. He's going to be so strong in leather,
cooked.
in rank.
You don't have every
actually
brawler?
everywhere.
No, I just won't win with every brawler.
Oh no.
You're going to win with Gale at least.
I've got that.
That's right, that's
bagged.
right.
Yeah, that's number 1. Bagged.
We want to have a look at the bracket once more.
Did you
We're
hear
still
that?
in the South America Monthly Finals.
Gotta win with
Series A
every
is gonna
brawler?
come to the game,
What? Am
but
I
it's only
tired?
gonna
A little
be
bit,
played
but not really.
Next month. We're
Okay.
still in February.
That's crazy,
so
yeah, that's crazy.
Of course, we have.
Do
Wait,
we actually have
is
to win
that
a
not
game with
how
every
they
single
pick
brawler to
months in
unlock
the
Sirius?
finals?
There's no way.
No, it is not. In fact, it is two upsets
Let's get
that
Agnes.
we were certainly wrong about.
All right, guys.
It
Eternal
was-
and
wait,
NHE in the
round
finals.
1, 3 of 4
We're
me.
voting for
I'm
Eternal. Let's see if
feeling
they
hot
can
on
pull
the
it
day.
through.
Now we've got Loud
Is it done?
and
No, we got the
SKC,
finals right
these
now.
two big
2
dogs.
minutes
They're
left.
going to provide,
2 minutes
and
left
they
to win.
absolutely did not. South America, the future has never been more unclear. I'm open to it. I'm excited for it. This is somebody brand new. We didn't see either of these organizations win a single monthly finals last year.
The organizations, many of those players have
Eternal's
never
got
been
this.
in
They
the
can do it.
grand
They can
final,
do it.
and Motep is sitting there laughing right now. He's in Eternal. He did not play with, or isn't playing with P.E.K.K.A this season, and they've been playing for so long. They decided to not stick together this year, just 3 days before the qualifiers. That's insane. And I'm sure he would have hoped
1
to
a.m.
actually
Belgian time
play
now?
up
Oh, I
against
see, I
P.E.K.K.A
see.
in the finals.
Yeah, for me it's 7 o'clock
Now
p.m.
they're
7
facing
p.m.
off against New Heights Gaming that have brought us so many new drafts. Let's see if they're ready for
It's
that.
good, Hojo.
Motep getting a quick bit of doom scrolling in before he
Motep's
logs in for the
actually
match.
doom
Just getting
scrolling? That's
the
insane.
dopamine receptors nice and primed for the upcoming mayhem that is bound to ensue with a couple of teams that we did not see coming to the grand finals at all.
And we already talked about their creative draft. We want to have a look once more at just what those two teams have showed us in the semifinals.
All right, let's see the picks.
Because I
Interesting.
think the draft played a huge role as to why they're standing in the grand finals right now, Kenny.
A lot of unique brawlers, and I mean, obviously very different map pools, but I think it just goes to show they've used so many different strategies to win today, and even some of those not winning ones, brawlers like Grom, really mixing things up. So you're going to see the same thing with New Heights Gaming. So a lot of times with these underdogs, they have to pull off some crazy strategies. A couple that stand out to me today. Barry on Safe Zone, not really heard of in this current meta, and I mean, obviously, the Hank on Double Swoosh, are you kidding me? And it caught a W?
Do I know much
oh
about
my
Motep? I do
gosh.
not.
He's gem carrier too.
Actually,
I
don't.
know.
Scanner, they can do the ball.
The W swoosh seems to have panned out for them. Look at some of these bans also. I mean, it's not all buffies, okay? They have played this meta in a really interesting way. You know, we also had like some balance changes between the release of buffies and now, but I like
All
their
right, we
lateral
got Hot
thinking.
Zone,
I like
Bounty,
their
Gem Grab,
creativity. It
Brawl
absolutely has
Ball,
thrown the more
and
established
Knockout. Let's see what
opponents
happens.
Off balance, but
We got Hot
what are you
Zone
gonna do
first,
against
Open
Eternal now?
Business.
These aren't established opponents. They made it the same way as you to the grand finals.
I'm a huge draft and analyst fan, so I also hope we get a little look, at least tomorrow, as to what is the meta of Latam now. So far, we had two completely different metas in East Asia compared to EMEA, and today it seems very different once more. These are the maps for your finals. Once again, handpicked, only the finest selection, and Open Business is gonna start us out.
Yeah, I think Open Business is going to be a good one to start things out too, because compared to these
kicked that
other
cap
Hot
trap.
Zone
I don't
maps,
like that
this
cap
one really relies on either wall break
I
or
swear that was
throwers as
undermined,
well.
that
They
cap
can
trap on
certainly
the
get in the
screen.
equations. A lot of times you'll see these 6-pick
Make
brawlers.
the
I've
screen
even seen
sideways.
Larry
You
and
can't.
Mori
If
in
you wanted
ones
to do
like
that, you can
North
go on the red
America.
platform.
Just be pesky.
We have
saw
multiple
Barry slip
platforms
through.
for
These
this.
teams are daring to dream. I don't
No
know
problem,
what's gonna
GL.
happen, but
I'll
Stu's
catch
been
you.
everywhere.
Thank you for tuning in.
I think Barry's actually a viable pick here on Open Business, so we'll see if he gets selected. You know, paired up with a tank or something like that. We've seen how powerful Frank
Miyagi,
can be.
thank you for the
In
heart
fact, so powerful that I would actually be willing to wager that it gets banned outright. So a whole lot of question
What if
marks
I was up here,
for us
guys?
here up at the desk
Talking.
that we're going to have
Just
those questions
yapping.
answered very soon.
I hope so. Well, I just think Barry would actually be expected to be played on Open Business, so
Yeah.
we're not going to see Barry.
Yeah, pretty
That's how it worked so far with those two teams. I do think we're going to see a lot more Finks from the side of New Heights Gaming.
Yeah,
they really
Finks.
seem to like this brawler, playing him on maps where we don't usually see him.
Possibly
Yeah,
even
I think
Mimi.
Finks, Poco, a lot of these these Hot Zone mids, there'll definitely be a debate when it comes to that ban stage, but we're just with so many buffies going on right now, we have brawlers like Frank, Spike, Ems. It adds up to be a lot. You only get to choose 3, you got to choose wisely.
Yeah,
Quick,
I
we need
think
time
that
skip.
like
We need a
all the
1 minute
buffies are
time
coming out to
skip.
play here, right? That is without question. On Open Business,
Good,
even
Anna.
if we like move beyond that, are we going to see some of the funky play? What does he take again? Just going to say from New Heights Gaming? No, it was absolutely ridiculous earlier. So I just just another one that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Dare to dream, ready?
Yeah, thank you, thank
Dare
you.
to dream.
And keep dreaming.
Maybe I don't have to dream.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Awkward.
We'll see.
We also have seen a lot of Stu and
How you
Ellie
doing?
from these.
We need
teams
Eternal to
here
win the
in
multi-finals.
quarterfinals, at
That'll be
least
lit.
as soon as we kind of
Super
pointed
cool.
out that this just might.
And
be
we
the
are about to
later
see that
meta,
right now.
those
Who
two
did I vote for
brawlers.
to win? I
They
didn't even get
stopped
to vote because I
picking
didn't even see the things come out.
I
But
think
we want Eternal to
more
win.
than anything,
So we got the
it's
homies in the
really
work.
The map pool
So
that
let's
we
see it.
had in the
Any more
quarterfinals.
matches?
I
Yeah, the
think
finals right here.
Ali and
You came at the perfect
Shades
time,
simply
actually.
really
Actually,
worked
Anna,
well.
you literally
Hard
came at
Rock
the perfect time.
Mine,
So like,
they're not necessarily going to be one size
Let's
fits
see it.
all brawlers. I mean, on Double Swoosh, I totally could have
Stefan,
seen
what's
something
good?
like an alley, but maybe not as much shade. So I think just when we see these maps, especially when they're all consistent, consistent, teams kind of figure out their bans for those.
And we want to kick things off and now for our grand final for
Why
South
Eternal? Because we have
America,
homies in the
very first
organization.
monthly finals of the month. Let's head straight into it.
Valentin, thank you for the follow. You're number 1 in your country in ranked. Oh my gosh, in what country? You're him. Or her. But tough. Good job. All right, here we go. I love how they started doing this 3D showing of maps. Let's go, let's go, let's ride. Eternal vs NSG finals, first game. Let's ride. All right, we've got bans. Frank, Spike, M's banned. They banned Dynamite. What? I don't understand. Dynamite, Spike, and Kenji. They take the Poco. Do they want Frank Poco?
If you haven't locked in your
I think they want the Frank low key. Oh wait, no, Frank's banned.
You can still lock them in for tomorrow. NA is
they don't want no stuns happening up in here. They can still go Finks.
Poco is gonna kick things off, and that's a brawler you
I think
mentioned.
Finks is an option.
Such a strong
but Finks is not great in the Poco because of the splash.
I think so too, and it's
just
an
kind of
early
just like
selection as well. One that's really
makes you
standing
go
out
out.
to me is Michael is in the ban stage, and I'm not used to
down
seeing that guy, but it does go to show just how valuable
nice.
throwers
Masters
can
3
be.
Serbia.
So I
Oh,
wonder if this is
nice,
something
bro.
pesky that's going to allude to what
You're
they want to do
tough.
later down
SKC
the
lost,
line
they
as a
did lose.
strategy, or if
Insane,
they truly
right?
just feel like this brawler is going to be a real.
They still
force
opt
to
for
be
the
reckoned
Finks,
with.
even though.
I'll tell you what, one of the first things that comes to mind when I see Dynamite banned is that there's going to be
I
like
don't
a
love
Frank
that.
or a Hank pick coming through. Frank is banned, so
What are you gonna back that
Hank,
up
and
with?
honestly, it's in our recent memory as well. It was just used to great success on double swoosh. It wouldn't be such a bad pairing.
Yo, I
that
swear we don't see
Poco.
Draco
Seems
anymore.
like there's a little bit of a Hank idea
Yes, sir,
as
Michael.
well, given that
These are
Draco
the finals,
is one of
though.
the greatest counters to Hank in the entire
Michael's
game.
not a bot.
And it will have the sustain that would be typical of something that you'd pair up with Poco anyway.
This, to me, is such a throwback to like
What?
2023 World Finals. Draco was literally played everywhere. Now he's coming, 24 actually, was played everywhere. And now he's coming back here alongside the Finks that I said
just
New
messed
Heights
something
Gaming
up.
would love to have their brawler, that brawler once
I swear
more.
I've made Michael
They don't
Bob
get
before,
him,
though.
it's on the side of Eternal
That's the thing.
Esports. They get Ashe and Gray instead. And Gray on open business can
Frank's
do a
banned,
double
yeah.
setup where once he has his hypercharge, he can
Why is
teleport
my
once
filter
out of
doing that?
spawn
I don't know.
into
I have no idea,
halfway
Artemis.
to
I'm not
mid
doing
and then
anything, I
once
swear.
more into mid, so it's going to be a direct access. And with an Ashe in their comp, that's going to be so strong.
They
Seems
go to
peculiar,
Ashe.
but Ashe is definitely a selection because of the Draco on the other
They
side.
go for a Hank.
Gets leeway as well. Hank's somebody especially.
You're
and he's
stealing
great.
all of New Heights brawlers.
Well, I mean, better than they have it than New Heights Gaming. They just saw him win with it. I'd take it too.
Most random picks, yeah. I have no
So what's the
idea.
mentality here? I'm going to set the tactical
my
nuke on
gosh,
top of the exit of the Gray TP. Is that
I actually
the mentality
completely
here?
forgot
Because
that
this
was
is what you
even
have
a
to
thing.
do into a Gray comp. First of all, you have to avoid feeding super for a very long time. Give
Most
it, 2
unexpected,
ticks.
actually?
It's
Yeah,
probably
no,
gonna happen
these are some
basically
weird picks. I don't
instantly.
even
That is
understand
if you want to have any sort of semblance of control on the zone. Then you have to deal with the
sounds good,
respawning on the zone,
No
by
watch
the
finals
way.
then?
Brawlers who can also come in
Lore,
with the respawn
thank you
shield.
for the follow.
It is the grand
All right, here we go.
finals. Eternal and New
First
Heights
game.
Gaming, they both had to sweep the expected victors out of the way to make it to this one final stage. They've never made it this far. The Orcs have never made it to a grand finals before, and it happens now.
And of course, in South America style, both of these teams going to be rather
Okay, they get
aggressive.
taken out.
Double tank coming out of the Eternal squad. We got
Big
Draco and
control
Hank.
from NHG,
Not too
though.
often we see them in a
they
combination
take
right now. And
with
Ashe,
his
of course,
own
getting
back?
the next 2. This is going to be some counterplay. Those
Wesley
rats
getting a
are
lot of
really
charge.
pesky to deal with for something
He already
like
has
Draco
one
and
down.
a Hank as well. But I think Eternal are just banking on the fact that they can just force their way up the middle of the map alongside Cowie, who's going to be kind of instigating the middle of the map, while these other two operate
no.
on the side lanes. It's New Heights
It's not
Gaming,
looking
though,
good for them,
holding
guys. It's not
firm
looking
in the
good for
middle.
them.
And now that they've
Really,
got this
Margaret?
great
Oh my
teleport
gosh.
established and a hypercharge off the back.
Yo,
of it,
man,
they
Monkey
can
Man, thank
really
you for the
excel.
follow.
I mean, forget
Hank
about
and
the
Dash, yeah, I have
teleport.
no
Are
idea.
they
I don't
even going
understand
to
the
need
draft.
it, or will they just survive the entire time? They have already this Poco hypercharge to operate with. Cowie BR is out of the equation. Jubileo
Oh,
feeling
no,
the
it's
force
over.
of yet another.
Guys, they're
And once
fried
upon a
set one.
time,
Their
we
draft
called
was
this
just cooked set
composition
one.
the Slambulance. It
Yeah, I don't
is
think
Poco
Draco was good.
and
We
some
don't
kind of
see much
tank.
Draco
No double
anyway.
tank, but
They don't
no
have a
double
Rust
tank
for
is
pet, like,
required.
tree or anything to
Last-ditch
pair it
effort
up
now
with.
appearing from Eternal, but it's just not enough to disrupt a 2%
They're cooked, bro. They're
necessity
fried. They're
to win
fried.
the game. That is an
Lock in,
outdraft
lock
and a half.
in.
They absolutely wrecked Eternal in that game. I mean, there were no signs of life
120K
coming
except
in
that.
from the bottom hand of your screen.
Fine,
It just
fine.
felt like the strategy was really coherent. I think this Ashe is going to be an
do
excellent
I want to win
selection
Eternal?
for both of these tanks.
Lock
I think
in.
on
They
top
gotta
of
just
that,
lock in.
Just
They
Poco
can't be
never
getting
going
that
down and
bad.
constantly
Even
being
if the
able to
comp is
cycle
bad,
that
that's so
super,
bad.
Just completely preserve the teammates. One thing we have to look out for. You can't feed Wesley, the Gray, a TP early. He's already got it established.
He's
now
got
he's
the
just
TP.
charging
He's
down
got the
through
TP in
Jubileo.
one
He
shot.
knows that
He's
as
got
long
the
as he
TP
gets
in
enough
one
caps,
shot, bro.
even if he dies, his teammates got got him covered. He just needs the teleport to provide for the team.
Failure on every single front. Wesley was given a free hook off the beginning, got another shot on Jubileu, and now has the TP, even gets a kill off of it. I mean, talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It's the Ashe hypercharge to force Motep back, but that shield is putting in a lot of work right now. Cycle out those rats while you can. Loses a couple teammates along the way, but Prosy knows that they're going to be respawning. Does the diligent thing and teleports back so he doesn't get staggered from his team, and now they can move in as a unit.
Nah, the guys, this one's chalked,
like
man.
Not even trying to avoid the
this one's cooked,
yeah. Teleport through as well, so
this
Wesley
one's cooked. They got TP set up, and it's just too much time. It's too much time on zone.
Enough. Wesley finally falls when Nona's still alive. Eternal have a chance. The more this opens up on the right-hand end, though, Jubileu can't really do what he's supposed to do. Hug that wall, pop a bubble, repeat. He's going to have to hug this left-hand side. Fink's now in an awkward position. Look at all the spawners. That's why Ashe can be such a great matchup. Thankfully for Motep, he did have a gadget in the back pocket.
Right. Really good
HG in the winning position, 15% to go. It's pretty much a guaranteed victory at this point. Ooh, the spin!
They first picked it.
That wasn't very necessary. Calm down, son. It's set number 1. But it's a win nonetheless.
Maybe they should just open.
I feel like this draft
Mortis
just
Cookie for
really
real?
went wrong for me at the Draco pick because there were just still too many openings left to be countered out. And then I think doubling down and going the Hank on top of that.
Yeah, the
really
Hank was
just,
not
like,
it.
Felt like the Ashe was going to be set up for success regardless of what they did. And on top of that, Wesley's gameplays in these early moments, he's able to
Dude, they just got destroyed set 1.
Single time. Hank's hugging these walls, he's getting those tags, super cycled immediately. It just never felt like NHG.
Best of 5 is the other thing.
I feel like a common pitfall of playing this sort of composition is that you expect to just have the better brawlers. When you run these tanks, you think, okay, well, I'm just going to run at the enemy and then I'm going to win. And I don't know, maybe we'll just rock, paper, scissors it, have everyone run at each other and then see who wins. But no, there are
So now do we have to wait Brick for the next one? It's good, Brace. How are you, Homer?
Avoid the gray hook and not give him a shot for free. You can try to stay behind a wall so that he doesn't get the TP instantly, but that is what Jubileu
All right, what's next? Brawl Ball?
For free.
5 rounds, yeah, 5 rounds. But we'll see if they can take this next one.
DPS and kill stats on the
be
Poco
very wrong.
and
I mean, we'll
Ashe.
see. We'll
Ashe
see.
might not be a
I think they just got out-drafted pretty bad. They have to come back and not get drafted like that.
To Draco and then powered up by 2
Poco has 9 kills. Poco went crazy, bro. Poco's clearly really good there.
Teleporting him into mid, and Wesley actually showed that comp that I was talking about to perfection, that double setup with the hypercharge.
They lucky you ain't playing backs.
Was, even if
Kiki,
he
they give the 5 roses.
3 seconds later, as soon as he respawns.
Do you know when it's World Finals? It just happened like not that long ago, so it's gonna be a while until the next World Finals.
That had a great on-paper matchup into the enemy teams. I felt like there were just so many pluses for New Heights.
They did out-draft SKC. Dude, they have coach. Dude, the draft is good.
I feel like their jobs were much tougher.
But I feel like the draft has been bad for South America all around.
Look, you see the gray,
it's so interesting.
you see the
it's like so weird to see the
know
draft.
It's curtains already. Unless there's a strong counter, which is not what Hank was. Hank was the final selection. It was not what the doctor ordered at all. In fact, it probably exacerbated the same issues where Hank was immediately getting pulled by the gray, feeding the TP, and pretty much handing the win to them even earlier than would have otherwise.
I sure didn't order it.
No, well, and yes, in training to be a doctor.
Mortis on the right-hand side. First pick here on Layer Cake. Maybe this time around Eternal shouldn't just take some inspiration from New Heights Gaming comp. They have the
Ems.
and the
There's Mortis. They go Mortis. I mean, they go Ems into Mortis. I don't understand it.
I noticed slid through the band stage. She is.
I don't understand the Ems into the Mortis, bro.
Overall, she's not too good in
what?
anymore, I believe. With the nerf to her gadget,
Jean?
Mortis should have a very good matchup into her.
You get
Jean's
the bounce off, but like, bro, nah.
That's a bit better.
A lot of area control for this left-hand side versus just blatant aggression coming out of Perosi and his teammates right now. Mortis a common pick right now. A lot of these bans, they've been able to get rid of some of the common
Bell
threats.
maybe?
So Willow gone,
oh,
Shade
they banned
gone,
Bell.
Ali the Alligator, still a
took
presence
Gene,
here, I think, even on this map. I don't know if it's necessarily a click for that right-hand side roster, but I think it's definitely something, if I'm the blue side, I'm considering as
Pierce is open,
My biggest
bro.
concern is what do you do into this Mortis?
I'm saying Mortis just counters
Neither of
them.
your choices so far are good into it. Might even be in the books for New Heights Gaming to go ahead and give that treat to Mortis immediately. Also, considering all the terrain, it can be challenging
I hate this
to
draft.
play
I hate this
here,
draft. Spike open, Spike's not open.
The projectiles, you know, as his name would suggest. Once you
Otis
maybe,
but I don't even think so.
Go through the obstacles. Final selection now.
Like Ali?
Eternal.
Ali is open. There's not much wall break.
At least have a solid defense against
they could go Ali.
The blue star is going to be going.
This could be an Ali 6.
Right off the
I'm
bat,
not gonna
so
hold you, bro. I think it's an Ali 6. They go Mina. I think Ali would have been better.
I was about to say I would like to see them
Doug?
some aggression as well.
I think Doug's just
Mina
getting tapped. I'm
Kenji
not
would
gonna lie.
have
He's
been
feeding and
Mixer,
getting
they're
tapped.
gonna go with Mina. They now have a very balanced comp here with the Gene. Once he has a pull
This is fried.
available, you have so much pressure, and it's
Yeah, and then
basically
she's
a
drafted
guaranteed
them
kill
so
if you hit
hard.
your pull.
Rico for sure?
And
Nah,
to
nah,
kind
nah.
of just
Tyler, thank you for the follow.
defend that Gene to go up against the Mortis potentially.
Doug
once
was
you have your
banned. Why is
Genji
Doug
and Super available, and then
Maybe
as
because
well
Doug
as
Gray.
Mina to
OP
also
Escanor, thank you for the
create
follow.
some pressure against your opponent.
Tough first set,
Really good
yeah.
draws
This
from
is
the
maybe a
left-hand
tough
side.
second set
New
as
Heights
well.
Gaming once more
I don't like their draft.
with,
We'll see it.
A bit more creative comp. They do have the Mortis, but yeah, we'll see how things are going to go down.
To them, like, what is their draft into the Mortis? I don't know why they banned Doug Gray. Yeah, I don't think it's like that. I don't see them use it ever in pros. I just don't feel like it works. And then look, Mina just gets deleted, bro. Like, why are we picking like the Mina too? Their entire team just gets to diff by a Mortis, bro.
Unless she has that super,
what have they
it's gonna
done?
be difficult for her to earn, and even then, does it really affect Mortis that much? I would actually say no. Mortis should diff the Mina, which had me scratching my head just
because
a
they
little
don't
bit
get
when it was
haircuts
selected.
because they're
We'll
too
see
busy playing Brawl Stars.
Fixing to be flipped on its head. In fact, Brawlers have already been
No problem,
flipped
Matthias.
opposite. It's upside down. Eternal
Prosy
trying to
just
migrate
having
to
such
territory
a
that was
free
once
game.
theirs.
Anybody
It's
he
going to
wants.
be a
Ems, Jubileo,
respawning
anybody.
brawler that New Heights can
All
deal
dead.
with.
They're
From
all
the other
cooked.
side, it's Jubileo now approaching Wesley. But yet another kill as those two stranded and encircled brawlers from Eternal are turned into stars.
They've been good all day long, and all of a sudden they're getting this grand finals.
Yeah, I
and
don't
we're
know
not
what
seeing
the
a lot
strategy
out of
is
them. I mean,
here.
Eternal have had juice.
Matthias, thank you for the
but
follow.
New Heights Gaming
Follow
just
is
seem to have a
perfect,
recipe
yeah.
for success. They're up 9-0 in this
Thank
game.
Matthias for
Still
that
plenty
one.
of brawl
Oh,
left
good
to
tap
play.
from
New
Jubileo.
Heights
Gets
Gaming
2 cents.
unwavering
They're
just
winning.
like that.
They're
In the
winning.
blink of
They're
an
winning.
eye,
They're
Eternal
winning.
sweep every
What?
One of them, they've been bountied. 3 kills all
Yeah, they've been
even, but
bountied.
they've got
Literally
bull
the best way to
side
put
now.
it.
They have that 1-star advantage, but they don't have the Gene pull anymore. It was unfortunately missed by Motep. Gonna blast.
Oh my
away.
gosh.
Rosie,
What a
for
stun.
second, looked like he forgot what to do. Yeah, a little crying pin right there because that actually could have been a victory.
Yo, how are they
Mortis had
winning
gotten
this?
The chain bats off, which he was lined up for. But maybe he's just saving it for the next push in. Here comes
Oh,
chain
gosh,
bats,
here
make
it
that
is.
one kill. Callaway says,
He's trapped, though.
"Oh,
He's trapped, though.
man,
Cook
this
him.
looks beautiful."
Oh my gosh, Eternal!
Powers everyone on New Heights Gaming and brings Eternal 1 star away from 20.
Nah, the impossible. I thought I'm thinking they're so straight cooked. How are they even getting this? I think that NHG's honestly just playing this wrong. I think they're playing this wrong. They bountied them, bro. Bounty them, they're forced to push. That's crazy.
Did not go their way whatsoever. It was all New Heights Gaming. And the start of that, I was nervous.
I
mean,
think
really
Mortis needs
things
to play
are
a little
starting
bit more
to get carried
patient.
away. Had
Yeah,
opportunities
yeah.
there as well, but the second
I
Mortis
agree.
dove in towards that end game, Ims made a really smart move. Instead of dealing with Mortis, knew that
I think the
if she just
interactions
walked
were just
forward with a
off.
super,
Like
the other
they
two brawlers were
bounty
gonna
sometimes
fail.
about
That
like,
would
oh,
happen.
we
Oh,
kill
and a
you and then you
misstep
team
there.
wipe us and
Now
then
all
you're
of a sudden,
winning.
it
Like,
feels like the
or
ball's been passed
you
to
team
New
wipe
Heights
us and we
Gaming.
team
They're
wipe
the
you and
ones
then we're
making
winning.
Yeah,
Like
what's
it's
mentality
that kind of
here
way.
that I'm going to get that blue star anyway.
Mortis dash and
something
wall. I don't know
like
if that was the
Well,
only thing
here
that
comes
just
the kill
caused
on
them to lose,
Motep
though.
right there. It
Turkey,
puts
thank you for
New
the
Heights
follow.
Gaming in the lead. Prosy
I think
on
Prosy
top
needs to,
of
like,
an
get the
invulnerable
interactions
brawler. He's
correct.
just chasing down Coway BR like his life depends on it. And it kind of does. I mean, his team's life depends on it. Eternal off of that is able to get yet another kill. And now the lead for NHG has turned into one for Eternal.
It gained them
I catch up. What's good?
but
Catch
no
up.
kills on top of it. It feels like Perozy's being a tad aggressive for me. Maybe a little reckless borderline. Wesley's still in the mid. Winona hasn't been phased yet.
Oh my
And now the pull
Prosy,
goes
dude.
through. Oh, Perozy went from being the man of the set early in game number 1 to now a reason why they're losing.
Pretty much. He's died 1-2 times now. It's a 3-star lead for Eternal. Now he's trying to bait out some attacks from Coway BR, who couldn't actually be less interested.
Oh
He's
no, they're
focused on
down.
the matchups that he
Jubileo's
does
got to
win
play
on the right
life. They're
side.
still up blue star. They're
Coway
still winning.
falls.
Can they take the set? There's no
Rather,
way, bro.
Prosy is
Oh my
able
gosh,
to pick
dang,
up those
bad tap.
stars. He's got 4 hovering over his head now.
Tough.
But the tiebreaker
They're just
is
sitting
still
in this
won
back.
by
They're sitting in this back. I
Eternal.
don't see it going well
Prosy
for them.
really doesn't want to die here, but he doesn't have
Gonna
anything to
kick out
keep him
Prosy.
alive. No super, no hypercharge. He's going to have to exchange some stars for that. Hopefully get a team wipe later because it doesn't look like New Heights Gaming are going to be able to get a kill otherwise.
Beautiful bounce back for him. 4 stars on his noggin. Winona on this right.
Mortis
side.
needs to do
Still
something.
expanding territory. Now those sandbags will go down. Wesley can slowly approach. Going to be trying to work with this as a team. Now with that wall break going down, pushing them back as well. All they have left to cling on to is this little indestructible.
Interesting position.
Still the same thing. 20 seconds left. Bro, they can't push in.
Do
Do they just hold? Can they hold? It's all going to be about interactions at this end game. 15 seconds. Can they go in? Why are we pulling up pad?
Winona now creating the pressure and windmill
Big
down.
gadget.
Is there
Here
enough
goes
time
Prosy.
for it to
Prosy's gonna have to go
expire
in. He's gonna
before
go
they
in.
Push in. 5 seconds to go. Wesley needs a huge super here. Prosy creates the pressure.
Prosy dies.
So
He
much
just goes
CC
down. Oh my gosh, not
everywhere.
Prosy. The Mortis just didn't do
And
anything.
no
The Mortis just
good.
got fried.
Set for Eternal.
Oh my goodness. Eternal takes the unwinnable set.
really
Let's
well
go.
done.
Ezron, thank you for the follow.
Did not look great in that opening set. So I think for them to bounce
good, Saucy?
back
What's good?
and see some semblance of themselves there.
I'm saying I have no idea how they won that. Here we go with the next one.
Some big teams. Both of these squads did. I mean, more than earned for both ends. But you can see it. Ferozy was a little shaky throughout.
Akam, thank you for the follow.
I don't want to make it seem like this is an easy job for him, but it felt like
Eternal
already on the defensive end. They made those quick bounty calculations a lot of the times, knew when to go for kills, knew when to leave Mortis alone. Really good bounce back from them overall.
We were looking out for that Mortis. Prozzy didn't have as much value as they probably were hoping for, feeding a lot, especially in that
nice, bro. Jubileo's been crazy.
Kind of redeemed himself midway through, but yeah, wasn't enough. Still, Eternal takes this set, equalizing the score, and that's exactly what we want to see from a grand final.
We want to see it go to 5 sets, especially
good gadget
if we
from Kyle.
have 2 unexpected competitors to make it this far. No stranger, of course, in New Heights Gaming. They had to go to set 5 just to win their quarterfinal. Surprisingly, an easier semifinal for them. Now they make it to the grand finals and they equalize.
Smina's good. Yeah, nah. Jubileo's very good.
Yes, give us, please, more Brawl Stars. We want to see all 5 sets played out so far.
Little
so
girly
good.
play. What do you mean?
1-1 and Prozzy
play like little girls,
did
that's what you're saying?
in his team,
Bro, they're
but
pros.
it just was not enough because
they're playing objective.
Got a few more kills.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, they got bountied at the end of the day. Sometimes, even if you get an equal number of kills, the blue star can still swing your way, but it did feel like, especially in that game number 1, things really started getting out of hand. Eternal making some good adjustments here. I think overall...
All right, next, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat after this as well.
I didn't question it as much going in. No blunders or mechanical issues, really. That was the Eternal that I'm kind of used to seeing that we've had all day long. I really want to see how these guys handle the pressure, because for
I look tired,
them,
yeah, a little
they've
been
been here before.
Okay.
Rosie, the couple guys from Eternal,
I got some
been
good
in this
sleep last
spot.
night.
It's the other players
but
on the outside
I guess just
that maybe
seeing
haven't
like or
advanced
just
to those
watching
regular
this is
semifinals
like,
and those grand finals.
sitting
I'm
at the
looking to see how they
computer
handle the bright lights.
I think New Heights Gaming also have like some wind in their sails just from that semifinals victory.
Pizza, maybe. Dude, you know what I could go for? Oh my gosh, that put me on to an idea. I could go for a Domino's pan pepperoni. Right now, like a just, oh my, that would unbelievably smack. But I got a lot of stuff to do. I still have to film. I gotta edit.
All of that fire and the confidence behind it.
There's a lot to do.
You could say that
New
Heights Gaming
got pizza today, nice.
tired.
Maybe I get Domino's pan. I'm thinking about Domino's pan pepperoni.
Had the same run in the
so good.
also
What's my favorite team?
So both of them
Crazy
have
Raccoon, probably.
many sets, 2 matches behind them. They must be tired at this point, but they're still showing up with the best.
Yeah, no, Domino's fan. I'm going for it, guys. I'm gonna call my mom and ask her after stream if she's got any plans for dinner, and if not, then I'm totally copping Doms.
We have Mortis once more as the first.
Brawl Stars update is cooked. It's cooking. It's fire.
Just love
been
being
lurking.
aggressive,
I'll
and this
get
is a meta
What time is it for me?
Really
7:22.
It's one of those things that I think these teams are so
not late at all.
with themselves, and I imagine the grand
do it right now. I could.
Hasn't been allocated the time maybe compared to the quarterfinals and the semifinals. That's just naturally how teams go. They prioritize winning, and then you kind of figure it out along the day. I think they know that if they don't take the Mortis this early on, it's just going to escape from them. You either have to first pick it and live with the result, or you let it go and give it to the other team.
Those situations always really suck, where you feel like you're forced to pick a brawler, even though you can sense all of the ways that it could go wrong.
For dinner?
And
Craving
you're
a pizza
already
from
watching
Domino's.
it unfold before your very eyes. Mortis is left open, and now you have to play into Spike.
Mortis
and now you
first
probably have to
pick
play
is
it into
crazy.
another anti-tank. I would not be shocked if Otis is selected at this point in the draft, but also you're looking at a potential tank matchup at the end. You know, Shelly is a completely viable last pick. And it hasn't been banned out. This is a map where she's very, very good.
Low-key Rico.
We're actually on
Series copies your powers and creates clones. The other brawler auto. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. It's insane, Elliot. He's so OP. Pape, how are you?
Then on Sneaky Fields. So far, we had a Buffy.
Yeah, Globert's hyper is crazy, guys. In all directions, are we serious? Angel Wings, thank you for the follow. But hypothetically, if I am getting Domino's after stream, I'm ordering it on my phone and then driving over and picking it up, and then heading straight back home. Finishing the script for the top 10, filming that for gameplay, and I have to film myself talking about it, and then edit that whole thing, and edit short form clips, and post, and
really curious
play the game
here.
too.
I mean,
And like, yeah, I didn't even mention playing the game yet, guys. Content creation is a lot.
So I was almost a little shaken a little
It's the
bit.
weekend.
I thought,
So
oh man, are we on
actually that I have time for this. So like,
in my brain, did I mess
during
up?
the week,
I'm just, again,
do you have time
South
for that?
America just continues to surprise me.
Too?
But these creative efforts have been fruitful. I mean, they're here in the
you got all the
grand
drafts
finals
correct. There's no way.
This is one of those
because
moments where
these
I'm
drafts
just
make no
gonna sit
absolute
back and
sense.
kind of
Sorry,
figure it out.
sense.
Why did they make this?
What does that say in
I imagine
Japanese?
a lot of it was probably for defense. So now they've got a mid.
Can you tell you the answer to the quiz? What quiz? What quiz?
They don't
Johnny?
have to fully commit to a tank. They can still have
Still can't
somebody
sweet. SK got 54 points.
Carry distance with his regular shot,
and then get money for doing all that. No, I don't really get that much. I mean, you can count gifts as money, but I don't get paid for that.
Create a miserable matchup for Mortis into literally everyone. Pam also just gonna not be an ideal matchup for Mortis. He can have all of his ammo sucked away.
Oh yeah, for
now,
the blink.
if you are a good
What's the anime in the background? That's a Hunter x Hunter, and this is Cartoon Network, and that is well, that is from Cartoon Network. That's regular show. Johnny, thank you for the follow. Favorite brawler, Max.
It's gonna be ready the next time you
decide.
decide.
Let's see, you guys. Lock in.
Her.
They go Pam.
There are 3 not so great matchups for Mortis. He's just gonna have to be really, really quick.
If I play Mortis,
dude, Mortis is fried.
I sigh whenever
what pizza
I
do I want to order? Okay, Domino's, pan,
and
pepperoni. That's what I'm craving
matchup,
right now.
But let's see what they can do.
Who did Loud lose to Eternal? That is playing right now for the finals. All right, lock in, team.
And I'm not
Johnny, thank you for the follow.
Jubileo expanding down that left-hand side, as you all alluded to. It's going to be a tall task for him. Goes out immediately, scrap sucker, static, spike super in damage. I mean, it's just overwhelming, so it's going to have a large shoulder.
Pam is like, Pam in meta, dude, she seems actually like so meta. I feel like she's like high B tier, at least A tier.
It's just, they're feasible brawlers, but executing the strategy, it's going to be tough.
Well,
Kawe dodges that Nico shot. I mean, that RT shot. I don't know if it's worth it. Jubileo is like completely useless. He's going to run away from Prozy. He's going to spend a lot of time running away from Prozy.
Here comes the RT base on the left side. Could actually be
this is a turn. This is multi-finals.
For Kawe to deal with.
Mortis is kind of Battle 3.
You're right. He's also not going to farm super off of it.
Bro, I don't know what he's going to do. Jubileo. Like, why are we picking Mortis first pick, though? I just don't understand the Mortis first pick. Maybe it like starts cooking for them, but bro, he needs to just go and get Hypercharge and maybe make a play. At this point, that's all he can do.
Even there. Jubileo now.
Okay, well, he planned to get off the max. That actually works. Gadgets him. He's going to get hyper in the next, like, 4 shots.
He'll be appearing in just a few seconds here to assist Wesley. Now
get super.
Once again, but Jubileo didn't even cycle his super. It's just all falling flat for Mortis.
Regular shot and a super on top of that because of the healing station, because of how BB Pam is. It's just impossible to pierce through and get enough for a kill, even in a favorable number situation. I think they know that with 9 gems, especially in NHG's pocket, Eternal have to find a way just to get aggressive. They need to force a kill.
That's a treat waiting on the ground for Jubileo.
Oh, he's stunned. Oh my gosh, it's wrapped.
Into the ground
yeah,
by
no.
Winona,
Mortis first is the issue. It's good? Issues that they don't have DPS. Is it really good? Mortis first? I don't know. I don't know.
It's drive time, whether you have the super or not, Jubileo. 8 seconds to go. Jubileo slowed down just a little bit by the stick around. 5 seconds to go. Hypercharge. Where's the super? Trying to get some attacks out of
he tried.
but just not a chance.
I don't know.
3 terrible matchups for
Mortis for the Sprout. There was no what Sprout?
The rest of his team
Sprout.
2v3 for the whole game. That's never a recipe for success.
This is one of the risky runs.
SKR, can you explain the Mortis?
Just any time.
I don't understand. If you actually do, like, if it is actually good, I don't understand it
just
though.
Now listed 3 of them and enlisted
Dino, thank you for the follow
as well. When Mortis is a first overall pick, he's really aggressive. He's
what's Sprout?
But he's counterable, and you're seeing that play out in real time. New Heights Gaming have 3 great answers.
Pablo, thank you.
Shut down
Thank you for the follow.
Look at this. One gadget immediately eliminates him. It's granted them a little bit of space. This is the first time we've really seen Eternal with a sizable lead in the gym count. But with low HP, Kawe immediately has to retreat. Jubileo just has to get in there, try and get a trade.
Who does he even go after? Like, he goes after the Pam when she's mid-shot. And then he has to dash to another person, like, and get away from her before a second shot. He gets a little bit of charge there for Hyper.
Once he's going into 3
Kawe's getting a little bit more gems this round.
Much firepower at close
it's
range.
still too much. They're just backed off.
Chance at all. If he decides he wants to dive the back
what's the prize? Like 40, 50k USD, I think.
I mean, you're going to get behind the 3 brawlers that are playing on the
nice dodge from Kawe.
Here's another attempt at
Can you get this next gem popping out? Is he going to go to them?
Is untouchable. There's not a single counter for it on Eternal, and it's just not looking good at all. Like, maybe you could break open the wall.
Yeah, the Pam turret's fried.
That could be your counterplay. We'll see the Hypercharge now coming out from Max.
Alright, here we go. Maybe they can get 2 and then just back off and hold. Kawe get good gadget there. Jubileo's going to go for 1. Maybe he can get the other one. I don't know. I think we're going to have to wait for 2 gems.
It's getting scary, too, because now Eternal are relying on Mortis to be a gym carrier.
This next gem, though.
to be calculated with when they get aggressive. It's one of the buttons for New Heights Gaming, though.
Oh my goodness.
Releasing the spike one. Now a super available as well. Drops it on the right-hand side. Kawe forced to use it. Gadget, Mortis falls. Ferozy does
they're cooked, chat. They're cooked on this one. It's going to go 2-1 to NHG. Not going to lie.
His regular self, but it has cost them the lead.
Unless Jubileo can get Hyper.
Jubileo now sneaking around the right side. I say sneaking.
Wait. He has Hyper now. Kawe making space. Gonna have to get that gem. That's an important gem, and then Gadget's out. What a gem! He grabs it. Jubileo's got Hyper Super. This is winnable. He's gonna have to be smart. Oh, it doesn't boomerang like that. He gets it again though. Gets deleted.
action out here now. Here
We got a hyper from RT. Kawhi's gonna have to tap. RT backs out. They're gonna have to get the reset. Kawhi somehow plays life. They can't get a reset. Kawhi gets a gem. They're gonna have to get one more. Someone's gonna have to pick it up.
Pause this countdown.
There it is. They pause the countdown.
Brief moment. Jubilee is able to pick it up, but it's just not looking promising that they'll keep this one up.
Over.
Numbers
Over.
advantage. Now the gem's being spilled out on the ground.
Esports pin
Rosie
actually
doesn't
gone. Not
get
yet. Not
greedy.
yet. Please don't
Just grabs
spam.
a couple, enough to make sure that middle gyms won't suffice for Eternal. So now they have to morph
All right,
up
Jubileo's
the middle
hyper
of this
again,
map. Kawhi using whatever HP he has left behind Motep. Jubileo flanking on that right-hand
wrapped.
side, but the clock has diminished
It's
to
wrapped.
0.
It's
New
wrapped.
Heights Gaming with a beautiful draft and a nice
Yeah, I don't know why Spike isn't
execution.
running
They
here
will
either.
extend the
But they
lead in
dubbed.
set
They
3.
destroyed them. Not destroyed them,
I
but
feel
they
like-
dubbed.
You know,
All right, 2-1 NHG. Eternal's gonna have to crawl back here, guys.
One of the strongest brawlers in the game.
They can't lose this next one. We may be going to set 5. They gotta push it to a set 5.
Thinking about the consequences. As strong as Mortis is, you need to have the correct bans. You need
See
to
if
have
my
the
mom hit
correct
me up.
cards, and you got to pick it at the right time of the draft. None of that happened.
Matt, thank you for
Not
the follow.
a single piece of that happened.
NHG so far are truly drafting geniuses, bringing in those a bit of unconventional brawlers. RT here once more. We didn't
Where
really
is she,
expect him
bro?
to be that good, but it actually worked out
don't even
wonderfully
know.
for Prozzy, and the Mortis did not. Mortis first pick. You
Is there food over
in
here
the
that
past
she's
always
probably
risked
maybe
to
getting?
get triple countered. Now with the Buffy, it seemed like he's just good into literally anyone. And you
I'm gonna
have
have to
Gaming
ask.
found the solution to
Monkey Man, thank you for the follow. Matt,
counter
thank you
him
for the follow.
still. Winona here on
Let's see the next game.
7 kills, doing very good on that spike. So maybe
Dude,
that
I
could
am
be
really
the-
craving this
is
pizza,
the one
though. I'm
they
not
should
gonna
have
lie.
picked up
This
first.
Domino's pizza
New
sounds
Heights
slap.
Gaming
Can
have
one of the
just
mods please put
really
in the
come
Discord?
out with some creative solutions today, and something like this.
I haven't had a
proves
Domino's
that
pan
sometimes you can get away
pepperoni
with
since
just winning
college,
these
bro.
on-paper matchups.
So, like,
we even saw at moments where
6
RT
months,
would
7
drop the
months.
static,
Oh, 6,
leave
7.
his spot, and just follow the Mortis around. He didn't even care. He just left himself
You got new
behind.
neon
He had his
behind
legs,
me?
and then he
What do you
just took
mean?
his head and he drove it
You
all
talking
the
about
way
this
up to
thing?
Mortis, chased him around the map. It was
Right
truly
here?
wild to see. I think one thing that
That was
so
a gift from
respectable
Christmas.
to me, and especially a region that's so chaotic and clearly for 2026 is all over the place, that these squads aren't just winning,
The
they're
Max
doing
Pad one,
it
yeah, that
their
was from
way.
gift
It's
from
a
Christmas.
unique play style
That's
to
been
a
there.
degree, which is just kind of awesome to watch unfold on the screen.
Appreciate
And
it, Brock.
everybody
I don't know.
else has
Can
to
you
get
not?
used
All
to
right,
the
it does
new
let you finish.
pace set by those new
Here we go,
players.
guys. Sneaky
Shelly
Fields,
and
brawl ball.
Frank picked up here. Talking
So they
about
went Rico
Frank
first pick,
counters,
then they went
Shelly's
Shelly and
probably
Frank to
the
open
first
the
one that
walls.
pops into my
I think
mind.
that we can
So it makes a
expect
lot of
something
sense
like a
to pick
B
those two
or
together. Rico was the first pick. Now we truly are on Sneaky Fields.
What
and
else?
I like all 3 bowlers we're seeing so
B,
far.
Spike is not open.
I
Ems
would
is not
still like to see
open.
some more aggression on the left-hand side.
Otis
but I
could
think
be an
they're really risk
option.
to do that into Shelly.
I think they've already taken
But
a
I
big
think
risk
B is
by
just the way to
picking
go.
Rico. You pick Rico and you don't even know whether the walls are going to be
Yeah,
broken
so
open
there's
yet,
the
and,
B.
Hey, guess what? Now you know for sure they're going to be
So
broken
what's the
open.
2
But
pick?
you've
They got to
gone
go a
with one of
little
the
something
best
like.
brawlers for dealing with that. The issue is that yes, you have this B. She's okay. You know, if the walls get
I don't know. Do
broken,
they go
then
for
she's
beefy
pretty
or do they
darn
go for
good.
holds?
But you have to get them
Maybe like a
broken to
Mo?
begin with. And I don't know if you can really rely on the enemy team to do all the hard work for you. If they
But I don't
decide
think
to
they
go for
like
Griff,
Mo
then,
like that.
maybe I'll start to believe. Maybe they go like a Tara or something so they can.
Tara
suck up
could be a
some
good
shots.
option, maybe.
But
not great into
it's
Frank, I
basically
feel
just
like.
going to be a worse Colt once everything.
Riff, you think Riff?
Yeah, we'll see how much
They go
he gets open.
Nita!
Hard
What?
anti-tank here. So Nita with Bruce the Bear, the spawner, is actually great into both of these because Shelly is somebody that
BB,
typically
Colette,
can only
Nita?
focus one brawler at a
Ooh,
time with her
interesting, good
shotgun,
call.
and Frank is somebody that does not love
I don't
to
get the Nita, though.
multitask either. So 2 polar opposites. I mean, on this left-hand
Good pick.
side, it's some high DPS from Rico, a very meta brawler.
I just would
but
feel like
B
Nita
and
doesn't do
Nita,
enough. And she's
hard
so easy to
anti-tank
counter, I feel like.
options. And on the other end, we enable the tanks. We're
They
gonna
have no
grab
range.
Shelly,
They have to
who's
go
one of those
range. What do
better
they have for
brawlers.
range?
We're gonna
Like,
let Frank shine a little bit. It's just once again
Pierce
this
is not
left-hand side
open.
finding
What's
kind
enough?
of not
Maybe
bottom
a
of the barrel, if
Byron?
you
I
will,
don't
but
even
kind of
know.
further
Otis,
down
they
the
go
tier
Otis,
list
okay.
of what anti-tanks we can grab.
Mina would have still been on the board, but they want to show us some defense now
Interesting.
against
Let's see what happens
no
here.
aggression on the left-hand side.
Nita would have
Just a
choked.
very
I don't know,
close
bro.
pick
Apparently
to
it's
me
good.
At least, but at least they have some more range
Who am I supporting
now in
Eternal?
case, yeah, Shelly's breaking.
To
open
be
that
honest,
too
though, like,
quickly,
map opens
which
up. I love
obviously
Eternal's
wouldn't
draft,
help
bro.
themselves facing up against the B.
Let's see,
Both the
let's
Frank
see.
and the Shelly have to really have good aim with their supers to not get rid of those walls too quickly. I like both of these comps once more. Very
Who's
creative
playing Eternal and
picks on
NHG?
both sides. I absolutely love what we're seeing from Latem today.
I'm going to put my chips on New Heights Gaming for this one. I just like their composition better. I think that the Nita, like, it's a decent idea into the Shelly, except
then again, they just don't have to break.
On the Shelly.
Then again,
should be also getting bears down, but you also run the risk of just why would you run stun to the Frank when he can completely ignore it? Just little errors like this being made do not inspire too much confidence in me for Eternal.
Yeah, they're not going to open. Like they're just not
noise
going to open.
canceling is a really awesome solution.
Nice,
to kind of
gets
dealing
big
with
shot
that.
from
So Vita
Jubileo.
no longer gets access to that stun.
This is it,
Frank's
it's
just going to
okay.
hold on to that until absolutely
Gets
necessary.
it off,
Has
hits
been
it, everything
Motep,
on the
a
Shelly.
hypercharged super though, so Eternal with some serious pressure.
Who's
They're
playing?
gonna dish this ball
Eternal
over to a
and
Chemic Organ that's marching up the top right-hand side of the map. Never thought I'd say that in Brawl Stars. Motep now marching on the right-hand end alongside the assist. All three members still standing
NHG
tall.
just
New
gonna
Heights
corner
gaining
it.
in their spawn, looking favorable for Eternal.
A bit surprised here. I feel like NHG have been put in a bit of a chokehold here where they want to break the walls, but they also
Bro, the
don't.
Rico.
Now they must really want to break those walls. Look at all the hypercharged projectiles bouncing around. Brozy has the super.
Recorners
Decided
it.
not to use it. That might have been a mistake, actually.
Wesley
because he
just
wanted to take
mutes,
down
actually gets the mute on
now
Motep.
tries to perform a
Winona's trying to take some
recon
space,
on
gets
this ball.
hypercharged.
Actually
B,
puts it
waste
in
of a
better
hypercharge, not gonna
position
lie.
for New Heights Gaming at the moment because they want to have that ball closer to their side where they do have control of it.
Okay,
First
so now they opt to
bit of
open.
wall break
Now B's
over
gonna get
here.
some value.
Jubileo is tapping that aim as quickly as he can to generate the proper amount of DPS to move Winona
Rico's still gonna be able to hold left very
Brozy is ready
nicely.
with the wall break that'll shut Cowie BR down.
But now they're
Speed is
shut
not
down on
finding
the right.
open space. A lot of green grass ahead of her. It's going to lead to a free range session as well. Winona doesn't quite connect, so Jubileo migrating this
They're able to take out the
left-hand
Frank.
side. Now up in the face,
Jubileo's
gets
gonna
a
walk up to
takedown as
Prozy's
well.
face,
2v2
take him out.
situation.
Not gonna be
Jubileo,
traded out.
long-range brawler, shotgun Shelly down. As now
no.
Wesley makes a nice tap there. That could have been a big save. Just buying teammates a little bit more time to come back. Now Frank
Nita's
with
running around
15,000
Star Power.
HP
I think it's
can
Gadget,
take
right?
complete occupation in the middle of the map.
Oh. Okay, I almost did a bit hasty.
Is it
on
Gadget
that
and Star? Is
hypercharged
she just running wrong
super,
build?
and may have proven to be, actually, because Eternal's teammates were just nowhere to be seen. An interrupted super from Cowie. Brozy has him down on his last legs. It's going to be a kill on the left side. Motep does have enough HP to move on through.
They don't really have much goal scoring, but the map's about to open up and go to OT. They clearly have advantage.
Made it up to mid. They're forced back into their spawn. And Jubileo has the super, and he has the ball in his possession. A single kill would really open up this goal enough for a goal.
All right, super from Jubileo coming in.
Jubileo wants that slow though, Cowie.
Super. That's game. That's game. Very nice. Very nice draft from Eternal. They get the goal.
I'm gonna have to eat my
They
words
just gotta
here,
hold.
Kenny. The draft has simply worked out better for Eternal despite everything that I thought.
It was clearly a squad that, towards probably a 30-second marker, so we're telegraphing that they were playing for the overtime situation. As the walls tore down, obviously B is one of the historical best in that
Bro, all of them are
situation
playing
because
without finger sleeves, and I'm wondering if it's because, like, Brawl Stars almost nerfed finger sleeves. Like, it's something with the sensitivity that makes it so the joystick doesn't work. And I've seen a lot of people have problems with it. A lot of people have been having problems with having finger sleeves
Shelly
now.
has no range. Otis is their only long-range option, and he's
That B's doing all the right plays, yes. Jubileo's a very good player.
From New Heights Gaming, you saw Shelly dash forward. You can tell how desperate they are to get that early game control, that they're willing to risk feeding supers to the enemy side. And here's going to come the first one from Motep. Huge pain in the side for Shelly. That's a brawler that makes sense to go for the stun on. Shelly, it's just one of her worst matchups in the game. Another early Rico hypercharged super. Make it double. Brozy!
Brozy's all alone. Can he stay up? Oh my gosh, he gets the pass off, and Jubileo's going to finish. All right, it's going to go 2-2, and looks like they're going to go to a set 5. Guys, holy.
Eye on the ball. Despite a Shelly in his face, Brozy did his best, but it wasn't quite enough there to cut off the shot. 3 brawlers, just too much space. Not enough for a single shot brawler to really deal with. And now
Nice.
a takedown
Good
there
tap.
from Jubileo as well. Wesley running for the hills.
It could be
with
here.
low
Good
speed.
dodge of the
Here's
gadget.
Winona out of
No
desperation.
super
Just
value.
throwing down a Frank super. That's felt a tad aggressive. And I think it's going to cost
Oh, it's
them.
wrapped
Motep
here.
looks for the
It's
open
wrapped
angle.
here.
Slow down from Jubileo.
Deleted.
They know
Jubileo
they
ball.
have the numbers.
Oh my gosh,
By
get
that
muted.
time, let this dwindle
It's
away.
over.
And
Okay,
Eternal
okay. We're
will
going to a
tie
set 5.
things
Guys, we're going
up.
to a set
South
5.
America's first grand finals of the year.
Knockout
They're
last set.
taking
I
us
think it
all
is.
the
I think
way.
it
It's
actually
gonna be
is.
a photo finish.
Here we go, yo.
Hand up over here. Total miscall for me to say the draft was that chalk. I was ready to see a monthly finals victory for New Heights Gaming after seeing this matchup. But it truly does seem like there were not good matchups over here. Motep was just fine on the matchup versus Shelly.
I feel like they baited it, bro. They took the Rico first. They went Frank Shelly to break open all walls. But it's like, I don't know. Then they took the B, so then it made them think like, yo, if we don't open the walls, they may have more of a struggle game.
Eternal's comp was super
And they just
clever.
waited
In
too long on
case
the first
NHG
game. But like, B
decides
just
to
got
open
too
up
much.
the map, they
B
have
was
to
playing
be
too well.
super good
Even when the
without
walls
those
opened up,
walls.
so they just
And if
couldn't
they don't,
do
They
anything.
just get completely rolled
They won that
over
draft,
by
yeah, I
the
agree.
Rico. I really like what we saw from Cowie here, time and time again, just cycling, Ul's getting rid of even a Frank on his lane. The DPS is surely going to show us the same picture, and there you go, 600 DPS. I think that's the highest
Rico went
number we've seen all
crazy.
day.
Motep did well
really
too, got 10 kills.
Draft from the left-hand side here. Also Motep on that Nita, a brawler we don't see too often,
Yeah,
but
very
into
good draft.
this specific matchup.
Maybe don't, dude,
he
do
had
it right now. It's the best
matchup.
place. The best time to right now. The game is going back up, J-Ray.
They were winning the kill category. They were the
W
only team
Nita,
that
yeah,
scored
W Nita
goals.
pick.
There was never a doubt based on those
Absolutely,
stat lines.
bro. They only had
left-hand
3
side wasn't
kills,
going to
bro.
win. I'm curious
That's
how
cooked.
pros would feel about that draft. It almost felt like New Heights Gaming boxed themselves into a corner a little bit. They draft Shelly and Frank, and then the other end kind of has a checkmate situation, if you will. We'll have Nita. If you want to keep those walls up, great. Nita's
exactly
gonna
what
thrive,
I
Bruce
just
the Bear's
said.
gonna eat, or Demogorgon Bear, whatever you want to call him. B, if the walls do come down, is there for overtime situation and still is an anti-tank brawler. I just feel like they had multiple avenues to succeed.
Personally, I think that
Kiki, thank you for the
Shelly and
follow.
Frank
Is this
could have
finals?
worked out
Yes.
If they have something to show for it, the last pick. And I
Yeah,
was
Clash
really
is cooked,
not
yeah.
Not a fan
They're-
of that
they're
Otis
switching
last
places right
pick.
now.
Another brawler that just
forked
has
them, yeah.
mid-range. If they had
Just chill. Thank you for the follow.
put
Arseny, thank you for the follow.
themselves something with a bit more range, they could have opened up the map and dealt with the aggression on the other side a lot better. Something also to address the Rico.
Yo, Jay, I
with
appreciate you as well.
Frank and Shelly.
Is Clash actually coming back too? Are they going to cook on both games at the same time? Because Clash has been dead. Like, Clash is dying. They fried that thing. They fried that thing so bad.
I feel like literally a thrower there would have countered both the Nita and the Rico, and just probably
still
an
going.
error.
Just not the
Huge updates coming soon. What do they got cooking for Clash,
Just
Trabajo?
to the meta, and I think for
Benny
a
Boy, thank you
team
for the follow.
that has thrived so much in picking stuff that's not
Alright, they go
necessarily
Eve.
the meta, maybe they ought to stick with that. Their specialty.
But
What
our
docs get?
wishes
Aren't
came
it?
true,
I have no
folks.
idea.
We are actually seeing
I have no
all
idea.
5 sets in a grand final. That's exactly what we wanted to see. We are out in the open, and whoever wins this set is going to walk away as
Seb,
the
thank you for
South
sharing live. Can I
America
like your
February
TikTok?
Grand
You
Final
maybe send it to me
champions.
so I can see it.
Angelo being banned
When
out.
does it end
Fair
after
leaves
these games?
Eve as
This is the last set. This is
second
literally the last
best,
set.
Brawler that can also walk over water.
Guys, this is all for the
This is
marbles,
really
for
interesting,
monthly
too,
finals here.
because several sharpshooters
They go
have
out in the
been
open,
banned
Eve
out,
first
and
pick.
traditionally Eve
Brock is
likes those
bammed out.
situations, so not only can she
They take the
reverse over
spike.
water, now she has the little extra spawners, which do really well in the single shot brawlers. So instead of feeding into that, they're going to stray away completely.
Alright,
They're
see
going
what
to
this
click
next
the
pick
Buffy
is.
brawler. They're going to pick the really
could
powerful one
even
in
go,
Spike. Look, if my
what?
monthly finals are on the line,
Maybe even Squeak.
I don't care to pick the NPC brawler. It's easier to hit those shots. He's just a safe option. I'm just not hitting a panic button, and I'm not losing a draft because of this pick.
No.
Squeak
And
and
also,
Carl, the
look,
only
the
two things
lanes are
coming in
so
my head,
narrow
but I
on
don't
this
know.
map that it becomes a lot more difficult
go
to
the Mina?
consistently dodge the curveball.
I
For
don't
example,
really
also
get
now
the
from
Mina
New
too
Heights Gaming, you got a couple of
much.
solid lane brawlers. What's going to be your mid, man? I'm looking at 2 brawlers that can't pierce. They're facing an Eve. What is your move? At least they're single shot, so they should be able to play around some of those obstacles.
Crow,
That Eve is
maybe?
undoubtedly going to
They can
be
go
using
Crow
to
and
advantage as
then-
she migrates lanes over the water, but they had the
I
last
don't
pick
know.
to solve.
They could
all.
even go.
I'm looking at those long-range bowlers now, the
This is interesting.
Meeples, the Byrons. I want to see something like that. And maybe a thrower. Not too great into Mina, but super
Gus.
good into
Okay,
that
that's
spike.
just safe.
Gus,
That's
another
just
one of
safe.
those safe options so far. Many safe picks
Jackie
from
and Grey combo,
Eternal
definitely not.
in
They wouldn't
this
run that here.
last set. With Thief, they can take on
Leon,
the
no,
left-hand
not
side
Leon.
lane. With the
Byron?
Gus, they have a solid mid, also not
Possibly
too bad once the smoke comes in.
Not
from
the best,
side.
though.
This is the safest I think we've seen our SA teams play today.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been
Frank.
a bit
Okay, they
bold.
offer a
They're
Frank.
fine.
That's
And
actually
that's
not
a
bad.
hand
I'm not
they
going to lie to you.
decided
Like, it
to
counters the
completely
Mina,
go against that.
grid
So now
end
Gus is gonna
game,
be paired
lots
with
of
this really
HP.
aggressive Frank. I guess they just
Hard
feel
to kill.
confident
Like,
in the
that's
sense
good.
that
That's good.
They're going to be able to bolster this Frank.
What can
It's
they
not
go,
something that's
though?
obviously in a map that's
Maybe they
literally
go
titled
Rico. The
Palo
other
Alto,
team
they're going
honestly
to
might
have
go
the range
Rico.
Battle. They're
I'm
not
not gonna
relying on
hold
two other
you.
brawlers. They're going to have to get a super from Gus to feed that Frank. But if Frank could survive till the end game, he's
8-bit.
dangerous.
They offered even more. Oh,
8-bit makes an
my.
appearance. We've been seeing a lot of him
More
today.
HP,
He's like,
but just
okay,
slow.
basically. But
Ben Brown, thank you for
there's
the follow.
nothing that
Colt would
counters
be
him
so
on the
fire.
field, so
Nah.
that's the thing that sticks out to
I don't know
me.
about Colt.
Once this stronghold is created where he has that damage booster, that is where they're going to thrive. The struggle is going to be getting it, and I don't think it will really be that hard when there's a Frank on the field.
I would have liked to see a Byron still. Something to bolster that Mina.
It's going to be close. Yeah, this seems like a close draft. Let's see it. Let's see it. Official. Thank you for the Ukraine channel. Thank you for the follow.
Spike. A lot of
All right, let's check it out, guys. Let's see it. Kiki, did I say thank you for the 5 roses?
Comp on the left-hand side.
It's good, Vertex. How are you?
For South America.
NHG
Two
draft
teams,
better? We'll see.
these
We'll see.
rosters,
Visca,
these
thank you for the follow. Visca
organizations
Barca.
Don't get to this spot too often.
Setup look
and
comfortable?
now in a position to win
It
the
is pretty
first
comfortable.
grand
It's homey.
finals of the year. The two Titans of 2025 out of the way. There is going to be a new #1 in South America. It's not a matter of if. excuse me, it's not a matter of when, but it's if. It's right now.
It happens here and now, and it comes down to knockout. The most
Jubileo can get
ultimate
some
way of
supers.
doing it too.
It seems like, okay,
Rounds on the line.
Eternal has them pushed back. Right now, Eternal's got the win.
One of these players, just nice, slow, controlled
Motep
for now.
and Jubileo just have to use their ammo correctly and tap as these guys are trying to reach in. It's like, here's one. Winona's getting damaged. Kawe misses a super. I mean, the gadget. Prozy's one tap.
That earned ground because she didn't have any gas left in the tank to keep going.
Prozy's going to have to be careful. Can't stick out his head.
Yo, watch the Mina. Watch the Mina. Can't let the Mina down. Mina's making space for the team.
Resources to try and win this round. Now Mina dancing.
Mina makes a good play. Kawe gets supered.
Open space though.
And it's wraps. It's wraps. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. Kiki, thank you for the hat and mustache. I appreciate you.
Beautifully
Eternal will
done.
stop NHG with Frank, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Andre, thank you for the follow. Let's see.
Just knew how this one was going to work out. Everyone spent the entire round farming up their utility, and now
it's interesting. Like, Spike isn't running curveball. I don't understand. I think that's a blunder.
The only problem, though, is that he's a burst fire brawler. He's dealing with brawlers that can, you know, deal pretty well around these obstacles. You even say
they are locked in,
get a
absolutely.
bit frisky, go for that gadget around the indestructible onto Winona, who narrowly avoided getting hit. For now, the control belongs to Eternal. We'll see if this is just a repeat of the last round. NHG making a similar move to last time. Winona dashes forward, throws down that windmill.
Not Eternal's got the control.
It is looking like a bit of deja vu here for round 2.
Kawe should have that gadget. Already back and running too. The range on that is fairly large.
Nice, good tap. Motep, oh my gosh, and gets the kooky pop. And it gets the pull. Prozy's gone. Winona's gonna be... Can Winona clutch this? I don't think so. It's not. It's over. It's over. Yes! Oh my gosh. Subject 100. Serious status confirmed. Yes, sir. Yo, they could win right here. They could win right here, guys. They could win right here. Monthly finals for Eternal.
It's not just any game at this point.
Kiki, thank you for the 3 roses. Barca, thank you for the 2 roses. Kiki, thank you for the 38 more roses. I appreciate you guys. If Gus gets a super and Storm is getting close, then it's over, yes.
Best case scenario.
I think if Frank's alive too, it's just Frank is just going to kill them.
Not afford to die. Eternal know that well, but they actually have the more winning composition so far. NHG playing a different style so far. They have Winona and Wesley in a more aggressive position. They're even thinking about moving Prozy onto the left side. We haven't seen the windmill thrown down this defensively just yet. We'll see if Prozy also has earned a super. Bit of a tall order also when you have Fertilize in your star power, because it is a little bit more predictable to dodge those shots.
Frank instantly able to get to the top-hand side. Eve can cross over water, so it's just Eternal constantly winning the early game race. Because of the
Prozy, I think he should have ran the other guy, the other Starfire. Fletcher, they give him a follow.
They're being forced into these in-games, which is something I don't think they want. They have to change things up. They have to focus down an enemy brawler. They either have to leave Frank on an island, or if they have to find a takedown. Even with the popping pincushion there, though, not enough. The big man still has a shield up.
All right, hold on. Endgame's looking a little weird.
But all these brawlers with such low
it seems okay.
Focusing him down, doing
it's
their
over.
best. It's still Motep with the
it's wrapped. It's wrapped. It's wrapped. It's wrapped.
56 HP in a dream.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. This is it for the monthly finals. Set 5.
Through this final set, and it looks like they might be able to end it here. Last-ditch effort now for New Heights Gaming. They're even sending Winona on the aggressive attempt at getting some damage on Kawe.
Prozy is getting tapped.
Getting damage and positioning. They haven't gotten the kill. That is what they want in the early game. For the first time, we actually see Eternal in a different position. We saw 3 entire rounds of NHG losing in the same exact spot, trapped in their spawn. Now, with the assistance of that jump pad, they have Winona on the aggressive, but Jubileo has an ace up his
They actually got room, though.
If
they start playing like, oh, hold on, it's not over yet, but Jubileo has hyper.
Everyone into close quarters.
If you're New Heights Gaming, at this point, you just have to try something different. If you're going to lose, go down swinging, and it's Wesley.
Okay, they're going to get a frag. They're going to get a frag. They're going to just die. They're just going to go down. They're just going to go down.
First time off to the fog. No, they don't have a chance at this
one. Holy change up. All right, they switched up and it worked. Prozy has hyper. Wesley has hyper. Motep has hyper. Jubileo has hyper. Jubileo's going to use it first. They know it's coming on the right side now.
Priority
And I'm surprised he didn't just gadget in that area. He's super. He opted for a super.
In with the windmill already to throw it down. Motep now with the hypercharge out. Could be
And he gets a kill. It's over. Kawe steals it on Winona. Winona overextended. It's wraps. Prosy activates hyper, but it's not going to matter, and Jubileo is going to end up getting the kill. It's over. They've done it. They won. Oh, and they're spinning. No way.
Already clear what's going to happen. Firing against the wall, and Eternal going for the victory lap. Fleas attach themselves.
Prosy through. Bro, Eternal just won monthlies.
The spins continue. The hearts out. NHG, no, it's over.
Holy
Eternal are your
yo.
South American champions of February.
Dude, Eternal just won monthly finals, bro.
Jubileo got dumped. I mean, just straight up dropped for another team. Motep made a last
yo, making a statement. Yeah, their first ever monthlies and dubbing.
Get the results with SKC.
Let's go.
Last laugh. Now to kick off 2026, Kawe wins his
That's
first.
so
Jubileo's
fire,
back
man.
on top. And
I'm going to go text the boys.
The world's going to know your name, buddy.
That's amazing. W Eternal.
To open things up.
W Eternal.
All teams, it's Eternal.
Congratulations to
That's
Jubileo,
crazy.
Motep, and Kawe. What
Yes,
a
congrats
match
to them,
they
man.
delivered.
I'm
We
excited
got
to see
see
what
a
they bring
really
this year.
big series for the grand
Can they keep it up, and can
final
they
all the way to
be
the end. Eternal has shown
keep it up with
some
the
creative drafts.
the EMEA
And
teams,
once more,
the
with
Asia
Frank,
teams?
With an Eve showing up tall. And
I wonder,
they
it's gonna
showed
be-
us
I'm
today,
curious
not
to
only
see.
against New Height Gaming, but also against Loud.
So am I.
Sigura
It was a
and
day of upsets,
Olympus
guys.
got in their quarterfinals. It was beautiful.
But
what they showed us.
Eternal
We
brings
get
it out on
Hedgehog
top.
Back at the desk here because we get the chance to actually sit down with them and
That's
have an
crazy.
interview later on with them.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna have the chance to talk to them, but I was
GG's,
right there
GG's.
watching
To
the
see the
game.
stats.
Insane.
Yeah,
I
no,
couldn't
crazy
believe that
game.
Probably they one of the
Crazy game.
not super impressive that they won, but I mean, no one expected, right?
Yeah,
But that was.
All right, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for
I
stream.
mean, insane.
And-
If you guys haven't joined the
Motep
Discord yet,
actually
if one of the
lived
mods
together,
could pin
we
the
mentioned that
Discord,
before. That kitchen
you guys should
talk
join the
tonight
Discord.
is
There's
gonna
free
be
Brawl Pass Plus
so
giveaways. The next one
We're
ends
gonna be
tomorrow,
celebrating, I'm sure.
and there will be a new one refresh. So if you haven't gotten that already, go ahead and join the Discord. Go to the giveaways channel and then click the confetti button to try to get a free Brawl Pass
Maybe
Plus.
it's my month, maybe it's not. I mean,
Yeah,
last year,
where
a
are
lot
the
of times
QRs?
it was
They're gonna
both
show
of them kind of
QRs?
Being sad, I imagine they didn't make the grand final. So it's really
Thank you,
cool
Brock.
that they get a complete swap here. in the
Vertex,
new
I just
season.
added 2 mods today. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
really
it's-
need the
So
mods. I
I'm
think
really
you're
happy
also
for
young
him,
too.
especially Motep, that we're going to talk to him, right? He probably didn't enjoy the previous day before the qualifiers.
Guys, I'm
And
not
now
just
he has,
handing out so
his
many mods. I
reward.
have a bunch of
I'm
mods
pretty sure he's really happy
on other
about it.
platforms. To be honest, I
I
need
think
mods
he's
more.
happy that he got to switch in.
But
that
we add
last
more mods than we need
second.
more mods.
We're going to have a look at just what
Vertex
South
and
America
Aboki,
actually showed
you guys
us
will
today. We got
be
a
modded
couple
if
of
we
close
needed mods
matches,
right now.
3 in total. I'm super satisfied with that.
I
we had
definitely
a
didn't
couple of
promise.
upset
I said
once
you would be
more.
on a list.
This is the 3rd day in this monthly final, 3 different regions.
But I will give you
that
mod
has showed us
eventually.
that nothing is
But
safe
I really
anymore.
don't
There's
like the
good
begging
old
for mod,
teams
guys.
and
Like,
a lot of
it's not a big
experience.
deal having the
It
mod.
doesn't mean that they make it into the grand final constantly.
Begging for mod makes me
Again
think that
this
you're going to
year.
abuse the mod.
I suspect the
All
same.
right, the
for
Discord
tomorrow,
is
to be
there.
honest
If you
with
guys want
too.
to join,
I think
yes,
NA
W
has some
Eternal for
fresh
real.
talent to show up.
Hop in the
SA clearly
hop in the
showed it.
Discord
It's
and
a
go
good
join
time,
the Raw Pass
right?
Plus
I mean, with a
giveaways.
team
You
like
can
NHG, for
find the
example,
upcoming maps,
Brosy's
brawl
somebody that's been
news,
around the block. A standout in the second half for me.
teams,
Last
content
year,
there.
Obviously had some stuff.
all
to
of that
carry
stuff's
into
up in the
postseason,
Discord.
but now
Ander,
that
thank you
we're
for the
two
follow.
newer
Guys, we
teammates
hit
who maybe
10K today on
haven't made it
TikTok.
to
Thank you
these
guys so
grand
much for
finals.
that.
This is a great
Hit 11K on
building
YouTube
block.
today.
Just making it this far,
Only
getting that
up from
experience,
here. We are
kind of
going up,
feeling
up,
the
up, up,
nerves of
up.
what a grand
Gotta
finals is
grind.
like, say,
Long
your
form
average
should be out
quarterfinals.
tomorrow. I
It's gonna
got
make all the
filming that
difference in the
today,
world as we
editing that
progress
today,
through the season.
editing
I
short
think we
form.
need to be really
Lots of stuff to
proud,
do.
right,
But
getting to that
thank you
final
guys all
game
for
that
tuning
close to
in
win.
tonight.
It's really hard.
Let me do
obviously,
this
but
so that
prove
this
yourself
thing's
and
not,
to a
like,
team that
cooked.
you can maybe come next month and
Switch
do
this
it.
to this.
I do want to also.
X this out. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Okay, when is the update? I think it's on the 5th of March. First update, I think, is on the 5th of March. Andrew, thank you for the follow. Thank you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Kisses. Love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. Peace. I'll send out QRs in Discord if there are any QRs, but we'll see. Peace. All right, YouTube, Twitch. I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys to. Oh, yeah, Scooter. Hold on. Let me get you real quick. There we go. That should be good. Alrighty, guys. That is going to be at YouTube and Twitch. Kisses. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.